This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Open Comms. We made it.
Woo! What happened this week?
We made it through another week.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of other people that showed up. What's up? Milfoon?
That is
Balls?
Drayden, our host Drayden. I'm Dominark. There's Manic and Elby, of course, right?
Hello.
With us is Akaroth and Skyhawk.
Hello, everybody.
Skyhawk. And then off cam is we got Mifune, who's not listening to us anymore, and Paintballs. Paintballs is the guy on New Year's Eve who fucking gave away $1,000 worth of fucking subscriptions.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Because he's an idiot. Oh, look at Darwin. He loves us too.
Oh, yeah, he's given the disclaimer. His thoughts are his own.
That's
not
awesome.
his views.
I feel like he needs to say that every time he shows up.
Absolutely
to chat
should.
He's now
He has
contractually
to
obligated
qualify
to buy CCP.
everything that.
No, that's too funny.
Yeah,
Somebody
so-
from legal called down to his department.
I was just gonna say. I wonder if
That sounds
if
like he got
somebody
spanked.
somebody in HR slapped his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
You can do this as long as.
Heard you were over on that one show. Hmm?
We're on Open Comms taking
That
credit
show
for
we do-
literally
that
everything.
We don't talk about around the
Taking
office.
credit for
Thank you, shall not be
everything. He
named.
does, doesn't he? That's
He has in the past been spanked. For us?
No,
I mean,
for
who? No, you know what he's talking about.
Oh, damn.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Right? Come on.
I tried to say that we all deserve it sometimes to get spanked, but I
We
got
all
yelled at.
we all
I got yelled
deserve
at
it.
on Trash Talk Tuesday.
Sometimes we want it. Sometimes it is just given to us.
I always want it.
We know.
Mifune, we introduced you. You weren't listening, so
Right.
you didn't get to say anything.
I-
No, too late now.
I was
Two
in a
now.
fleet. I was in a fleet, and then I got fucked up during a fleet warp, and I had to mute and focus for a minute. And either way, I just lost. I just lost a ship in a wormhole. Either way, so
Mifune is one of Imperium's up and coming FCs. Also a talk show host for the Theta Thursday. So
I remember him from the war.
yeah, he does a good job. He's going to be 21 in 2 weeks.
That
And he's
sounds,
gonna-
that sounds so funny. Like you're a couple of old guys who are like.
I remember him
like,
from the war.
You guys
I
ate some
remember him
dirt
from the
together.
war.
I remember him from the war.
A strapping young lad.
you know we once shared
we were
an MER.
stationed together in Pyongyang.
We were adversaries. But I caught him in my binoculars one day, and then, we kind of just like hung there.
You're
there
like,
music playing?
sup?
Whoa. So Darwin said Falcon yelled at him once. That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it Falcon that spanked him?
Probably.
Oh, that was later in the room.
That was, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise
together.
me.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I love you,
I
Falcon.
Can see that.
Yeah.
You know you're my bro. We're not.
Falcon was a little upset with
I
us
follow
for a
your
while.
cat tweets.
Was that set with Open Comms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people at CCP were upset with open.
What'd you
comms.
do?
Right, yeah.
Oh, are you talking
It's
about
just-
Eve
it was-
Vegas thing?
It was Vegas 2019, I believe. I think that
Oh,
was.
no, there was that. No, that was...
No,
that
it was under the old format.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was something coming up with Vegas. No, the when they got mad at us in Vegas, that was Dopamine was mad at us. for
Dopamine,
that.
yeah.
The
And-
other
and-
What did we
community
do?
And rightfully so.
We pissed
Right?
off all the old
Rightfully
community
so.
devs. We haven't pissed off the new ones yet. So Swift and Bam.
Swift,
We're working on it.
Swift likes
Convict
us.
of-
Yeah, I mean they're still relatively new. We've got time.
Yeah.
So
you noticed that they're not allowed to interact with us, though, right?
It's
Well,
not that
Swift
they're
came
not
on
allowed
here,
to. They're
and,
just they're choosing not to
They're
wisely.
refusing not to.
Yeah, no,
that's
Swift and
cool.
Convict have come on here. We behaved ourselves as well.
You did
I-
not.
It's-
You kept
it's-
calling him
it's
Bam.
Okay. No, we're doing
He's fine to
okay.
call him
We're slowly weaseling our way back into CCP's good graces.
I had the very great pleasure of
Falcon
meeting
is a great
both.
guy.
I've met both Aurora and Ice Cream in Vegas this past year.
Yeah.
And I got one of the funny things was that we were drinking at the ASCII house, and for those who don't know, my corp decided to get an Airbnb to make it cheaper on everybody that wanted to come to Vegas.
And you weren't allowed in casinos, so there's that.
And I wasn't allowed in casinos because, you know, they were, you know, apparently
So what would
that's
they do? Would they just tie you up to the post outside? And
no.
Holy water?
So
That's what happened. He had to walk up and down the street till everybody was done.
yeah, well,
Don't
kind of. So
that's what
the funny thing was that when everyone was hanging at the Circa, and the ASCII crew eventually went to the Circa to say hi to everybody else for Vegas. Originally, actually, when we were at the front door of the Circa, and I didn't know this, and none of us knew this. Apparently, the law is that I can't walk up and down the aisles like everybody thought so, but I can be escorted through by one of the managers of the casino, right? And the only reason they didn't do that was
because we're
because
nobodies.
no, because all the people for Vegas were inside a bar. They were all crowded inside of one of the lobby bars. So it was like
Vicky's was not crowded.
they wouldn't that's what they told me, and they said that, you know, they wouldn't accurately be able to make sure I wasn't drinking, which is why they didn't fully let me in. So I had to hang out by the front door of the Circa.
But you did have your cool shirt on.
I did have my Fat B jersey on
Fuck
that
yeah.
day.
Did you have like a message runner like, hey, go tell these guys I said this, and then he runs off to the bar and like
I tried to talk to him at the Dune movie and he snubbed me. So I said, fuck him.
Yes, I did, because I had 30,000 people talking to me,
Oh,
and
it's
I was
okay.
high as
Fuck
shit.
you. No, it's no problem.
You're not important, Dom.
I only fucking arranged the goddamn thing. Right?
Fuck. What's really funny is we went to go see that Dune showing, and we walk in, and the first person that says hi to me is Carneros, but he was eating breakfast, and for like a fat minute, I was so high I didn't realize it was Carneros trying to talk to me, and I was like, who's this guy?
old guy?
I'm like, hi.
who's this friendly old man?
I'm like,
This elderly man.
Friendly old man. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, hi, and then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking Carneros.
Oh, Mr. Floppy Knickers. I went to fucking Felix and Oscars again this week. So fuck you.
What a name.
Floppy Knickers. I like that guy.
But what's nice is we had our ASCII Corp dinner, and during the day we were hanging at the Airbnb house, and Calexos was kind of like, you know, I heard some CCPers were in town, and we got extra tickets to the Corp dinner. Wouldn't it be great if they tagged along? And I said, you know what? Screw it. So I tagged them both in the EVE Online Partnership Discord, and I was like, hey, heard you guys are in town. We have a couple extra tickets to a Corp dinner. You want to come along? And Aurora
thanks a lot.
texted me back. Aurora texted me back almost instantly saying, you know, we were eating lunch just discussing where we wanted to go for dinner. So you know what? We'll be there. And so her and Ice Cream came along. And I think I only know her by her real name. I can't remember her CCP name, but one of the art developers came as well. She came a little later, but the
Was it
three of them were
Nocturne?
there. Yes, it was not.
Okay, I was like, I think
There you go.
Nocturne and Aurora, and then Ice Cream. I think
Ice
that was
Cream
the only
was-
CCPers that came.
Ice Cream was
Ice cream
fantastic.
is amazing.
Those
He
four.
was fucking
Oh,
fantastic.
and who else?
Ice Cream. He had
Well, no,
so much
Ice Cream,
fun.
Aurora,
I
Night,
No,
or,
Ice Cream, Aurora.
No,
I
It
thought
was
there was
just
a
those
fourth
three.
one.
No,
No,
it
just
was just
We're
the
going
three.
before, but the third, just three ended up coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that we ended up going to Fremont Street after the Corp dinner.
I'm a good man. I eat ice cream every fucking day. What are you talking about?
Um,
Fucking ice cream kicks ass. Fuck.
And
off.
so I had an Uber with all the CCP, with all
Who's
three
all
of them.
good? Exactly.
right?
Sorry.
And we were waiting for the Uber, and I was taking out another joint that I had. And I was like, that's the thing I said to them. I said, you guys like to party? and all three of them took a hit from my joint as we waited for the Uber.
Shouldn't tell people that out loud.
I thought when
That
you ask
may-
someone if they like to party, it means let's go to blow.
Yeah, asking somebody if they like to party. I think
should be careful with
typically
that phrasing.
implies cocaine.
Drayden, is that
It
means?
You
it
just see
implies
Mufune
math.
just sitting on a corner, like
Actually-
in a trench coat, just like, "Hey, you like to party?"
I like to party.
People.
You-
walking-
You'll get me.
Yeah, I
I'll go with you.
guess.
I'll fucking go with you if you do that.
So we ended up we went to Fremont, and that was the first night that Mittens and everybody got addicted to Nerds. And so we walk up to Nerds, and there's the bouncer there, and like all of the ASCII guys were like, fuck, how are we going to get Mifune in here?
That was Thursday night, right?
So yeah, that was Thursday. And then the thing is that I go up to the bouncer, and I kind of tilt my ID like down a bit, hoping that he won't read too much into it. And he literally bends over and turns his head sideways to read my ID fully. And then goes, "You're not 21." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just their designated driver, man. Just here to keep the group safe." And he totally didn't buy it. So he's like, "Nah, you got to wait outside."
Fuck yeah.
'Cause he's
You're
a
fucking
professional.
You're a punk
Because
ass
he's
bitch.
doing his job.
Doing his job. I don't want punk ass bitches like you in the bar. Fuck.
That's when he gets yelled at by his boss.
That's right.
Tony almost tackled me at that bar that night. I didn't know who it was at first.
You had a hard time remembering anybody. What the hell?
Well, no, I did.
You on-
I
you
had
on
my back
drugs?
to him. I didn't see him coming. All of a sudden, like some person jumps on me, almost tackles me to the floor. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh,
So it's
hi,
really
what
funny.
are you doing?"
What's really funny is when I met Merc, because we're all standing on Fremont Street, everyone's just kind of huddled together, drinking, talking, whatever. And Merc comes straight up to me, and he's just got this giant smile on his face. And I'm sipping my margarita, and I'm like, "Merc, you what's up? You okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, "You smoke?"
He's
a
a
little bit?
fucking lightweight, dude. I'm
I'm
telling
like-
you.
I'm like, no, I thought he was high as all
He's a
hell.
lightweight.
It was ridiculous. And I'm like, "Are you high, Mark?" And he goes, "Maybe a little." And then he just starts giggling like a schoolgirl and walks away from me.
I made him uncomfortable. So I kept grabbing his ass. So
Nice.
I was gonna do an
Oh,
opening shot. I don't want to do an opening
Sounds
shot.
like you're
too.
just saying hi.
Yeah.
that's
what are-
exactly right. That's all I was doing. Saying hi.
You do an opening shot for Meatloaf?
I would say we could.
Did
Although,
Meatloaf
like-
die?
Yeah,
I'm
Today,
I'm
apparently.
tired of the opening shots
that's-
always being for dead people.
Yeah, like,
God, everybody's
it's like
dying,
every time
aren't
it's
they?
like opening shots,
Every
everyone's like,
time-
"Fuck, who died
Every
this time?"
time we do an opening shot, it's for somebody who died.
You
People
figure
get
for
old.
I know.
Yeah, I was like,
For
we-
People
all-
get
I
old
think-
and they
I
die.
Can we do an
figured- I
opening
figured-
shot for something good?
Yeah, I figure we put the
To
dead
Dr.
people
Who.
shots in the middle of the show, and then we open it up with like a
Just
good,
a-
a good thing for the shots.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
How about
it's
opening
always,
find a
it's
balance.
always somebody who
Opening
died.
shot to Matrix 4. What a fucking good movie.
It
What
was
a
two.
fantastic. What a fantastic work of art.
Did you guys actually
I
like
liked
Fourth
it.
Matrix?
So
So
I fucking liked it.
here's my thing.
Maybe
I-
not, but I
into it.
liked it.
I
still haven't
stayed
seen
up
it.
that night. I stayed up the night that came out because I have HBO Max, and I watched all 3 of the original Matrix movies, and then watched the 4th.
Well,
I
that was a
timed
mistake.
it. I timed it so that the 3rd would be over right when the 4th one came out on HBO Max. So I just watched all 4 in a row, and it's like, dude, I prefer the ending to the 3rd one than the revival of the 4th.
Are we doing that?
There was things about it I liked, and there was things about it I really didn't like. But
I don't
Yes.
think it paid like the first half of the movie, and without spoilers, because you get 6 months. 6 months is your spoiler free time, and if it's any, if you haven't seen the movie after 6 months, then it's your own damn fault.
I
That's
agree with
fair.
that.
That's a
That
generous
sounds-
time period.
That sounds legit.
But
That seems way longer than I
I was
going to
say 6 months is a lifetime.
well,
Oh,
because
shit.
I used to.
If you haven't seen
You'd
it
have seen
within
all the
2
spoilers
weeks,
on the internet by then.
There's
so.
You gotta
there's
see
a
what you
new
eat.
there's
I
a
haven't.
movie coming out every week. So 6 months is forever in movie time.
See, I used to work at a
you're way
movie
too
theater.
nice, man. Way
I
too
used to
nice.
work at a movie theater, and the thing is that movie theaters, depending on how well the box office does, the standard time for theaters is about 3 to 4 months of a movie within theaters. So when you're approaching that 4th or 5th month on like the really popular movies, like the Marvel movies and stuff like that, there are still people that haven't seen the Marvel movie 5 months after it came out. and they're coming into the theater to see it for the first time. So we kind of, as a staff, we set ourselves that 6-month rule so that way we're not talking spoilers to customers who haven't seen it until it's already out of the theater. Like it's gone from theater
No,
viewership.
I think in the age of the internet, like 6 months is a lifetime.
Yeah.
I've managed to
for-
not see
for,
any
like,
sort of
movie
spoiler
spoilers.
stuff, and I'm not inactive on various mediums, but I don't know. I find that as long as you don't have your PLs of the world out there renaming all their stations and stuff, stuff
right.
hasn't been
I
spoiled for me in a
remember
minute.
That was awful, especially if you were in those alliances, and it's like, oh, you got to set your clone to this spoiler named station, and you have no choice unless you just want to be that guy that's not staged where everyone else is.
Well, I still remember when Force Awakens came out, and Goons, after Force Awakens was about to release, Goons literally sent out pings saying Minicom will ban you from Mumble if you give a spoiler. You'll be kicked from the Jabber channels if you give spoilers. Like they
I remember when the goons used to name their fucking structures the fucking spoilers for goddamn Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So they,
Well,
they
PLs
did
do
a
that
whole
shit.
180 on that.
Although the thing with
mean-
that is, like, sometimes the spoilers names they would put up there were trolls and they weren't actually real. So, like, I at least took that as like, well, maybe that happens or maybe it doesn't. And if you don't know, then it's not necessarily a spoiler, except for the fact that maybe this particular thing you know about might happen. I don't know.
See, I remember the first month that Force Awakens came out, I would hop into a Counter-Strike game, and the first thing said in the chat was, Han Solo dies. And then everyone would be like, God fucking damn
Yeah,
it.
I saw that one. I hated that. I saw that in a I think I was
I wa-
watching an LCS game.
I walked
on
out of the movie
Twitch,
theater and said that to people waiting in line.
all the chat started spamming that. I'm like, motherfucker, that better not fucking happen. And then it did, and I was really pissed.
I've not watched
Fucking
any
internet
of the
being
new Star Wars
assholes.
stuff.
You guys just spoiled it for CCP Darwin. He hasn't seen it yet.
Over 6
Way to
months,
go.
don't care.
It's been more than 6 months. All right, so
By the way, the Titanic sinks at the end.
God, what was that? What was that one
Spoilers.
meme I saw? Someone put
That's
in what was
bullshit.
it? I think it was in the
Why would you
Sinners
do that?
channel.
That's shitty.
They're like the Titanic. What do the Titanic and the Maple Leafs have in common? They both look good until they hit the ice. It's like, oh.
That's fantastic.
So we got a little bit of Eve news. Not a whole lot of Eve news.
I mean, not a lot.
It's a slow week.
Anybody do that Doctor Who shit?
I know Rain ran a bunch.
Shit.
We covered it on Theta Thursday. The idea of the Doctor Who thing was like the actual gameplay itself wasn't too terrible in my opinion, right? It was
It's
just
no different than any other.
They-
I was gonna say it was just a reskinned event, right? Which
Yeah.
It was-
in my mind it was like, okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
it was that, and
Mm.
then they added like
Yes, Rain,
abyssal
we do.
tiering to it. They added
Well, they
kind of
added
abyssal
Daleks.
tiering.
Darlex.
Yeah, fair.
Well, like beside the cosmetic
Dialects.
look of it, it's a pretty good event because it,
Are
as a new person, as a new player, because it teaches you like exploration. It teaches you how to use the market. It teaches you how to do industry, kind of, and then it teaches you combat, kind of. So it touches a lot
Sounds
of
like a
bases
very
for a new
informative
player.
event.
Yeah,
I'm
the problem
super
is
You need to
Oh.
get some skins.
Hello?
Oh,
I have two
Hello?
problems with it. Oh, hello.
Okay.
Who's
Hello?
this?
Hello?
Hello. How are you guys?
Hello. Can you hear me?
We're listening to Elby.
We're talking about the Doctor Who event. What do you think?
The
I like-
skins kick ass. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that.
the skins kick ass. The ones completed for points and the login rewards look like shit. But I like the event. I thought it was a good introduction to a variety of things. Some of it I felt probably could have been done better, but overall it wasn't the worst.
You're
So
so
solid
vanilla.
average.
That sounds
There you go.
vanilla. You don't sound chocolate at all. That's vanilla as fuck. Come on.
So I
No, I mean like it, cause like LB
You're
was
being too
saying, right?
nice.
It intros you to exploration, PvP, industry, like building or whatever. But it doesn't
Hello?
really, I don't know, like it's not like a tutorial or whatever. The way it scales makes it extra difficult, so it's obviously for older players as well.
So it doesn't really shove it in your face, but it gives you a good
Yeah.
sample of it. Okay.
I do like. At first, I hated
I love
the
shit shoved in my
filament thing
face.
because the filaments make it like the exploration filaments or the PvP filaments make it so you have to do it solo or with a friend. But at the same time, it also provides that immunity that normal exploration and PvE normally doesn't provide that safety net. So I do kind of like that. Like you can spawn it in Jita, low chance of getting probed down. I don't think you can probe them, and then you can go and like explore, and the only thing you're fighting against is the clock. So I do like that.
That sounds like an abyssal.
You know what I don't
One
like?
of the
Yeah, what were your two things, LB?
I don't like that it's a relic site because I get really super excited when I start scanning it down and it's a relic site, and then it turns out to be a Doctor Who fucking
Ah.
thing.
Can't hack the Daleks.
Well, like I don't get anything from it. Like the ISK value of a Doctor Who site is super low. It's only
Oh,
good for doing more Doctor Who stuff, right? Whereas I don't want that. I want intact armor plates. I want the payday.
You're doing the
want the
relic
good
sites
loot.
for the actual relic.
Yeah,
site
that's a good
stuff,
point.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. that
So
makes sense.
I'll go into a system and there'll be like 3 signatures. I'll be like, here we go. We're getting paid. Probes out, scan them all down, all Doctor Who sites. I just fucking log off and go play Bassmasters.
That's not true. You
Did
don't.
you
That's
No,
not
I-
true.
Last
He
night,
did for
last
like
night
2
I played it.
hours, and then he
I played it for 2 hours on stream, and then I was like,
Wasn't that
that's enough.
It was that bad, huh?
Did you just
Oh,
not catch
sorry.
any bass or?
No, I caught bass and I caught striped bass and I caught, what else did I catch? A snakehead,
Big ass bass.
a big ass bass, yeah. But then like it's so glitchy. The interface is so fucking weird, and it's a huge grind. Like a fishing
I just
pole
want to
costs
fucking fish, dude.
2,000 bass dollars, and I have to catch like X number of fucking bass before I have. It's just really
Oh man, if there was actual bass dollars, the fucking South would be so happy.
What's the conversion rate?
it's like 14 bass dollars to $1 American dollar.
Yeah, I keep looking on Steam for.
So it's better than
games.
Canadian dollars, huh?
And,
Better than
Close.
Fruit
It's
Buck.
close, yeah.
The thing I hate about Steam right now is all the games I look. One, I shouldn't be looking for games. I have tons of games that I haven't played.
Sure.
You
I
guys
mean,
should all do
I-
like a Dark Souls playthrough together. It'd
I
be so
can't
much
stand
fun.
Dark Souls.
Did you just
I
finish that
can't-
one?
I don't
can't
have
do
that.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
makes me
never
so mad.
touching that game based on
I
one
have
game.
a better idea.
I can't do any of those games. I
So-
Never in my
Fun.
life.
I
I
tried
just-
to play.
What
Dark-
about-
Okay, I have
user
a
stream.
game. I have a game.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
Maybe you probably won't like it.
Probably not.
You're not gonna
Let's hear
like it. You're not gonna like it.
Oh,
wow.
Never mind. Forget it.
Death Stranding.
Just tell us again.
No, it's a
User
game called
Ending, yes.
a
Let's
game
do
called
Stranding.
Ready or Not, and it's like a
Oh.
SWAT team simulator.
Shooter, yeah.
It's kind of like Rainbow Six. So like if you play it by yourself, you can just like tell your team like go to that door, kick it in, and shoot the bad guy. Or if you play it with multiple people, you can all like you're each a member of the SWAT team and you go through and shoot bad guys. It looks really good. It's super fun to play it by myself, but I don't have anybody to play it with.
Darwin, if you're fucking lying to us right now, I'm gonna be pissed. Because that
Fishing
was
minigame.
fishing
Oh,
minigame
no.
go
Fishing
over.
minigame
Even
Oh,
indeed.
God,
that'll
yeah.
bring
Why
back all
not?
the New World players.
Why not?
Right?
Yes, lying. What do you mean you're lying? No.
It's
You
too
need
late.
to go. Too late. This is canon.
But the
Hold
thing is, like,
on.
I
They
have
can
so many-
reuse.
I have a bunch of
Guys.
games that I bought and I haven't played yet. Like
Ish.
I haven't
We
played Final
have,
Fantasy
we have
14.
Doctor
I
Who
haven't
and
played.
Eve. Why can't we have a fishing minigame?
Fuck yeah. Why not?
They could
just
reuse
saying
the
that-
dust code where you like planetary bombarded, but instead you just like drop down and fish.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Red Dead 2. I have that. I played the beginning hour like 3
I'll
times.
do all my games.
We
for
should
fishing
all-
game and leave. I'll tell
We
you
should
that.
play our Red Dead Redemption 2 together, and then we can call our squad the Reverse Cowgirls as we ride around on horses and stuff.
Ah, yes.
Now, I'm not sure about any of you guys, but I'm pretty excited for Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
Daddy.
14 to. I'm ready for Final Fantasy
Yeah,
14 to
Daddy.
release in 4 days.
I'm ready for people to stop
4
talking about
days?
that
I
game,
thought-
but
didn't it already come out?
No, I don't like that game.
4 days until it goes for sale again.
I want to fucking fish and
Bro,
whale.
you're like a couple of years
Yeah.
behind.
Fish a whale from orbit. That would be fantastic.
The,
Darwin,
I also
come
have.
on.
I have Cyberpunk. I only played about an hour in that. Also, I didn't
Oh,
play very
don't
much.
bother. Don't bother with the
Everyone
rest.
said it was terrible, but I don't know.
Some
I
people
feel
liked
like
it.
It's not awful.
It's fun.
So the story
It's fun.
itself is fine, but the bugs and the plaguing issues
I mean,
of
I
that
only
game.
played like
No,
an
no,
hour,
no.
hour and a half,
The-
but I didn't
the
come across.
bugs
I come
make
across
the
one
game
bug.
funnier.
Punk, I fucking solved that motherfucker three
Bugs-
times. I'm not.
bugs
no,
make
no
the
bugs.
game funny.
Like I
It's
found,
great.
I only found a couple of bugs, and they were very small visual bugs that really didn't do anything to mess the game up.
I think most
One was a
most
bunch of
the
people. I opened
problems-
a bathroom stall, and I caught them like smoking in the bathroom stall. And they're like, "Hey, get out here!" And they're sitting there with like nothing in their fingers, but then they're like, like smoke clouds. I'm like, okay, whatever.
There's there
Smoking in
was
the
I
boys'
never
room?
saw that. That was weird.
some
I
of
didn't see
the some of the funny bugs were on Reddit when the game first came out, and I think one of them were cars. When they would spawn like 30,000 feet in the air, and they would just crash down and explode when they landed. And so it's just like the guy just walking in the middle of the street, watching all the explosions. Cool guy walking away from the explosions type deal. And then there was another one that caused cars to interact with street corners. So you turn a street and your car would like flip out of nowhere, turn upside down, it would go flying, whatever. And there was a guy somewhere, I would have to go and find the video, but there was a guy that flipped his car on a corner and it smashed down and killed a civilian. And then, GTA 5 level cops come around and start killing him. And he's like, "What? I didn't do anything wrong. It was the car. It wasn't me."
I think the funniest visual bug I had was there was this guy like just down in like the little like shopping area when you first get to where you can actually start playing, and this guy was sitting there and he had a gun equipped, but then he like he was just kind of standing there with a gun in his hand, but then he like pulled out some Chinese food, like a Chinese food box, and he started eating it. And he's supposed to be eating with chopsticks, but he never put his gun away. So he's basically sticking the gun barrel in the Chinese food and then putting the barrel in his mouth. And like, he was just like doing that. And all of a sudden he stops and like, I walk by him. He's like, "Something's wrong." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, there is something wrong. Stop eating with your gun." It's just like, that was kind of funny actually that a bug happened like that. But
I played the first 12 hours of the game on INN the second that it released. And I think the very first thing I encountered was during the story, you sit down in a diner in a bar, and there's a bodyguard right next to you, and he's eating a burger. And he just picks the burger up, and he doesn't like put it anywhere near his mouth. But you could see his mouth making the chewing motion, and then the burger just half of it disappears and slices in half.
yeah, little things like that I'm fine with. Like, I mean, some people
Like,
like it's
but they're-
immersion breaking. I'm like, not really.
There were some bugs that a lot of players experienced that caused that hysteria when the game first came out. There was a lot of problems between saves. There was
Yeah, that's
problems
the kind of bugs I would
between
hate.
applying a skill point into something and then it not saving, and then you don't get the skill point back, so you don't really progress anything.
Yeah,
You know,
I
Haven't they probably like patched a lot of that shit by now though?
I bet they have.
So they have patched a lot, but
Like this would be
there's,
the best time to play, not when it dropped.
Well, it actually. So I've tried to keep up with it because I am a big CD Projekt Red fan, and they have fixed a lot of the game breaking bugs. There is still a lot of them in the later game. When you reach like hour 70, hour 80 of the story, it's still there. You'll encounter more of the bugs as you go on. They're just slowly finishing the game itself, and then hopefully once that's done, DLC content will start coming out. A lot of that anger and hype around the game was a lot due to the fact that they kept delaying it, and then it got to the point where the investors in the company were like, "Hey, you're going to release this game like next week or we're pulling all of our investments." And at that point they just had no choice.
Yeah, also Chill, the guy in chat on Darwin, he doesn't actually work with that part of the game anyway. He's on the art, or
I saw it as an
he's on
opportunity.
the art team. So
That's right. Darwin, where's my alliance skins? I do have to ask. Please, thank you. Bring it.
yeah, so I don't know. I feel like yeah, game breaking bugs like quests not working and stuff like I heard that was a thing that I would have an issue with. But yeah, like little tiny visual bugs, whatever. I mean,
No,
I saw a guy
they're visual
typing.
bugs.
There was no keyboard, but it was making a bunch of clacking sounds. Like I'm like, whatever. Hold on. Wait, there it is. Couldn't find the channel. Do we want to do the community beat thing real quick? Or
I haven't
we're
actually
still
watched it.
we're still on the Doctor Who thing though.
Darlix.
Oh, are we? That shit's so hard.
Darlix.
What do we do?
Wait,
Did
they
we-
said it was newbie friendly. What are you talking
Did we secure
Oh
the
no,
newbie?
that shit is hard.
Depends what level you get to, right? Like the higher tiers combat sites are more difficult.
Do you have to go up the higher tier, or does it just make the grind
Nope,
quicker?
you can just hang out in the lower ones.
Well, that's something.
It's really not. The lower ones are nothing.
I mean, if you still get to the end of the thing and get all the skins or whatever, then it's something, right? Isn't that what all the kids
That's
want
what
these
you're in it
days?
for, yeah.
Well, and the scarves and shit, but I didn't do any of it personally. Is it still
I think
going
the
on?
scarf comes from a pack. Like you have to buy it.
Ah. All the cute kids and their scarves and their money.
Scarf was solid.
It's been really fun doing the
Did you get
combat
one?
elements though.
No, I haven't.
Been doing those things nonstop since they came out.
Combat filaments?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The Doctor Who ones.
Yeah, the Doctor Who ones.
I guess I hadn't tried any yet. I didn't know there was combat filaments.
Yeah, so the way it works is you go out and you scan down a relic site, which is a Doctor Who site. You do that and you get certain materials to build a filament. When you do a low tier exploration filament, you go in and you have 30 minutes to hack like 7 cans. And they give you more materials to build other filaments. So you gather these materials, you gather blueprints, you build higher tier filaments, and they get harder and harder as you go up until you can build a combat filament, and then you can start going in and doing combat against Daleks and fucking saucers and
Cylons.
Martians and whatever the
Are there
fuck
also
else is in there.
players?
No, it's just you.
No, no.
Oh,
It's you or you and a friend.
okay.
You and a
If-
friend and the
if you have
Dalek
friends
Menace,
that are
and it's
okay.
actually fun.
Why is Ray
Dalek
not
Menace.
listening to us? What the fuck, Rain? Damn it.
She said there was too much sausage in this fest, and
Yeah.
she wasn't about it.
Too much meat for her fucking
For tiny vagina.
small vagina. right?
I was hoping he was ready with it.
It's intimidating, dude. I have a tiny vagina. Okay.
Oh, I love Rain so much.
Wow.
Drink to it.
Fuck yeah, I'll drink to it too. Fuck yeah.
Are
Rain
we
or tiny
cheersing
vagina.
tiny vaginas?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
Rain-
Medical condition.
Tiny vaginas.
You know,
For the
we
cure.
should.
We should drink, drink to awareness.
We should
Drink
also.
it for the cure.
And you know, if you don't want to cheers to that, you gotta. Never mind.
So I
Go
kind
ahead,
of.
go ahead, guys.
I've been looking to make a bet with someone, and I'm trying to find someone who's gonna take it, but I'm not.
I'm not looking
sure
at
if
your
anyone.
tiny vagina.
No, it's not that.
I'm in.
Um,
What's the bet?
So, have you guys heard about the When We Were Young festival that's happening in Vegas? next year?
Freelancer
Yeah.
was posting that
All
in the
of the-
Discord here.
Yeah. So here's what today the tickets went on sale, and within
$300
$300, and that's just for
for
general
bands that
admission.
suck.
Well,
Some
it's
of them
got
are
My
good.
Chemical Romance and Paramore. I was like, did Delana actually make this lineup? Did she-
This is
So-
This is
Delana's
Delana's
concert.
So the thing is, within an hour, the tickets sold out, right? And then within 15
sold out?
minutes, yeah. So within,
Scalpers.
hold on, wait. Here's the thing: within 15 minutes of the tickets selling out, they sent like a message to all the pre-salers that haven't gotten tickets already, and they're like, "Oh, guess what? We're announcing day 2 of the festival. Buy your tickets now." And then-
Fantastic.
And then that portion, day 2, sold out within 2 hours. So
So did they give the
Oh,
actual lineups then of who's going to be on what day?
they're actually all bands are going to be playing on both days. It's going to be the
Is this-
same
Is this gonna be
lineup.
like
at the same
another
time.
fire festival?
Is this the what festival?
Is this
Fire
another
Festival.
fire festival?
Warped
So
Tour, dude, Warped
no,
Tour.
the bet here is that it's going to turn into Travis Scott Astro Festival 2.0.
No, it won't. All those people are way too old to rush the stage.
This is true.
Where is
No,
that
you're not
image
wrong.
she posted with all the oh, there it is.
And
Like,
most
I
of them
know a
have
bunch of-
kids,
I
so
know a
they'll
handful of
protect
these,
the
but not
younger
all of
people
them.
that are there.
Yeah, they're gonna want a
Oh,
seat.
someone
like a
please
chair.
think of the children.
Oh my god, I can just imagine a
So I'm
bunch
just
of
wondering, like,
boomers
I'm just
Sitting in
surprised that all
lawn
these
chairs,
bands are still.
shaking their fists to Paramore.
I'm just surprised that all these bands. Like, I thought like a lot of these are just. broken
Well,
up
I
and
think
went off their own way.
the only band that hasn't out of all the bands that are playing, there's only like 3 of them that haven't had a new album in the past 5 years.
Yeah,
System
some of them
of a
have
Down
changed
on
so
there?
much though. But then again, like there's a lot of bands where that you think like, oh, they've been done for a long time, and weird things like on Spotify. I've been looking at a few bands, and I'll see like, oh, I remember them, and I was like, I figured like, oh, mid 2000s, maybe 2010 is like, they haven't done anything since then. And then you look like, oh no, they put an album out last year. What the fuck?
No, yeah, even Avril Lavigne is coming out with a new album this year. Like it's
I know
all of
Get
these
it.
was
bands.
down for a while.
Don't you threaten me?
She
Get
had
it, you
Lyme's disease,
Canadian.
So she almost died, and then she came back, and her sound is like more. I don't want to say
did she
diva-ish,
become
but
like a
it's not
born
like high
again
school
Christian?
punk. Yeah, she was pretty Christian. Well, because she almost died, and so she kind of like, I don't know if she
Well,
found
like,
religion
found
or just
some
became
God.
more religious. And then,
Yeah,
she just-
How
got
did she
that
almost
vibe.
die? Was there a
she had
skateboarding
Lyme's
accident?
disease. Lyme's disease.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the skateboarding accident.
Skateboarding
Yeah, I just
accident.
know she married the dude from
No,
Sum
she
41
had
like
Lyme
a
disease.
million
She
years
almost
ago.
Say
died,
that.
and then she was like in
I
recovery.
thought
for,
she
like,
married
3
the
years
guy
or
from
something.
Nickelback, didn't she?
She
No, dude, Sum 41.
guy from Nickelback, and then they got
Yeah,
divorced.
she might have. But,
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was married to 2 like musician peoples? Because I know she
I
married
mean-
the dude from Sum 41 like when
I
we
mean,
were young.
she's in that
Oh, so
industry.
one, you're saying.
Sure, I just
imagine,
didn't
like,
know.
Just one,
They don't.
not 2.
They don't date outside that circle.
Blink 182. I don't know.
Look at
I don't know
this
if anybody from Nickelback can be
photograph.
called a musician. I don't think that's fair.
Look at this graph.
I hope I ruined everyone's night.
God, I used that for like a. It almost seemed like an obituary or not, like a eulogy
Obituary.
video for Dirk, and then like he was back 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
He loved that song, didn't he? Forgot about
Oh,
that.
that's rough.
It happens.
See,
What do you
what's really funny is Jaden, as he's referred to, or JXDN. He's
Will
one of
Smith's
the
kid.
he's
No idea.
new. He's new. He's literally the only person in that lineup that is a new singer-songwriter.
Sometime around the same time as Black Sabbath.
No. More like he blew up on TikTok in like 2018.
Oh, so right after Black Sabbath.
Right after Black Sabbath.
For you.
Actually, the anniversary for the bat biting incident was just a couple days ago.
I don't know. I'm
Welcome back in
interested.
Texas again?
That was
he-
in Iowa.
He's actually somebody
That
that
happened in
I'm-
Iowa?
It happened in Des Moines, Iowa.
it
Yeah,
was-
vets.
The bat thing was at the Alamo in Texas.
No, he pissed on the Alamo and they got fucking banned from Texas.
Yeah,
For,
I think that was also a thing, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
that
you
was
wanna-
in Iowa.
You want to talk old school? My dad went to see an Aerosmith concert back when Guns N' Roses
Dude,
was
I
open.
saw that same fucking tour. Fuck you.
I took my mom to Aerosmith and Lenny Kravitz, whatever year that was.
My phone. I saw that same tour.
My-
No,
And they were
see, my
great.
dad,
Guns
my
N'
dad
Roses
saw
was
the show.
backstage that fucking tour. Guns N'
My-
Roses was so bad. They fucking were drunk and fell all over stage. And I knew somebody who worked there. I got backstage and they were assholes.
No, it
first-
was during that tour that they started blowing up, and by the time that they got to Philly, which
Assholes
is where
in
my
rock and
dads are
roll?
from,
Weird, yeah. Actually,
Unheard
was
of.
my dad, when he went to see them, Aerosmith actually got booed off the stage because people only wanted Guns N' Roses.
That's sad because
I
the
was at
opposite
a
in
concert
Iowa.
similar to that. I was at a. It was a Godsmack Metallica concert, and the opening band didn't show up, so that was like the first bad news. So Godsmack had to open, and
I
basically
love
everyone was there
Godsmack.
for Metallica, so everyone was just. At the time,
Godsmack is good though. I like that.
this
song.
was back.
I'm
this is,
rare,
way back.
maybe,
This is, like,
but I don't
old,
care for
old
Metallica.
Godsmack. Like back, like I think it was like right after their
Bite your
second album
tongue.
just came out, so they were playing a lot of their first album stuff, and I liked Godsmack
Bite
a
your
lot.
tongue.
So like they start up, and I like start jumping, I'm like yeah. And I look around, I'm like everyone's just no one's even bobbing their head. Everyone's just standing there like a statue. I'm like, the fuck is the matter? You guys paid $80
Godsmack.
for this.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
Fun, motherfuckers. Even if you've never heard of them, have some
Yeah,
fucking fun.
and like eventually, Godsmack only played like 4 songs, and then they just left because they're like, "Fuck you
Wow.
guys." They're like, if you guys don't want to see us, we're out. They left, and then Metallica came up, and Metallica was all right. They were pretty good, but again, everyone just stood there. I'm like, why didn't you all get fucking seats? Seats are right there. What are you doing
don't
on the
worry,
mosh pit
so-
floor if you're gonna stand there and just
I-
look?
Damn. Yeah.
I went to the mosh
Idiots.
pit. I went to the mosh pit for the 2019 Blink 182 not really reunion, but tour for the 20th anniversary of Enema of the State. And the problem was is that entire concert was ruined because they did a joint tour with Lil Wayne. And
It doesn't
What you
make
got
any
against
sense to me.
Wheezy?
That's a weird mashup.
So I'll tell you what, I once saw Led Zeppelin play the Doors songs. So there
That's
you
pretty
go.
cool.
I hope Rain's
I
trolling.
remember my mother getting me
She's
the
fucking
Enema of the
trolling.
State
Oh my
album.
god, you!
I was like,
How
there
can
ain't
you
no
not
fucking way.
tell?
Different.
How can you? Rain is not
She
that
can't be.
stupid.
No,
Are you sure?
no.
What's going on?
Oh, she was pretending.
Oh.
She's like,
She's
what?
not here to
What's
defend
a
herself.
fight
She
club?
was. She was only pretending to be stupid.
Oh no! I should have seen it the whole time. I was pretending to not
Lost
know
my
that she
trust.
was pretending.
Oh yeah,
I-
bitch
I
tits.
was
That's right.
pretending
Yeah.
to fall for your troll.
Yeah,
Pretending.
That sounds good. That
That works.
That-
That
that's the
fucking
reverse
tracks, actually.
troll.
That
That's
tracks.
the reverse troll.
Where'd Helpy go? He disappeared on us.
had like the concert. My first. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no, he
My
didn't.
first
There he is.
concert. I was
There
in
he
high
is.
school, and it was like Linkin Park's like first
That
tour.
was weird, dude.
I had to get
Elby
beer.
was like, fooled you.
I saw a concert last week.
What was it?
I haven't seen a concert in so long.
It was
Same.
Fuser Fest,
Fuser Fest.
What is that?
not familiar with
DJed
that
by none other than our friend Manic Velocity.
I take it back. I saw a concert in
What?
October.
Why
I
did I
saw,
invite
I
this?
saw Loud Luxury. So I saw Loud Luxury in October in Vegas. Before that, I hadn't seen one since the Head to Head tour,
I saw.
which was Head PE and Mushroom Head, and that was like 8 years prior. I think.
saw a
I saw.
fucking.
I saw Vlad Cetus in Las Vegas doing.
That's a
some-
fucking
some of
concert.
his death metal.
That's
it was
great
a hell of
stuff,
a
right?
show.
Yeah, yeah. I saw what is it? What the fuck's the name of them? Some Danish fucking like weird metal band. Sabaton. I saw them in Madison, Wisconsin.
Ooh, really? Were they
That's a
good?
metal
They were
boot.
fucking good. Yeah, I was impressed.
Did they play Winged Hussars, or is that a newer one?
I don't know.
I want to say I've heard of Sabaton.
You don't remember much of
Yeah,
it,
I
do you?
never heard of them. Well, my kids.
You know where you
wanted to
were?
go to
You have
it.
an alibi, but you don't know what happened.
My kids wanted to go to it, so I had to go to it with them, and I was impressed. They were fucking
I
good.
don't know if I want to say I've heard of Sabaton. It sounds familiar, but I could be thinking
think I've
like
heard of them.
like Black
I don't know if
Sabbath,
I've
or I
heard
could be
of
thinking
them.
like
No.
Sepultura or something.
They're like a Danish like
I
death
don't
metal,
know any music by
kinda,
them,
not
but I-
death metal, but like historical rock metal. It's weird.
Yeah, they sing songs, but all their songs are written around like historical events.
yeah, they all
Like they
a
have
story.
ones.
That's
It's like
interesting.
the one had called Ghost Division, which is about like World War
Call of
II
Duty.
German.
They're
fucking
kind of like
unit.
the modern day fucking Iron
Call of
Maiden.
Duty.
They're
They
fucking
wrote a
Iron
song
Maiden.
called "Winged Hussars" about the Polish Winged Hussars and like
When you do need more
1600s.
whiskey, get it
Yeah.
right now. So the
They
band,
sound pretty cool
I introduced
without it.
Drayden to it a couple weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards.
I
Fuck, they're
don't remember what
Dude,
it sounds like.
One of my coworkers told me about these people.
fuck, they're awesome.
November. What's
He
up, man?
believes the same thing.
These guys are fucking awesome.
What's up, dude?
I think that might be like his
Remember,
favorite
join
band.
us. Everybody else is.
Yeah, we got like half the people in the channel in here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, they're an Australian band from Melbourne. They put out like 3 albums a year, and every album's a different like style. They're like actual musicians. There's like 7 or 8 guys in the band, and it's fucking good. I love it. They have 2 drummers that played in sync with each other. It's fucking amazing. Yeah.
Are they twins?
Like,
No,
What was,
they're
uh,
weird
that
looking
would've been cool,
fuckers.
though.
Yeah.
One of the funny things was when I saw
Bye,
21 Pilots. I saw
like to see
21
them.
Pilots one year, and Josh Dunn had a drum battle with himself. And it sounds weird, but it was kind of like, one of it was a pre-recording thing of him, and then him doing it live. It was staged because it's a show, but it was still fucking awesome.
I
And
was gonna
it-
say, what are you gonna do? Just like sit there and play drums and then play drums again? Like that's just taking shit
No,
breaks.
so it was kind of like a hologram thing of him, and he had a drum battle like against himself, and it was pretty funny because at the end the hologram, his fucking head blew off because the real version of him won.
That sounds like he cheated.
Years ago,
He sounds like a douchebag.
Metallica did a fucking drum like what do you call it, duel between the drummer and James Hetfield, and Hetfield was really fucking good. Yeah,
Is he? Like,
yeah, like really good, like professional level.
I mean,
good.
like,
I was impressed.
Lars is a good drummer, but I don't think when I think of like spectacular drummers, Lars does not come to mind.
Oh, I think so.
Really?
He kind of fucking made the double bass thing a thing.
I think one of the best drummers I ever heard is Joey. Well, now he's dead, but
From Friends?
No, Joey from Slipknot.
Just
God, I forget his last name. It escapes me, but yeah,
Breck-
Joey, the
Breckenridge
original
or
drummer
something.
from Slipknot. Fuck, he was so good.
The original one or the second one?
Unbelievably good.
The second drummer, right? The one that just died?
No,
Wasn't
he
he
was
the
the
second-
he was the first drummer. He was the original drummer he was the drummer from the
Are
first.
they on,
until,
the
like,
third drummer now?
No, they're the second drummer. So the guy that replaced Joey is still there.
He is. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now, when Joey left, because it was after the fourth
That was the
album.
third one, yeah.
Joey was the drummer through the fourth album, and then after that, they had a. It's kind of unfortunate.
I remember we hashed this out, actually.
He had an episode on
talk
stage
about
where he
this
just
before.
went limp, and so they had to carry him off stage.
Had some
and
sort
they
of
thought
health
he had-
thing. They thought it was drugs.
They thought he would relapse into a bunch of drugs, but it
No,
was
it
actually he
turns
had
out he
like
had disease,
he had like
yeah.
a really severe form of like multiple sclerosis, and he basically went like paralysis, like lower
he stuck
body
needles in his
paralysis and
toes.
stuff, and he basically kept that from the band, didn't let them know that he had MS, and so they thought he had a drug relapse, and they kicked him out of the band through an email, and yeah, so that was kind of shitty, but
I remember us hashing through all this.
yeah,
did.
fuck,
Because
he was
I know
excellent.
what's his face is the guy, the guitarist or the bassist is his
Paul
wife.
Gray
I know.
died as well. He was the first one to die.
I used
Well,
to
did you
make
hear
drugs for his
they,
ex-wife.
Red Hot Chili Peppers just got their original drummer back, and they're going on tour this year.
Chad Smith?
Yeah, I think it's
Will
John
Ferrell? Is it Will
somebody.
Ferrell?
Chad Smith.
It's Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
It is Will Ferrell.
But they got their original guitarists back, and they're going on tour, and I
John
got tickets
Frusciante?
to see them.
Is that who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
John Frusciante. Yeah.
I thought
he's
you said
back.
drummer a moment ago, and I was like,
No, my brain not working.
You did
John
say drummer.
Frusciante is a talent.
Did I say drummer? Yeah. I meant
did.
guitarist. I meant
Oh.
guitarist.
I was like, I don't know who that is, and I don't
Drummer
feel
is Chad
terrible about
Smith.
it. But
Yeah,
But John
so
Frusciante is
Chad
a
Smith, him
phenomenal
and Will Ferrell,
guitarist.
they look alike, and they actually
They
had
do.
a drum duel
That
off on
drum
like
duel was fucking
I
fantastic.
remember that.
Yes, that was
like,
awesome.
let's
It
say
was
a
on-
Fallon or something.
I think it was
One
on
of
Jimmy
those.
Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, something like that. It was on a
Right.
show.
It was good. I remember that.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the beat.
Community beat.
How do you like that transition?
Oh,
Pretty
right.
alright.
Eve topics.
So everyone tries to
You-
like smooth
you're learning
transitions.
from
I'm
the
just
best.
I'm just like halt the show, slam it in your face. That's how-
What?
I like it. It's good. It's good.
LB
Yeah,
LB has
something
been
about
teaching
slamming
you
your
well.
face. Sometimes it's nice to have some.
You need to go to the redhotchilipeppers.com and watch their fucking video of announcing their tour. It's hilarious.
Fair enough. Have you guys seen the trailer for the Foo Fighters movie?
No, I'm not.
There's a movie coming out by the Foo Fighters.
Hello, CCP Darwin. You are very, very
Snap.
dangerous coming in here, but that's okay.
I figure I can not talk about Eve as well on.
Oh, I
How
was
dare
like,
you, sir? How dare you, sir?
Nobody else is.
Damn.
I was like,
Oh, damn.
I thought you were talking. He was in chat. I was like, wait, he's actually coming. Did you get permission?
I was hoping we were going back to Eve.
Did you get written?
No permission, no
You didn't
Eve
get a
talk.
permission slip?
That's the
This
deal.
is not an
Yeah,
Eve
we're
show.
Not, we're not
Yeah,
talking
we're
about
not
Eve, so
show.
he's joining as a friend of the show.
All right, you might want to throw your disclaimer out again. Like your thoughts are your own; they do not reflect CCP. Blah blah blah.
No, my thoughts are not CCPs. They're not my own, and they're not reflecting reality.
They're from
either.
the ether. There we
They're
go.
not your own. Oh, that's crazy, dude.
CCP Darwin is a puppet of an ulterior
That's
life form.
bullshit. I fucking
Perfect.
took acid earlier.
He's
Don't
an
tell
onion.
me
I
that
do
shit.
what
Got
I
many
do what
layers.
my phone and Reddit tell me to do.
There we go. Perfect. You can't
That's
go
right.
wrong there.
Don't we all do that?
It's hard to kick in.
They
dude. That's-
they're programmed to know
Our
you.
phones dictate our lives.
That's bullshit. That's not fair.
I can quit whenever I want.
No, you
I
can't.
mean, I say that.
I know I can't.
No, I can say
I
that
couldn't-
about a lot
I
of things and be honest, but when it comes to the phone, I don't know. I've gone into places where it's like, what was it? When I was up in Colorado hiking on that mountain, we were at the cabin thing that we were renting. I mean, it's more than a cabin. It like had all the amenities and stuff.
What are you talking
Just brag about
But
it.
it didn't
Yeah, go ahead.
have
the amenities.
Wi-Fi, and it didn't have any cell phone signal up there. So I was like,
The
cut
nerve.
off.
So you had
Yeah,
none of
Cabin
the
in the woods, this phenomenal cabin in the woods that had
I-
everything,
yeah.
but
Well,
no
no,
Wi-Fi.
it was kind of like a resort thing, but like, I mean, like, if I went to the main lodge, they had Wi-Fi, so like I was able to send some pictures and updates here and there. But like, it was kind of like what
All right,
spending like the
all
whole-
right, Scrooge McDuck. That's a great story.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
saying.
good.
Trying to, like,
spending
live
so much
stream
time
your
with it,
way
like,
through this
not being able to
resort.
just pull your phone out and use it. It's like fuck. Ah.
He's trying to
What are the
really
memes for the day?
normal people, right? Yeah.
I'm dying.
That's what they call a dependency.
Oh man, I'm so phone dependent.
What?
Community beat. What's Eve Pandora?
CMT
What is that?
Smelby.
Okay, I have
Community
to. I actually want to talk about this Eve Pandora website.
I knew you
Because-
What
would.
is that?
This fascinated me when I saw it because I had never heard of this site before. I thought it was a new thing. I thought it was.
We had talked
brand
about
new.
it once on the show before.
Really?
It was so long ago, I don't remember.
Like, so basically, what it is, it's player-made PVE missions.
That sounds cool.
What?
And so, but it's like it's a third-party website. And so according to the website, why I was so surprised to see this, because I had never heard of it, the website says it's been in operation since like 2006. And so it got me thinking. I went down this kind of like mental rabbit hole of player made content in other player made missions or quests or whatever you want to call them, so to speak, in other MMOs, because other MMOs have done this
quests and
where
other
like
games.
they make it part of the game where players can create their own missions or quests for other players to run. And so it's literally player designed content. And it got me like, this should be in Eve. This could almost fix the PvE problem that Eve
That'd be
has,
fun.
where
Like, it could
yeah,
almost be like
like-
contracts, like
why I feel like Peter Griffin, why are we not funding this? Like this seems like a no-brainer.
It could also.
It's
I mean,
not,
like,
but
now
it's
you
not
could-
just. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying, it doesn't have to like even necessarily be PvP or things like that. It could just be like some of the logistics missions. Imagine like instead of having to hire now, Red Frog would hate it. You know, Red Frog hates this. Whoa, like me.
And so, yeah,
But
sorry,
it's like
go ahead.
what if it's like, oh man, we need a bunch of ships for our thing, like, and you could just make a mission in the game saying, hey, bring this many of these guns to this station. Boom. And then
Yeah,
you could like
and
you could
that's-
have
that's
like
kind of
quick
the-
PvE missions to like supply yourself with the stuff you need for campaigns and stuff.
and that's what contracts do now, right?
Right, but this would be easier to
you
farm.
can make like courier contracts, but
Sure.
like imagine like if you could build custom missions for your court mates or your alliance mates with like custom NPC arrangements, and maybe
I
was-
feel like it would break the Eve game engine more than it would help, honestly.
and
Like, it's
So,
a
and
great
I can't speak
idea.
to that. I the more I thought about it, the more I loved this idea, and like I said, this could potentially fix Eve's PvE problem.
This site's fucking fantastic.
The-
I've never heard of it either.
I've
That's
never
pretty
Wrong
neat.
with Eve's PvE.
Oh, we have CCP Darwin here.
I've never seen anything like this. I had no idea this existed. And the funny thing about it, well, my first reaction is, what if you had player-driven missions that were all about collecting stuff and going to turn them in and so on? Then you got somebody on the other end who is taking advantage of all of it and is like,
Actually
raking in the
interacting
money.
with the economy and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So instead of paying someone to haul your shit, they're actually doing it for you for the good of the cause.
Well, instead of being in an alliance and following orders, you're doing missions for somebody on a website,
That's right.
and you have no idea what the big picture is.
that's
What
true.
if I
There's
like
a big picture that is not visible to you.
Yeah,
You could be funding the enemy.
But at the
You
same
don't even know.
time, like I feel like that's kind
Oh,
of
that's
how
some
a lot of
secret-
missions
that's
are. You
some
So
don't
we've
get the
determined
notification,
Goons
you
is
just get
behind
the,
it all.
Hey,
I
I
think,
need this. And it's like,
that
why didn't
adds
you
to the sandbox nature. I think that enhances the sandbox
Fuck
nature of
yeah.
the game.
Having
Like,
There's a-
yeah, you
there's a
take on a
PvP
contract. You don't know who the contract. You play it like I don't know, like an outlaw or something. You get a contract, you don't necessarily know who the contract's from. Oh, twist ending at the end of the movie, the twist, you knew the bad guy all along and you were helping him, and like, oh my god, I love this idea.
Right. I'm looking at this website like, who are these people and what exactly are their motivations?
How did I fucking get to negative 5.94? That's bullshit.
See, having the fog of war within Eve and having less, I feel like one of the things Blackout was terrible, and we all know that. But bear with this idea here: the fog of war.
I
Was it?
liked Blackout.
I
The-
had
I
fun.
love Blackout.
It's a
I love
controversial view
Blackout.
there.
I'm
It's a
Blackout was
controversial.
amazing.
I'm
Wish
glad-
it had stayed. In
I
some
It's a
form.
controversial thing.
I
but
love Mifune. Mifune
but-
goes to make his point, and we all just
We're all just like,
jump
fuck
on
know.
it.
no.
but-
I will
wrong.
say, I will say
But-
that I don't think it was a sustainable thing, and it going long term probably would have been really bad. But I really did have fun while it did. While it
I
was
did
there.
too.
But I think
I'm a nullsec dude. Dude, my phone. How did you not have fun with that? That was fun.
He's a clown. He was trying to rope him on.
So during
wasn't.
Blackout, no, I memed on Blackout by injecting Plex, buying a Dread, and I gated it from 1DQ all the way to Pravi block staging.
And you say you didn't have a good time?
Soul.
You didn't
Well,
have
I
fun?
didn't- I didn't
Sounds like
encounter-
fun.
I was the biggest bait Dread there ever was, and I didn't encounter
No,
a
certainly
single
not.
soul in my entire 45 jump journey.
I didn't try to
No,
bait.
I didn't have fun.
I went on the offensive. I just
Should've
took
gone to low
a.
sec, dude.
Yeah,
Here's
you
the
would've had a
thing,
lot of
you
fun.
don't take the
But-
cloaky recons. You take the other recons, the combat recons, because
The D-scan ones.
yeah, the D-scan immune ones.
Yeah.
Because basically you don't need a cloak, and they're better in combat because you don't have to like waste all the time with the cloak and stuff fitting it. You can just put all. So I ran around in a curse. And it's like, as long as they don't see, like, physically or on the gate and see me come through, I might as well be cloaked. And, then you could go hunting around with that shit. I had a blast. I loved
I did Cloaky Loki.
Yeah,
See,
you just go
one of
find a
the-
wormhole into some other region, and you just, then you scout it out, and then you come back, get your whatever ship, and you go out through it, and just
But-
go fucking roaming. It was great.
Imagine this, and I know CCP Darwin can't say anything because he'd be revealing too much if he did, but I have a theory. In combination with what the CCP said on the Winter Dev vlog and what CCP said during the podcast with Swift and Rattati last week,
I'm really fucked up.
that honestly, this whole dynamic system that's the pattern that CCP is switching to. One of the things that players have actually been begging for is a Sov revamp and Fozzie Sov being changed. Things like the TCU getting thrown out the fucking window.
You're talking about
right?
Aegis stuff?
What do you mean? No.
Was it Phoebe?
No, it was
It was
Rattati.
Aegis
It was
stuff.
Aegis. It
Or
was
Aegis.
Aegis.
Aegis was
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that. Dominion was before
Oh,
that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I only joined right after Fozzie Sov kind of was a thing. So
Talking about Aegis stuff, right?
Yeah. So basically that, but what about this, right? Mix in some Fog of War stuff.
He doesn't
in
get
there.
it.
Oh, hold on. Mix in some Fog of War. Make it so that when you ref a structure or you ref an iHub, it doesn't tell you when it comes out of ref right away. It tells you like an hour or two before it comes out of ref. And then
I missed Dominion
Hey.
Sov.
everybody misses Dominion Sov, but it
No,
needed
they
to change.
fucking don't.
But at the time,
I
everyone
do. I
hated.
miss it.
Everyone hated Dominion. Everyone shit talked about how
Dominion
bad
sucked.
Dominion Sov was,
And
then
everybody
now
shit
Love
talks-
Dominion Sov.
Now everyone's like
everybody
nostalgia
shit
about
talks
Dominion
Fozzie
Sov.
Sov.
Like, do you remember putting SBUs on every fucking?
Yes,
game? You
I
have to guard
fucking
those
love
goddamn
that shit.
things. It
I
was a
remember
nightmare
grinding
trying to-
SBUs in a
was
fucking
fun.
stealth bomber
It was
for
a
hours for
nightmare
no
trying to
fucking
take
reason.
one system
love
with
it.
Dominion
Ridiculous.
Sov.
Was the worst.
And you're
Pos Sov
telling
was
me-
way worse than Dominion.
Hold up, you're telling me that Fozzie Sov is in cancer to take one system?
Aegis Sov.
You're talking about Aegis stuff, right?
Yes.
Aegis Sov, yes.
Fozzie Sov is in a better place than it was before. It's not perfect, but it's the best Sov system we've had so far.
Yes, but it needs to get rid of the TCU. It's fucking useless.
Which Sov are you
I'd
even
agree.
talking
Why
mean,
about?
why not instead of getting rid of the TCU, you change the function of the TCU?
Bring the SBUs back and we fucking
Make it actually control the
Fun.
territory.
Yeah.
Make it so that you can't play Citadels in system unless you have
Manic,
any
why are you
TCU.
laughing at us?
Yeah.
No, you've got to have
Yes.
offensive citadels.
Why is
No,
Manic laughing?
no.
No, the way
These
it's
are
anchoring
pods.
Those are
Citadel.
called fobs, dude. I
Those
just
are
have
called-
one
those are
question
called-
for CCP Darwin. Darwin, earlier when you joined, you said your thoughts weren't your own. Who is controlling you?
That's part of the
Do
mystery.
you
Don't
need
ruin it.
help?
Blink
find
twice
out
if
if
you
you go
use
to
yes.
East Pandora.
He's contractually bound not to say who is controlling him.
Right.
So there's a contract.
Yeah.
But it's
Could
one of those
be
like devil
epandora.com.
contracts.
You have no
It's
idea.
yeah, Eve Pandora.
Where he
You
gets
have to
like
go
a
there
golden
and like,
violet.
run
Wait
the
a
mission
second.
arc
No,
to
no, no,
find
no,
out
no.
who's controlling Darwin.
No. The
What if-
person
what
behind
if
Eve
Eve
Pandora
Pandora-
is
what if-
not controlling Darwin.
What if Eve Pandora?
You don't
is
know
just
that.
An,
Don't
an
know that, though.
ARG run by CCP Darwin.
Oh my god, I don't know that. That's
How
the
is Eve
thing. I
Pandora?
don't know that it's not.
It's
Dude,
a
Am I missing
You
we
something?
can't,
piped up
we
and you
can't prove
talked
that
about.
it's not.
Never mind.
It's a third party mission.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Who is?
Oh yeah. So we never did a shot for it.
That's
Now
me,
that it's
though,
not the
for-
opening
yeah.
shot, so we can do a shot.
It's
Eve-
for it.
mid-show, so we can do our
Okay.
And I
death
just
shots.
poured a new drink. We
It
can
is
do a death
sad.
shot now.
Those are called
Yeah,
Are we
segways.
two? 'Cause-
Our weekly celebrity death shot.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And
This-
Louis
It's
Anderson
sad.
died too.
It's
Louis
really
Anderson.
sad.
Louis
We
Everybody
got a
was
twofer
out.
this week. We got a
And
twofer.
Louis Anderson.
I don't know
Louis
who
Anderson.
Louis Anderson was.
He died.
Comedian.
Big
He was a
fat
comedian.
comic.
Yeah, he did.
Louis,
I think he did
Anderson.
game show hosting for a bit too as well, but I might be off on that.
That's the.
That's
not-
usually the career path
soon
for
I'll
someone.
move up
For
to
some of them.
lettuce, and that's when the big
Okay,
bucks
I'm
start
trying to
rolling
think.
in.
It's
Dude,
not-
apparently it's super cushy.
It's not
Easy.
Enrique Iglesias.
have to
but
travel
the,
anymore.
Fucking Louis
what's the
Anderson's
fluffy guy?
amazing. I didn't know he died. That sucks. I love that guy.
Family Feud, I think that's right.
He did Family Feud for a while, but he was
Yeah.
famous for all kinds of stand up before, from back in
Yeah,
the 80s.
I remember.
And stuff. He was great. Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Look at a
remember
cartoon
live.
too.
Some
There was a
cartoon,
cartoon,
exactly.
Yeah,
There
the
was,
Louis
yeah.
Anderson show.
He's funny. I love that dude.
Life with Louis?
He was great in Coming to America.
Louis.
Did he work at the Whack Arnold's? Is that the
McDowell's.
restaurant?
McDowell's.
McDowell's? Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked there.
He worked at McDonald's.
McDougal's.
In the show
McDougal.
Coming to America. In the
Coming
movie
to
Coming to
America.
America.
They were being sued by McDonald's because
They got the
copied
Big
everything.
Mac.
They were called
We got the
McDowell's.
Big Mick.
Exactly. Yeah.
I never watched that.
Phenomenal film.
Oh, it's a fucking great movie. One of the best comedies of all time.
My boss told me to look up this one movie. I have it saved on my phone. It's got all the dudes from Super Troopers in it. I
Yeah,
forget.
that's a comedy troupe. They
You're
No.
best.
Yeah. So they did a movie
Cruiser?
basically. No, they did some movie about them being in the restaurant business, and they ran a restaurant.
Slam and Sam.
Yeah, Slam and Salmon. My boss told me to look it up today, and I've been meaning to watch it. 'Cause-
It's like Waiting, but done by a comedy troupe. So it's fun
Yeah.
and similar but different.
yeah.
It's probably backwards towards you guys can see it though. I am
No, dude.
officially
I can read Vermont.
Super Trooper.
Are you really?
Highway Patrol.
I
Your fest was
kick shit.
Is that a
kickstarted
felony?
that.
The VHP.
I kickstarted that movie.
I feel like that's a felony. You're gonna get
I have a
taken down
badge.
for
You're,
this
I
you're,
have
match one day.
you're impersonating
As
an
well.
officer.
I have a badge as well.
When they
You're
storm through your
impersonating an
door,
officer of the law.
hide your
I've got-
badge, Dom.
What? I've got multiple badges, dude. Oh, I do actually have multiple badges. That's scary.
Dom's like, you know when you get drunk with your sheriff buddies and
I give you a
you
badge.
just you just give each other gifts.
confiscate their property.
Yeah. It's mine now.
All right, guys, I do have to head out for a bit, doing some Eve things and then some other things with real life. So thank you for bringing me on. Thank you for having a good
I
time.
love you, my
Hey,
friend.
man, thanks for coming out.
Peace.
Thanks for hanging out.
Take care, buddy.
Be safe, man.
He's a good kid. I love that kid.
So back to Blackout and how awesome it was.
I fucking
was
liked it.
great.
Is this a Jaeger story?
Shit, but Delana, you should join us.
So let me tell you about Blackout. Blackout killed my content.
It did, didn't it?
It did.
What content was that?
He would roam around and get fights. It was fun. We had fun. But Blackout
Every
made it
single-
everybody got so fucking.
Everyone was so paranoid.
skittish.
Every single region in the game, except for Delve, you would never see like Titans and Supers dropped on a small cruiser gang. But when Blackout hit, every single region that you went to, you show up, boom, caps right on your face.
I never saw Caps.
No more good fights. Fuck it.
I didn't see a ton
And
either.
and then when Blackout was over, same shit.
I
Everyone was
noticed-
like,
I
hey,
actually
that
noticed
kind of
more-
worked.
I
And
noticed
Wall-
no fights during
There was
Blackout.
a lot of gate camps.
like
for
no
sure.
fights.
Gate camps.
Yeah, there
were
was
a thing.
definitely gate camps because
Yeah.
that's where it became
So,
like
but it
old
could-
school
you
and
could do it,
primitive
yeah,
where
yeah,
you
absolutely,
needed intel, like actual intel of
Yeah.
people coming in and
Well,
out
like
of
you
the
wouldn't
region.
see a gate camp unless
Bring that shit back,
Because of the
man.
lack
you
Come
of
could
on.
local-
descan a gate camp. Well, you could descan a gate camp.
The-
but like,
that's the sorry,
could
that's the
see-
double-edged blade of what the event was. Is for the first 2 weeks or so, it was really good. A lot of people out there just hunting and having a good time, and a lot of people not reacting quickly enough. as it is.
That was
Nice.
And
like
then
some
the
guy,
last, yeah, right.
Miners
He did a
didn't
lot
like
of the
it.
event.
I
He
get
got
it.
that good scarf.
I get why the miners didn't like it. They like the
But
fucking
not
security.
even miners necessarily. But
No,
towards
miners,
the
they're
end,
all
that's when we
bitches.
started seeing
All miners are
pods
bitches.
and a lot of people just putting eyes on literally every gate to recreate their intel network, and so it
Nah,
didn't
they're all
work against
bitches.
blocks anymore.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, that's just the way things work, right? You know, people are going to adapt, but
I'd
it
do
was
a
a
game
shame.
camp, even though I was
Don't
warned that
say
the game
that-
camp was there
Don't you
beforehand.
dare say that about Eve players. They never adapt. Oh my
Oh,
god.
It's sad though, right? Because like after a while, what was I even gonna do?
I don't know. You
Couldn't get
quit. You
fights?
quit playing.
I did,
I know.
and I have
If
not
you-
been able to get back into it ever since.
If you can't get fights,
maybe
I
a
feel
little
like you're not
bit,
trying
but
hard
not-
enough because I see it happen all the time.
Well,
from just
now, but there
basic
for a
bitches.
while. No, people ran from Redline. He's a scary fucker.
I doubt it.
Nobody ran from me. They fought me. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, people
Go do it
scary.
again then.
Is there a
Kick set it
PvP
wall a few
element to the
times.
Pandora thing?
The meta in Eve is always a moving target,
looks
so
like
you
the-
got to be ready to just move along and adapt. If you
It looks
can't
like he
adapt,
keeps
you
track
keep
of all
having
that,
fun.
LB.
Is that
Nah, fuck
are,
that.
are you
I'm just gonna
referring
do
to the
Doctor Who
Pandora event?
sites.
Well, it's not.
I'm
an
looking
event,
at the
it's a
website
site.
and like if you logged into this and you looked at a campaign, you would see like, oh, they're
I think you
supposed
have
to
to add them,
achieve
though,
this
don't
goal.
you?
So you could like counter that, right? You can go out and get fights by countering the missions that are in this on the website.
That's
Are
interesting.
the campaigns
Yeah,
faction
I
warfare
don't-
only? Is that what that is?
No, they're Pandora.
I can't even load
They're
up the Pandora
completely
site.
player made.
Very cool.
It's yeah.
This
I
fucking website's
I want this
amazing.
in the client. I want
Oh, that took a long
Until-
time
players
to
should be
load.
able to design their own missions for corps and alliances and stuff.
Space
Yeah.
Lane
Like
Patrol.
when I clicked on
begins in 14 hours. There's shit out here.
When I looked
It's
at the
awesome.
missions, there's a bulk supply mission. Deliver multiple items to Wrens. Okay, so if I
It's a courier
look at-
mission, yeah.
yeah, it's a courier mission, but like what are the bulk items? Who are you delivering it to? What are they
Canada's
for?
not-
So
Does
I
it
don't
not
know
say?
that. But if I looked
FedEx.
at the website and was like, someone's going to do a bulk supply mission to Wrens, I should.
And then yeah, you can scout
Okay.
the
Based,
area. Yeah.
right?
See, this
Interesting. Yeah,
generates
that's
this
interesting.
generates content
And then you
in
are
every
that, like,
in every regard.
when you have the transport missions, then you get like, oh, you're getting jumped by a pirate. It's like that's a person jumping you now.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
yeah. Why is this
the-
not in the client?
here's the odd thought, though. This is basically like taking
This is a
courier
great fucking
contracts
thing.
and putting them on a third-party website with like a little bit of story or something.
Well,
in my
that's
mind.
for like transport
Right,
stuff.
but,
I
like,
wonder if
The shitty part about a courier contractor is there is no fucking story and there is no fucking challenge, and you know
I suppose.
exactly what to do and how to do it.
You gotta make that
Because
shit up.
everybody's done it
It's
a
called
million
fucking-
times before.
No, I mean
And
like
then
an
they're
actual
adding in,
courier
like-
contract, like hauling,
the
not
people
like
that
a
like
like a
just
hauler
adding-
mission, but
Oh
just
yeah.
hauling.
Well, like yeah.
And you're right though. There's no story to hauling. You just want the money and you take
It's
something
imagination,
from
man.
A to
Yeah,
B.
it's,
Well, my thing is,
it's
like,
space
if-
trucking. Like
if
it's
Yeah,
not
you
very-
sure.
want, if you want
exciting.
actual
I get that.
valuables delivered, then you could do it like that. But I guarantee you, there's people that are just into like just making stuff for people to do, and they find that fun. They might just
Yeah.
You got
I
some
would
RPers
write
that
so
are gonna come
many
with a story,
missions.
and they're gonna like
God.
have you transport like just generic trash
Contraband
stuff.
Amari
Yeah,
and
like
walnuts.
contraband
Yeah,
or
like-
just-
Is an item.
we
Like
could
this
add
mission could be transport a bunch of weapons and
Exotic dancers
modules
to
and
the
fucking
Galente-
ammunition, or yeah, it could be
Vegeta.
just a cargo hold full of fucking trash.
Yeah.
Just because.
kids-
Why not?
The kids who like the lore would definitely be into it. I can see it.
What's the bar in the videos? Not the scope videos, but the
Pulse?
pulse
Pulse bar?
The yeah, like Pulse Bar needs dancers. Deliver these 10 exotic
Yeah.
dancers to Jita.
Yeah.
9 male, 1 female. Supply and demand.
I think you gotta go 5 and 5.
Naturally.
But yeah, Eve Pandora, super cool
I like
thing that's apparently been around for over a decade, but I think many people just learned about it today.
I did.
But,
yeah.
When
yeah,
you first mentioned it, I thought it was the new generation of Eve Radio.
That's what
I was
thinking.
kinda
Like, oh,
wondering.
Eve Pandora, they have a
paid?
music thing.
They were talking
That's-
about it earlier, and I was wondering.
That's exactly what makes me so happy, though, that they're doing the community beat in this way, that they're digging and bringing out things that are additive to the community, but that not
Yeah.
everyone's aware of. So, like,
pretty
props
cool.
to CCP for doing the community beat and pulling something like this up.
It's all
Sure.
Darwin did this all.
Good job, Darwin.
Good job,
did it
Darwin.
all
Great
on
job,
his own.
Darwin.
Thank you,
Good
thank you.
timing,
Is it
yeah.
going to be my turn?
No.
What?
No, you don't get a turn.
Turn
I
for
want
what?
turn.
What do you want to turn?
I
for?
just-
Your turn is last.
I was
It's
doing the
over.
Community beat.
No, you don't get to do it.
Oh no.
You said you haven't been having fun since like
Yeah, you hate
forever
this.
ago. So
Why
You
like,
hate this
what the
game
hell?
and the players. So why would you?
Dude,
Community
I've
do
been
beats
that?
for
playing this
good
game
shows.
nonstop.
I hate this
for
game.
Like,
Yeah, let's put that guy on the
for like a
website.
week.
I hate this guy. I hate this game. This guy. I hate players. And
I
this
hate
game.
this game. Why doesn't CCP recognize me?
I was
That
just
is a
thinking
fair
for a
point.
moment.
I also never
So-
said I hated the game. What are you guys talking about?
It's almost like
I love
Raid
you.
asking us.
Just
if
all
we're
the people
partner.
who play it you hate, right?
No, I love the people who play it too. Like
Do
the
ya?
whole thing's awesome.
Do you?
The way you said "I love Eve" sounded like you had an asterisk at the end of that sentence.
I love Eve, but
But yeah,
Well, I mean, there would be a but I
Love is a.
everybody's got their butt.
there would be a but there's a but.
Look,
Everybody's
man,
got their butt.
this is the thing, right? The last
If
few
some nuts were
years for
candy and
me,
nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
I've been in what people would refer to as elite alliances, and I just want to crush caracals into caracals and ruptures into
Then why
moas.
did you join
Red
Pandemic
line,
Legion?
Red line. Are you
Go
ready
fly with
to
Red versus
say-
Blue.
Are you ready to say right now
Red
which
versus blue.
alliances you consider
Yeah.
elite?
NC and PL.
Goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were serious.
In the sense that people won't join your fleets and just go crush
you know what?
caracals into other caracals.
100%
Have you
correctly.
considered it's you,
Red
not
versus
them?
blue,
That's just
baby.
not a thing.
Red versus blue is where you belong. Fucking
Nah,
Oregon.
man, it
Oregon's
was,
fights, it's a fucking blast. It's a blast, dude. I'm telling
You
you.
should try it, Redline. Go red versus blue.
Have you done it before?
Honestly,
LB?
I-
Didn't you
I
used to do
think
it?
that's
Red
LB,
Line's
didn't
usually
you
on the blue
punching
team,
at the
though.
wrong group.
I think LB
Not
used to be
far
in
away.
the versus blue,
Red
right?
Red Line,
No,
come
I've
fly
never
down.
been in it.
Bring
I
bring
thought
a
you
fleet.
were.
Bring a fleet down into Providence. We'll have a good time.
I fucking,
What,
I
for
loved it.
mutants for
My
my
time with
20
Red versus blue
ruptures?
was great.
Excuse me, sir. We do not fly icky things like mutants.
Oh, sure. Okay.
You are confusing us with fire.
Ah, I understand. One of those pet situations.
No, fire's not a pet. We fought them. We had a whole little mini war against them.
Actually, I want to change my answer before to just NC because I don't know how PL does. So I'll find out. I'll let
Wait,
you know.
NC?
Oh, that's where you are now, right?
You're an NC Doc?
Uh huh. What?
Silence? NC
Oh,
I was
you're-
in PL now. The Sinners went to PL, right?
Sinners went to PL, yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Did anybody listen to that podcast, Declarations of War?
I did
Yes.
not.
Apparently, everybody
love it,
listened
but I
to
did
the
not listen to it.
podcast.
I
and
did.
saw a
became
few
an
of-
expert on economics.
I saw a few of the transcripts. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is the first podcast I've ever taken notes on. Hold on.
What?
Notes. Watch the
Do
fuck
share
out.
with the class.
Like with paper?
Because
Probably,
because,
yeah.
Pen and paper?
because Rattati said some stuff that kind of stuck out to me, and I want
already
I have
established
not
we're
gotten a
boomers.
scarf yet. Someone asked. Sorry.
Okay, here's my notes from the. This is so stupid.
on
I
us.
can't believe I took notes.
No.
Okay, Before
I
I
love
say
this.
anything, I just want to point out that Alec was a great host. He didn't ask any softball questions, but he was very respectful.
Solid. notes.
That's
I feel
Solid.
like I saw
that's
this
a
comment.
great way to describe him. Alec is a great guy.
I like how you read it off there like you were being held captive.
Yeah. Yes. I think that was.
Alec
pretty
is
sure
a
it was a
great
comment.
host.
I would
He
now like to read
Did
this
not
statement
ask
of
any
my own
softball
free will.
questions and was very respectful.
I think that was a Reddit
Good.
comment. I feel like you're just reading. Like
Now
a-
smile.
No.
No smile.
I don't want to see any friggin' Morse blinks though.
Okay. So okay. So my notes. I'm like paraphrasing some things, but then I have two direct quotes from Rattati. So the part of this stuff, and I'm paraphrasing. I just want to point that out. It sounded like there were a few points where he says he supports PvE in which players can't be attacked while running the content. And that I got mad when I heard that. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
because you don't like that stuff, right? You
I don't
hate
like
that shit.
I don't like isolated instanced content where you can run it in safety. I think if
So-
you're undocked, you should be fair game no matter where you are.
So point
So,
on
Manic,
that
I was
though.
thinking
Can I?
about
Well,
this.
I point on that
Can
though.
I go first?
Why?
I don't care who
honestly,
goes first.
I was thinking about it because I was also a big, like, I was against the instanced everything because I think it's stupid. But if you think about it, there exists safe space anyways. It's high sec. Like, I could sit on a gate
Sec's not
for
safe space.
10 hours.
You can be
I
attacked
could-
in high sec.
Yeah.
You can be freely
I
attacked
can
in
be.
high
Almost
sec.
anyone can be attacked in high sec, and I've seen it done on all sorts of levels.
Happens all the time.
Yeah,
The,
no,
the,
I'm
the
I'm
kicker
fully
for
aware.
me, I
And
I
you show
got
up
on
in local, and you seem like a pulse in space. It's really cool. It makes people feel like there's people in their game.
the only reason I'm okay with the instance PvP that or PvE that we've got with the abyssal sites is just because when they come out of it, they've got the timer. They can be attacked then. They're
No,
not
they don't.
completely safe.
They don't have a timer.
Thought you could when you come out of it, you can be attacked.
There was a weapons timer or a criminal timer or something early on, and they got rid of that, if I recall. And that's why
Yep.
people just farm the high one, the high level 4, 5, 6s in high sec
Yep.
with like impunity.
That's some bullshit,
basically.
dumb.
But
That
you
is
can be
100% bullshit.
They should
So you
come out
can
of
be-
it with the timer and be able to be
you can be
attacked for
combat
15
scanned
minutes.
and you can be ganked when you come out,
Right, correct.
which
Which
has
is
happened to me
it is counterplay,
several times, and I don't like it.
but it's not foolproof and it's not super common. I hate to say if it's happened to you several times, then that sucks. Hey, Puppy.
Doggy
Well,
attack,
I used
puppy
to-
attack,
I used to
puppy
do it
attack.
on stream,
Group.
so I would do it on stream, and people would stream snipe me.
That seems silly.
So I
No,
I
it
don't
happened
do
to
on
LB a
stream
lot.
anymore. Yeah. Well, how would you know, Dom?
I used
Who
to
would
do
ever
it.
do that?
I know.
Who would stream snipe?
I used to do that.
You're a stream
Assholes.
sniper?
Oh fuck yeah! What was it with
Um,
Rifterlings? We would stream snipe Marquis Dragon to the point where he stopped playing Eve.
Well, that's okay. I haven't seen Marquis Dragon do anything in a long time. Does he still do stuff?
I still
You
get
still
fucking
scared
spam
Rifterlings.
emails from that asshole once in a while. Like, hey!
Wait, does he
It's
do
like,
stuff on YouTube or
I
Twitch?
fucking get emails like from
YouTube,
Marquis
I
Dragon,
believe.
like,
He's
hey,
YouTube.
do you need some fucking plaques? It's
YouTube.
like, fuck you, dude.
That's what I want to do. I want to do YouTube.
Can we go
You should
back
do
to
YouTube.
the Rattati and the instance PvE? Fucking
Yeah,
comment?
sure.
Yeah.
What?
So
No.
I think I kind of agree with him in one aspect, is that the PvE is meant to be super challenging. So in order to actually do it, you have to bring a super expensive ship. So to get anybody to actually do it, you have to add some element of safety to it. Otherwise, that PvE will never get run. You know what I mean? Like you're
But-
not going to take a
that
7
hasn't-
billion-esque Gila to
That's what it
a
requires.
regular
you mean.
mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
To a-
warping that
to a-
to a Sancha
People have
Haven.
been
You're
people have
correct.
been-
You're right. Yeah.
people have been doing that in Eve for almost 20 years.
Just because
Not-
you're
they've
bad at the
been- they've
game
been
doesn't mean
running-
everybody does that.
They've been running
Not with those prices of ships though. And the PvE that they're doing is not the same level as a T5 or a T6
Sure.
Abyssal, right? It's
Is
way
it?
more. No, they're super difficult.
T5
free
missiles
random-
are
it's-
difficult.
A 10 out of 10, like a 10 out of 10 escalation, is always the same.
Yeah.
Always, always, always. A
Yeah.
T5 abyssal filament is never the same.
And it could be worse than a 10 of 10.
Yeah.
Seriously, I did not know that.
Well, because you can only take cruisers in. You can't take T3 cruisers. You can't take marauders.
Oh, you can't
Can't
take
take
T3
battle
cruisers? I think it
It's
takes two.
cruiser is the biggest ship you can bring in there. So it's a T1, T2, or faction cruiser you can take in.
Oh, T2 cruiser, though.
Yeah, you can
Two-
bring in
two
a
is
you can bring in a hack.
Okay.
I wonder if this stupid stabber
So-
fit I'm doing these Doctor Who sites in could run Abyssals.
All right, I was done. That's fine.
No, I'm listening to LB.
Go ahead.
Keep
Em.
going.
Yeah, same. I was just commenting.
So each room is random. So you have 3 random rooms, and one of the rooms is almost guaranteed to kill you.
Even
So
if you're in a
I'll-
hack, like an armored hack,
Even,
like a,
yeah, even if you're in a
tank
blinged out,
hack. Okay.
super blinged, super tank, officer fit, abyssal rolled fucking hack, one of those rooms is probably going to make you want to wear the brown pants, if you know what I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
I think people have min maxed it in a pretty good way so far that it's mostly
Is the reward
repeatable
worth
and
that
runnable.
risk?
Now, not without good investment as far as your ship and your implants and all the bells and whistles, but
Right, but
And then there's
everybody who runs abyssals on the regular is of the opinion that every time they build a ship, they have to do X number of abyssals before it's paid off, and then after that, that's the profit because they're going to lose.
well,
the
that's
ship.
anything, right?
Not necessarily. Like you're not necessarily going to lose a
You
cruiser.
do that with your
Or-
crab ships.
I
mean,
lose
guess.
everything I fly.
I mean,
I
that's
Well,
comparable.
my
You do it
crab,
with
my
your
crab ship
ships.
I see what you mean.
is
Yeah.
300 million ISK, right? And I make that back in 2 or 3 or 4 nights of crabbing fucking havens,
And then that's just the same scale, right?
right? But theirs is 7 billion, 8
Right.
billion.
And if you're
Depending
doing
on
it at a very
fate.
high tier, then it pulls down healthy money.
Does it?
It does on the higher tier, yes. High
And
tier
I'm sure
abyssal
they've run the
shit out.
numbers where they're like, on average, I'll lose.
Wouldn't do
So,
it if it
and I-
didn't, right?
I won't completely argue against them. They have the 20-minute timer, which is brilliant in my opinion, because I dip into them once in a blue moon. I don't do the super challenge, and I've only ever done up to like tier 3. I do it in a Gila that's like T2 fit. Just I like the idea that I can do 20 minutes of PvE, and like it's kind of a dice roll. Like maybe I'll get a cool ship BPC or something, build a Vedmak or something, whatever.
And will you have
But-
fun doing it though?
It's a little bit more engaging than some of the other ones because you're under the gun and there's a couple aspects to it. But if just like anything else, there's people who've done a lot of resources and a lot of min-maxing, a lot of tutorials and things, and it's fairly stable on even the highest tier. The fun side, asterisk, I guess there is like internet connectivity that can fuck you.
You got that problem. Yeah.
Dipping out for a second, diverting your attention, which I've done. I'm multi-monitor and you're looking at something for a minute and you're like, wow, I'm just fucking sitting here in
See,
this
I'm
room,
really
like,
good at
and
staying
20 minutes is
super
burning.
focused.
I don't know. There are some interesting like
I'm
built-in
actually-
mechanics that are fucked against it, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to run the highest tier ones in high sec with such impunity because there's such high income available, and people can just burn through them. It's not like every third room, I have a chance of really eating shit. Once you get to that level where you've got the investment, you've got the know-how, and you're taking the specific things, you're mostly just gonna coast through, I believe, and print money until one of those other flaws happens, or you do get one of those.
I've never
off-chance
found
spawns that
anything where I
fucks
get to
you.
just print money. I would love to print money. What
I
the
used
fuck?
to do the tier 4 electricals in a Gila pretty
Electricals?
regularly. Yeah. So there's different weather patterns. and
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
thing, right?
It's like damage
So-
checks.
And
know
yeah, I
what
was
you're talking
was
about.
printing ISK, but eventually you lose the ship. Right. So it's just sometimes I'll run 3 or 4 and lose a ship. Sometimes I'll run 30, 40, 50 and then lose.
See,
a ship.
my Eve
What I-
style is always loss.
What I
I
learned,
don't produce
LB,
anything. I don't make any money. I just lose money.
with the
I'm
tier
okay with that.
with the tier 5 abyssals, I learned to not run them when drinking heavily, because that is asking too.
That's
much.
just a good
That's it.
life lesson for a lot of
Yes.
things.
I've also learned that when you take
That sounds
when you take a
oracle
week or
that
2
way.
off,
That sounds
when you
awful.
take a week or 2 off and you go to get back in it, don't go right to where you left off because you'll have forgotten about that drone.
That's true
That
about
drone is-
everything, though.
Is the shouldn't have done that. Now we're fucking dead. Great. All right. It's literally like you
I don't think
misclick
paintballs listen,
somewhere and
though.
you could lose the whole thing.
I've
So when are you
heard
gonna let me
about.
come join you, LB.
Come on down. Is your
Yeah,
whole corp
there's
on or what?
multiplayer
No,
abyssal.
probably just me.
Wait, aren't we not blue to them anymore?
Oh shit, sorry.
But we don't talk about that.
Oh. I mean,
Let's
it's
talk
a
later,
dom-
Goodness.
Yeah, come on down.
Not Drake. I know you don't play
What even is the blue donut?
because you're still
Hey,
blue,
what
right?
was next in your notes, Manic?
You had notes. Oh wow, dude.
So I do want to point out he says he wants to see new modules to shake up the meta, which I appreciate. More tools in the sandbox is always
Who
good.
said that?
Ritati.
Okay, thank you.
But he said, and again, I am paraphrasing, so this is not a direct quote, but he feels content can't be as rewarding as it could be unless CCP controls the risk of engagement. So this is a bigger discussion about intrinsic value versus extrinsic value in video games. I always think of Eve as a game with a lot of intrinsic value, where you feel personally rewarded as you accomplish things in the game. Not necessarily because the game is giving you like rewards like in-game items or ISK, but you as a player, you have the personal satisfaction of getting better at this game that is notoriously difficult.
That is the right way to
Milestone-like
look at it.
feelings.
You're right.
So when we start to talk about CCP controlling the risk of engagement in when it comes to PvE, I think again, going back to intrinsic value, I think completing PvE content in this wide open sandbox where you can be attacked at any moment, completing that content successfully without getting attacked is a type of reward in and of itself. And if CCP starts controlling the risk, quote unquote, I don't want to say quote unquote because it's not a direct quote, but if CCP controls the risk of engagement, then that intrinsic value is diminished, because who cares if you can run this content in complete safety? The satisfaction of doing that content is diminished, at least for me. I understand this is a very subjective take. I feel it's more rewarding if you can get away if you can get away safely, knowing that you could have been attacked at any moment. My point is, I don't think CCP should be controlling the risk of engagement.
That's fair. I have never reflected on it in this way before, but I just kind of did for a brief moment. In the same vein as filaments, which I don't care for and I don't necessarily agree with, but at the same time, I do see the logic behind them. If there's any push towards I have X amount of time when I log in and I want to jump on and I want to do something, filaments are a path and abyssals are a path.
I get that.
In the sense of I don't either have to live in my mission hub or whatever the high sec people are doing, or the low sec or null sec, whatever. I can do it from wherever that I deem safe enough to like put that little tracer up in space.
And well, go ahead.
Either way, no, you're fine. I see. I hate to admit it, I see some merits to it. I wish that at higher levels there was more restriction in how at risk you need to be, because obviously while you're in there, you're at the risk of the timer and your internet connection and maybe the rats and whatever.
Yeah.
But I want there to be more counterplay for high income activities, and I don't think you should be able to safely do very high income activities in high sec at all, personally.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I had a thought and I lost it. Anyway, next.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's me. I'm getting a little slap happy.
It's not you. It's
been a long day. It's been a long fucking week. Jesus. What else? What else do I have in my notes here?
You didn't share them.
There's no roadmap. I
don't think there's been a roadmap.
I keep there
There's
hasn't
not-
been a
they
roadmap.
have-
Not
they
a
have
public
an
side.
internal one.
Not a public
Not a
roadmap.
public.
And there
I'm
never
sure,
will be again.
I'm sure they have their own internal roadmaps, but yeah, I keep
I mean,
holding
no one
out
shares them with
some
us all the
hope
times. But
for something that's coming down the line, like 6 months to a year out, not like in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Like
But he talked about
spoiled.
why they don't have.
I was gonna say,
I
Well,
understand.
it's because they had a
tying
roadmap,
people
and
to
held them-
expectations.
people held them
I
to it so
understand
hard that when
why they
didn't
don't do
meet
it.
the roadmap, they got roasted.
I want to have something to look forward to.
Sure.
And
ideally,
I've been missing that.
That's
from
why he
Eve for
talked
a long
about
time.
because he didn't give a roadmap, but he talked about their laundry list of things that they have on their.
And it sounds
radar,
to me like those. It's the way he was talking about it. It sounded like a backlog. Like this is just all the ideas they've had over the years, and they put them all in a big list. And if they get to them, they get to them. If they don't, no big deal. I want an actual, like, this is our plan. This is what we want to do. This is where we want to be in the next year. And here's how we're going to get there. Like that's what I miss. I really miss that.
you
So,
should plan on
counterpoint?
Vegas.
To
Me
that
being
point,
there
into
giving you a
High
hug.
Heels point,
I was just gonna say counterpoint with high heel. I see what you're saying there. So go ahead.
the issue is if they tell you what they want to achieve in the next year, someone somewhere is going to mark that on a calendar, and the day that they
I get it.
miss that deadline
people
by
are
an
gonna
hour,
rage in whatever
it's going to
level.
be they're going to
I-
shoot the
I
fucking monument.
understand
their
why they
Reddit's going to
don't.
blow up.
They're gonna
just
burn their
don't.
own house.
I
It's gonna be
yeah,
a
for
local
me-
controversy.
For me personally, CCP Darwin, you don't have to give the road. You don't have to make it public. Just give it to me. Okay.
Darwin,
Just tell Manic what's going on.
Just tell Manic.
me.
Yeah.
Just tell me
You won't
what.
tell anybody
what to
else,
look
will you?
forward
In
to.
total confidence.
And you won't share it, will you?
Yeah, I won't
Just
share.
DM
with
it
you.
to-
I
Sign
trust
NDA. I'll sign
I
any
trust him.
NDA.
Hey,
Send the
your name usually-
roadmap to Open
To-
Comms, care of Manic Velocity,
Yes.
PO Box 133.
Wait, there's PO boxes online.
Yeah.
Of course.
course
Oh,
there is.
great.
It's
You
going to
don't
be
have
like an
you don't
actual
have your
paper
digital
map.
PO
He's
box?
sending us an actual paper
If I
map.
can,
Dude,
if
imagine
I can
digital
sell it
PO
to you, then it
boxes.
exists.
Dude, everybody's got an
So now it
online
does.
PO box.
I've got a real PO box
Fuck.
because we don't
PO
have fucking.
boxes are DMs.
Our
God damn
DMs.
it.
slide into my PO box.
Slide into my
Dang.
PO.
Slide into my PO.
Manic you up.
What was
So, does everyone remember
Wow.
the artist formerly known as Elise's morale posts?
yeah.
What?
No.
No.
When when PL would go to war with somebody and it was going really badly for the other side, Elise would always go on Reddit and write a morale post telling the other team, like, you're doing great. It's gonna be fine. Everything's okay.
No.
And then
I
they would
forgot about
fucking
that.
crush the shit out of them. And
No,
then
it
the
wasn't quite that.
Brave would have to leave catch and go to like fucking low sec to regroup.
Oh,
So what
Every
it
fucking
was,
time.
wait.
If
Elise's
he wrote a
famous,
morale post for you, you were dead.
You were fucked.
Elise's
Like,
famous posts
it's
were
fucking death
when you
note.
were already lost.
Did we
But
get
they
one?
were
Yeah.
they were what your leadership should have said to you.
Is that what
And they
we
were
got?
always super spot on in that, like, here, like, look, guys, I know we did this, and this wrong. Like, we should have done this, and this. Like, you know, we all did great. Like, he was always super well spoken and spot on about, like, this is what your leadership should have told you. And people were like, fuck, like,
Is
you know,
that
this is
what
what
we
we were
got
in.
in
This is what we
Drone
experienced.
Lands, LB?
While he was
It's-
on the
it's
side that's
like-
kicking the shit out of you.
It's like in an anime when the,
You're the
when
shy.
the villain is just like telling you exactly how you fucked up and got in this position
Yeah.
right before he kills.
And
like,
he was really
But
good.
it
at
was
that,
always
yeah.
so well done. Like, it was literally like, it was like, you deserved this. And it was not, you know, blowing smoke up your
Yeah.
pipes or anything. It was just, this is
Well,
where we
I-
were, and this is where we should have been, and this is what I should have said or done or whatever.
I'm wondering
I
if we
did all
got one of
those
those
things.
in Drone Lands, LB, back in the day, like in PNG days, because
well, I don't think they had a Reddit back then.
maybe not. But it's like we got a message from PL. I don't know if it was from Elise, but it was we were fighting for our space, and we're like just whelping fleet after fleet into them trying to defend our stuff. And he's like, "You guys are fighting like fight." I don't know if it was Elise. It might have been
Yep.
Grath. It might have been someone else. But
That's- no,
basically,
they-
PL
Grath
was like,
would
"You
have
guys are
done that.
fighting like
Grath would have told you
Vikings.
to
Keep
go
it up.
fuck
Keep it
yourself."
up. We're not here to take your space. We just want fights, and you're giving us the fights. So keep giving us those fights."
Yep.
And then we're like, okay, and then we kept fighting, and then like 3 days later they took all our jump ranges down, and then 4 days later they took all our space down, and then like they kicked us the fuck out. It's like,
That's
But
that's
the
classic.
the
It's a
Viking
classic
message, dude.
Elise morale post right there.
yeah.
Classic.
So okay, so we got the proto morale post then.
So where I was
God
going with
damn
that
it.
is with
Where were you
Manic
going?
talking about the roadmap. I think Elise is the most applicable. The artist formerly known as Elise is the most applicable person to write a hey.
No, I
This-
don't want. I don't
don't
want an
wanna- I don't
Elise
wanna-
morale post as a dev blog. If I wake up tomorrow and there's a dev blog
like to
written
see
by
one.
CCP Swift, I'm like, well, I want my fucking money back because this game's dead. We're fucking done. We killed it. It's over. Pack it up. PL's
What?
shut
No,
down the
I want a
servers.
morale
Good job,
post by
everyone.
Swift.
You're not wrong, LB. You're not wrong.
I
Not
wanna
all
see
of
one.
those groups went on and died though. Some of them took the
I mean, no,
advice.
Brave
and they
is
did
still
better.
around, but how are they doing?
Goons got a morale post too, and they won
Okay.
their last war
Did we?
after losing the
Yeah.
last one that they got a morale post on. So say what you will about them, but I
Yeah,
think
there
they
you go.
kick people into shit.
I don't. We didn't win according to everybody else. We lost.
I don't know if
Well,
everyone else.
according to
says
the
that.
EULA, Happy won.
The
Guys,
sad thing is, according to
Yeah.
everyone else, it's still called World War B2, even though and then mainly because Goons couldn't decide a
Pepperoni
name
pizza. Are you serious?
after
dude?
trying to
There's a
rebrand the
whole-
last war for so
there's a
long.
whole
God
thing
damn
about
pepperoni
it.
is
the casino war. Once
Yeah.
they called it
Pepperoni.
World War B, and the other side.
They tried to rename the last war so long, and then when this war came
Now,
around, they didn't
here's the
spend
thing I
any
don't
time
get.
thinking about it or branding it, which is
Here's the
very
thing I don't
off.
get. Like that one
track
was
for
called
them.
World War B, and Imperium was like, we hate it. No, they got mad, and because they were like upset that it was focusing on goons when
Isn't it
it's the
called
whole
Vietnam?
Imperium. They were trying to like this whole inclusive thing. Of
Some
the
of them think
coalition.
it's that.
and so they call it. They're like, no, it's the Casino War, and now we're like, oh, it's World War B2.
World
and
War
they're
B
like,
is
no, it's
so
World War
good.
B1 because there was no original World War B. It's like, shut up, there fucking was.
it was the
How-
casino war.
How can
Casino War, sure.
How in the world?
I was on.
I
I,
wanna
was in
call it-
Imperium during that one. And I called
I
it
want to
World War
start a
B, 'cause I thought it
campaign
was
to call
great.
this last one Mogadishu. I like Mogadishu.
I love
a lot.
Mogadishu.
Oh,
How
shit.
Or
honestly,
Vietnam.
I gotta-
Casino War is a
Vietnam
better
was
name
good.
than World War
Viet-
B.
yeah, I was gonna say Vietnam.
Mogadishu
is a
is
great
good.
name.
I
Vietnam
feel
is
like Vietnam was
great.
better because that's an
Vietnam
actual
is a good
war.
name.
It's all right.
Mogadishu is like a battle.
Vietnam was a police action.
I mean, I guess.
Mogabishu is like, boat fucking up a Titan jump or something. That's Mogabishu.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if I would
That's what they should've called
downplay
the
Mogabishu
Dara-
so much.
the
It got a
Dara jump.
movie and everything. It was Josh Hartnett and Eric Bana.
And what?
Yeah.
Oh, Black Hawk Down.
Fucking the guy
That was
that played
phenomenal.
the guy that played the elf. What's his name?
Black Hawk Down, right? Orlando
He's in
Bloom.
Black Hawk Down too. That's the guy. He fell off the helicopter.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Whatever happened
Blackbird.
to Josh Hartnett?
Blackbird.
Is he okay?
He did,
I
yeah,
hope
he,
he
did
is
30
okay.
Days
He
of Night.
was a
I love
good-looking
that
cat.
guy. He did
He was not a
the
great
show
actor.
on. He did something on Showtime. Is really good. He's done some stuff. I like the guy.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, he was nice.
What's
No,
next
Josh
on your
Hartnett.
notes,
Bloom
Nick?
died early.
Oh, Josh Hartnett.
I don't think Orlando Bloom is dead.
No, I don't think he is.
His
fine.
career might be, but he's not.
Owen's dead.
I don't think his
No more
career's
shots.
dead, but
One more
he's on a
shot.
TV show for
Manic,
like a handful
Manic,
of years.
what's next on your notes? Is that all you
Yeah.
had?
So I
transcript.
do have one. Well, I have two direct quotes, but one in particular stuck out to me, and again, it goes back to the instanced PVE stuff. So this is a direct quote,
From
and this is in regards to like tier 6 abyssals.
direct quote from.
Direct quote from CCP Rattati.
Thank you.
He said, quote, "People just aren't going to engage with it if it's possible to be attacked while inside. So for content like that, I'm happy to sort of hide them while they're running on it, or while they're working on it."
I mean, isn't
So this
the
goes back
crab?
to instanced PVE, being able to run PVE content in complete.
Isn't that
PvE.
just a dead site though? I mean, honestly,
Isn't the recent crab beacons and like historically incursions evidence against that? Because people run incursions in nullsec and they could be intercepted, and hilariously, if done correctly, which is difficult because it's sino jammed, but like if done correctly, can be just devastating. I don't know.
I feel like we're
High level income, high level risk.
The crab beacon is a good one because it
It's very
shows
recent.
up on the map. Right?
Yeah, it's very visible.
so it's
and
very
people- and
positive. You
people
think
have
it's
been running
positive
them.
or not?
That's very counter to what he just said. What's the not instant PVE then? Is it if it's out in the world? Right.
It's not
Yeah, if
instance.
it-
It's not
if
instance.
If it's
for
out in
sure,
the
yeah.
open world, if it's out in the open world, then it's not instanced. Instanced means you have your
Isolated,
very
separate.
own personal pocket of space that nobody else can get to. Only
Like-
it's
like
it's
the dead
reserved
space
for
shit
you.
used to be.
Yeah.
Right, but
Well,
I'm saying the
or-
counter to that is the crab beacons and the incursions, where it's not instance, but people will do a high level risk in a place that is inherently risky already, and like that they will do it. It's not that people won't do it if it's not has some sort of level of safety.
I mean,
Which it
anyone
kinda
I've
seems
seen
like
run,
what's saying.
anyone I've ever seen run crab beacons runs it in Haw Dreads. They run it in a pocket where it's difficult to get into, or they
Sure,
run it
as
in
you would.
Yeah.
They're
Val-
As you
getting
would.
into Delve,
Your risk
yeah,
at all.
Facebook.
You should always try to minimize your own risk, right?
yeah.
That's just the
Yeah.
thing. Everybody
Valamir
does
in
that.
chat. No. So aside from like filaments, which take you into a separate pocket, if you are in a system, whether you're in a site or not, you can always
Carnival
be
Row,
probed
yes.
down
Right.
and scanned down. Now, sometimes the probes will just take you to the entrance
Was
of the first gate into that site complex, so they can't warp right on top of you if you're in like the third room, but they can get to you. And they can scan you down. They will see you in the system, so you can always be probed.
And I
As
think
you
that's the way,
should.
I think that's the way it should be everywhere. That's the big issue I have with all this talk of instanced content. I think
You wanna
if
be able to be
if you're
probed,
undocked,
right?
you should be fair game no matter what.
Probing, here it comes.
Probe me.
I have to step away for a second. My wife is trying to install our smart doorbell, and it's not going well.
Okay, have
Dumbass
fun.
doorbell.
That sounds awesome. It's not going well.
Yeah.
How does that not go well? That's fucking funny.
Filming
Yeah,
the
and also,
neighbors in really explicit
Meaning the
ways. I
smart
didn't sign off
doorbell.
from this.
I want
Yeah.
the Google Ring, whatever it is.
I don't even lock my door.
Valamir, it's like
scarf.
yeah. So the sites with the rooms that are in the system. So there's gates that take you to different quote unquote rooms, but those rooms aren't separate spaces from the rest of the universe. They are in that system, so you can get probed down. But usually, if you're in a site and multiple rooms, like gates, like jump gates past, or not jump gates, but like activation gates or whatever they're called.
Right.
What are they called?
Acceleration
No.
gates.
Acceleration gate, yeah, not that.
There you go.
Acceleration gate. So, when you go through multiple of those, they will not be able to go right on top of you. They'll show up the start of that.
And if you're
site,
descanning, you'll
and they'll
find
have
them.
to go
And
through
if you have
all
local,
the same
you'll find
gates
them,
to
but
get
maybe
to
not.
you. But then they can get to you. But yes, so if there is ship restrictions, so they scan you down, and it only allows us cruisers and lower through, and they show up in a battleship, they can't go through the gate and follow you and get you. But
What if
they
Abyssals
can
did that?
probe you down. They can descan you and see that you're in the system.
I got a quick question for the class. If I hover over the system name of the system that I'm in, there's a tooltip that pops up that says signal interference 0%. What the fuck is signal interference, and when did that come along?
Signal
Somebody's running
interference.
a rogue drone
Is that like an
sites.
incursion?
I have no
Somebody's
idea yet.
running drone sites, the crab beacons.
Oh,
I don't think so. I've seen these in a
is.
ton of a ton of systems where nobody's run crab beacons.
It is the crab
So
beacon.
in
a
the
thread beacon.
top left of the screen where you see the system name,
Yeah, if I hover over
you
the system,
hover
I'm
over
in,
that, it says what?
it says current solar system, and then under it says signal interference, and it has a little icon with like a heartbeat monitor, and it says 0%.
Baba, it's the crab beacons.
Is it? Fuck, I don't know.
Every system that you can run a crab beacon in has a signal interference number that
And now
determines
it
how
just
many
happened.
more of them can be run in that day.
Why didn't you tell
So
us this before
they're
then?
almost all going to show
I
zero
did. You
unless
just didn't listen.
I just didn't understand what you were saying, but almost all of
I don't
like
listen.
every system will show 0 unless crabs are being run in them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
God, what
Exactly.
a waste of a tooltip. I hate it. I was hoping this was the thing where you could like, knock out somebody's
What a
local
waste of
or,
a
whatever.
tooltip. What?
It's
Yeah,
well, if
something
it's
useful,
ubiquitous in such a
please.
way where everybody has it at 0%, I would rather it didn't show up at all. But if you had some interference, then now you know about it. It's no big deal. I'll get over it. I promise. Dum dum da dum.
Okay, what else?
What?
Thank you.
What else for what?
What
What else
else?
happened in Eve? Are we still talking
Oh,
about
shit,
Eve?
dude.
Yeah. We're
prefer we
starting.
do.
Are we?
I tell you
Did you
what,
take
though,
any notes on the
I-
NFT thing that we talked about?
NFTs. kick
I
ass.
was actually gonna ask, like,
It's
man,
probably
like
the
for
greatest thing
our
ever.
nameplates, should we just all change them to like hexagons and shit so we can, be cool like Twitter?
Yeah, we should.
Have you
We
not
should.
already?
Why have we not done that?
I don't know
Yeah,
because
we gotta change all
I
of
didn't
the-
make these.
Redline did though.
Yeah,
He's in-
Photoshop
he did.
no, these
he's
weren't
in the
Redline
channel
made.
with
These
us.
were actually
Oh.
made by Brisk, and I just kept using them.
No, they weren't.
They were made by
Oh.
Redline.
Redline made them, and Brisk is the one that sent me
Yes,
the
yeah.
file for it. So,
Yeah, I made them for the meta show, and then Brisk just gave you the file.
so we're using Metatech.
Goodness.
Metatech. Oh, that's
Yeah,
even
old
better.
Meta show.
I feel so dirty.
Did
Oh,
we just
Metatech.
Zuckerberg the Meta show?
Damn, dude. We did. That's fantastic. Stole their Metatech.
It's old though. It's old.
They are old. Look at them. They're dated. It's like just.
Yep, you should get new ones made by a professional graphic designer.
They look good to me. I like them.
Do we know anyone like
I've
that?
been
With
waiting for
hexagons.
some
Yeah, if
inspiration.
only we knew
of-
anyone that could do.
Paint, did you
I
see
got-
this hat I
just-
put on for it?
I'm
Just you,
waiting.
baby.
I'm waiting
Bash.
to feel the
All the-
right vibe.
You know
to
what?
Make some
I
new name
hear Comic Sans is making a comeback.
Comic
Comic
Sans.
Sans.
It's not.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I hate
Um,
the font that we use here.
Yeah, we can
What
do Comic
font
Sans.
do we
I
use?
don't know what even font this is.
Fuck
This is
dark.
very
The Alliance.
It's not
the
Helvetica?
Alliance
I don't even
font-
know.
It's
I
similar
know
to Tracer, but not
I know the
quite.
font of the Alliance names. The Alliance names font is like OCR something. It's an acronym.
OCRA.
What are you talking?
OCRA.
Orange County.
Okra?
Orange County.
No, it's a
Rough
it's
Riders.
Okra.
just those
Mount
four
up.
letters OCRA.
I don't know.
And, but yeah, as for the
Bum,
names, I
ba-dum,
don't know what that
bum,
font
ba-dum.
is.
I wanted to
Looks
say
like,
Writing Association,
um,
but with like a
Looks
like
like
a mean
copper
joke
plate.
towards West Coasters.
Looks like a
was
Yeah,
Regulators.
oh, yeah.
Copper plate.
Copper
Regulars
plate,
Mount Up, that's right.
maybe.
But you know what?
It's-
Rough
nah,
Riders
Copper
had that. I
Plate's
had the
a
right
little
song
thicker
for that
than
though.
this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've
This
got
is
too
this
much
rounder, more smooth copper plate.
Yeah,
Stop.
it's Copper Plate Light.
Drop.
What?
Okay,
Copper
shots
plate
for
sexy.
DMX.
What about
Sexy
dark
Copper
like-
Plate.
How do
Slim
you-
thick?
How do you feel when you discuss fonts? Like,
I recently learned
I can let Harry
about.
on.
I recently. Did you guys know that slim thick is a thing?
oh, I
Yeah.
did.
Slim Thick?
I recently learned
It's
about
not
this.
fucking papyrus. There's no way that's papyrus.
Slim thick? No.
Slim, let's go back to
So
Slim.
slim thick. Slim
It's like
thick is when
2C
it.
thick?
I've been
It's like- it's
describing
like
it for a long
Papyrus
when a
time.
girl
weird.
has like a thin body, but then like a really nice big
You know,
ass.
Donk.
Well,
Yeah.
I
that's
call
what
that
Slim
Mrs.
Thick is?
Incredible.
So like Dom.
That's right. That's a Pixar mom.
Apparently, they call that.
Oh, that we
Slim
call
Thick.
that a Pixar
I call
phrase.
my wife, yeah.
Pixar mom.
That's correct. Society has deemed it worthy.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
It's pathetic.
oh my god. I'm so glad I learned what Slim Thick is.
I mean, it's on brand because Pixar's
I'm
just
very
great
Slim
at
Thick.
showing
All
us
the
like
Pixar moms
traditions
are
of
slim.
life and animation.
Yeah, if you ever, that's Slim Thick is a
I'm more,
Pixar mom.
I'm more thick.
Thick.
Thick,
More to love.
thick.
More love, exactly. Not where it counts, just where it fucking is.
Oh, Rayo Atra. Hold on, I have a meme for that. Let me go through I have to shuffle through my meme library. Everybody
The
talk.
penguin?
So I just want to say,
Newt
like,
Newt?
with these Doctor Who sites, right? This is my
I
first
like
real foray into doing this instanced PvE kind of stuff. And I will tell you that if I had the threat of someone trying to kill me besides these drones, I would have a literal panic attack.
They're pretty. I watched you do that site. That's pretty intense. I wouldn't.
And that's what. Look,
What?
I told you I had a meme for it. Didn't I tell you?
Jesus Christ!
What are the fucking odds?
That facial expression. God damn it.
It's so good.
Ugh.
Also, Rain. That's fucking true.
So
Love it.
bad.
So
It's absolutely true.
That comes from back in the Black Legion days. We were we were running a fleet, and I think we won. We won whatever fight we were in, but we were coming home, and just Alliance chat or fleet chat was going nuts. And Rain said something like, "Chat's
I
moving so
remember this.
fast,
I was in
nobody
this
will know
fleet."
that I would eat my own ass if I could," or
Yeah.
something. Or no, other guys were talking about eating ass.
Yeah,
then
and they were
Rain
like,
was
"Oh, it's
"I'd eat
gross."
my
She's
own
like,
ass if I
"What the
could."
fuck is wrong with you? I'd eat my own ass if I could."
Yeah,
And then everyone
so
just
that-
stopped for a second. They're like,
So
"What?"
like that became a meme. So we all started making memes about Rain eating ass, and I have a ton of them, and I can't believe one of them was penguins. It's come back. We've come full circle.
It's so
It's
good.
great.
Is that from
I bet
Happy
Rain
Feet?
doesn't even eat ass.
Yeah, she's a
Oh,
poser.
yeah.
She only
I'll bet
she
she does.
talks the talk, but she don't walk the walk.
I met her. I bet she does.
I was gonna say I'll take that
God.
challenge.
There's no way.
Oh, her friend. Oh, yeah. I eat her ass.
What?
She's got a sexy friend. And she knows who I'm talking about.
Damn.
So what was your last note?
I don't remember now.
That's it. I'm just
You said you
got-
had two and you only voiced the first.
well because
What the fuck?
it's all about the same shit. It's
All about
my
eating
only
ass.
complaint
only the
is
instant
all the
PvE stuff
same.
triggered him.
It's all
Everything
about-
else.
That's
yeah,
the
I
meme.
just-
That's the one I
get-
remember.
I get triggered by instanced PvE
Sure.
He hates
I don't
it.
know
As you
why.
do.
I mean, I know why. I get it.
because it doesn't
guess I
belong in a
shouldn't say I don't
sandbox.
know.
I was gonna say we just explained. I thought.
Well, I
Learn
to
this
be
one
fair,
great
I
trick
tried
for
to
making
leave
it.
for a moment.
Manic Velocity hates it.
Yeah.
While Manic was giving his entire argument, I was
Clickbait,
somewhere
bro.
else.
Well, obviously you just buy
So-
flex.
Were you minting NFTs by any chance?
I was
Some
not
Some
actually.
Redline NFTs. I can show it to you. Hold on.
I have a couple for
I
sale. if
already
you want.
minted a few of them, and
Are you
then
gonna go
people
to
stole them.
What's that
Can I
one
see them?
Get it?
infomercial? that
I watched
someone
that
linked?
episode.
The fucking like Crypto Land. God,
you?
That was
Was it
I
amazing.
did. I
That
liked
was
it
fucking
actually.
That
weird.
was
Man.
so good. Crypto Land. Can
That
we
was
watch
satire,
that?
right? Was that satire?
We had like
I
1,000
don't
people
think
it
vote on
was.
those awards.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Was
I
it?
didn't mean that to
Oh,
sound
I was
rude when I
really
said I
hoping that
watched
that was
that
an
one,
actual
actually.
thing someone made. But they were. Oh, damn.
What?
I was gonna say we should watch that.
That's what makes it good satire is you can't tell if it's real or fake.
It's like I couldn't.
I
Tell,
wanted
'cause
to see
I was
the
like,
island where it was only Crypto Bros running it.
That's
no
what
one
I
did.
was like. I could.
No
see
one did
Crypto
plumbing.
Bros doing
No one
this.
did like water treatment. No one did like food prep. It was all just Crypto Bros in cabins, and they were all starving to death and shitting
yeah,
out all
like
the
I was
time.
watching the video. And I was like, the video is obviously
gonna be
ridiculous.
so
but I was like,
rich,
I could
bro.
see Crypto Bros just, and I love that their stress relief room was just like a fucking Scrooge McDuck money vault to dive around in money.
Yeah.
Is that an adult ball pit with like like
Oh.
fake like goddamn Mardi
Just-
Gras beads, like the coins, the plastic coins all over the place.
Is the crypto market? I don't know. I don't pay attention to crypto. I'm assuming that fucking Bitcoin is still super valuable. Maybe it's dropped. Who knows? I don't.
Yeah, I got a picture of a monkey in a hat. You guys want to buy it for 10K?
I'll give
only
you
if I
like
get an NFT of it.
I'll give you like
Give
$8.
it.
Sold. Well, I'll
Give
just
it
tell you
to
one,
me.
and you just right click, copy it, and then
No, I
fucking-
will buy both of them.
Mint that shit.
Yeah, send me the Control V.
Let me give you every penny I
Oh,
have.
dude, that should be a meme format. Mint that shit.
Mint that shit.
I don't know how you do it.
Is this like the Mentos though? Like, are you gonna?
Yeah, there's
integrate them?
Dom, there's Dom's NFT is right there. He's showing it off. I minted that for
Oh
him.
wow.
He did.
Oh, fucking
Definitely did
A.
that for me, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Minted.
Fuck yeah,
Right?
it is.
Pretty
right?
good, right?
It's good looking.
I got a couple
graphic.
other for sale. Let me pull up
what's
my,
my cut of that, huh?
Let me
Well, that
pull up
was
my
from
NFT
LB.
wall.
LB made that one.
Wait,
Yeah, I made that.
LB, are you telling me
Redline, did
that
you middleman
ap-
that?
You appropriated my art, turned it into an NFT, profited off of it, and there's nothing I can do about
You
it?
did.
I don't see anything that says Redline 13 on this. I see the what could possibly go wrong logo on it, which is trademarked copyright.
Yeah.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't-
as you do.
Don't use that.
I
But I don't see anything. I made that. That's me.
Yeah, LB made that.
So
He gave it to me.
Rayo and Chaz
I
talking
made
about
this.
crashing as a super relative. It's up 78,000% since the last year. I get it. I saw a picture one time and it was a thing that someone posted. I don't know if it was on Reddit or some site. Some guy posted. This was back when like Bitcoin was brand new and like no everyone thought it was a joke. And he's like, I just got offered like to buy Bitcoin, like 50 Bitcoin for like $3 a piece. Glad I didn't invest in that garbage. What a waste. And then someone like 8 years later posted, is this man still alive? And the guy responded, alive, but dead inside. It's like-
I mean, it's a Ponzi
Uh,
scheme, but you know,
it's
let
like, I
the
mean,
kids
like,
have their fun.
yeah, I mean, like, obviously back in the day it sounded like garbage, and nowadays it's like, man, if you had the chance to just throw
I mean, it's
that
still
$100,
garbage,
you
but-
coulda- I mean, you throw $100 back in those days, and you have like 20 million now. Maybe not that much, but like probably millions. Because that shit went
Just
from like a
don't be
dollar
left
to
holding
like
the
now it's
bag.
like what's a Bitcoin now? Like 40,000, something like that.
38
I
something.
put there's an NFT for sale in chat there. If you guys want to buy it, just let me know. I'll,
I just right
Like,
clicked and
what-
saved it. Already got
Is
it.
there like a auction website I can log into?
no,
Already
just
got
tell
that
me how much
picture.
you want to give me for it, and I'll
Do,
take it
are-
into
do,
consideration.
Do directly through PayPal.
do we need to like bid through chat or anything?
Just tell me how much you're gonna give me.
Like, I don't feel my own worth if I don't like compete with others.
Give me your
to, like,
money!
Acquire this super rare and
It's a picture of a cat
Not
with
copy-
horns. And
Yeah,
an
but
eye
I wanna make
patch.
I want to make sure I'm the only one who has the
No!
receipt to the link to this
Non-fungible.
Give
thing.
me your fucking money.
Not fun. I actually like that definition better.
Everything that's happening here is fucking terrifying.
It is non-fungible.
Stop it right now.
Delon,
Sounds rather
I
fungible
still
to
believe
me.
that non-fungible
I need
means
guarantees.
unable to
Oh,
turn
you
into
better not fucking funge that. That is non-fungible.
You
I
can't
want
turn it
Denzel
into
Washington
catch-
to explain
If
this.
I find out any of you are funging that fucking picture, you're gonna be hearing from Bristol
I'm
Ball.
funging
my
so
lawyer.
hard right now.
Who cares about that?
Don't.
I
funge
don't
it.
admit to my parents or the Lord that I funge, like, on occasion.
I see one.
But you just
fucking
admitted it to
sport.
us?
Well, yeah, you guys are not
Look,
my parents or the
listen.
Yeah,
Lord.
funging does sound
One
good.
time I was out back behind a 7-Eleven funging with this girl I met down the street, Candy.
You're gonna judge me for funging with you guys, and you're gonna tell us about this public funging?
No funge February. Holy shit, we got 2 months we have to worry
Oh
about.
my God.
damn it.
Fuck.
We're like us men are gonna get destroyed. How are we gonna live?
This is what feminism wants.
Here's a better question for you.
Dude,
How
it's a
the
fucking
fuck
scam.
do I have 2 billion isk worth of stuff in my inventory, but I try to sell it and I only get 130 million isk?
You sound like a
How?
terrible salesman.
How's that happen?
Like, if you don't know how to sell, then
CCP
that's how it happens.
magic.
I don't get it.
It sounds like you don't get it. You lost all your money, or are about to, potentially.
I didn't sell them. I'm doing the filaments, man.
But,
That's
I mean, you
yeah.
might.
No funging way.
No
Fudge,
fudging way, bro.
yeah.
Funge, yeah.
I had an issue with funge once. I got a spray for my feet though, and it cleared it right up.
Funge, yeah, dude.
I appreciate that.
Fuck up.
It's fungin' hot.
All of you shut the fuck up.
Funge off, Manic.
Oh my god, what is happening? What
It's
is
like
this?
the Smurfs.
He was
What
keeping his
is
Funge
this?
under control, and it was important.
Funge and A.
Do you guys remember a TV show on Nickelodeon called Salute Your Shorts?
I do.
Yeah,
There was a
no.
They ran him up on the
There was a
flagpole.
character named Sponge.
fun.
don't
He
remember
was he was the nerdy kid. He was the nerd. They called him
Screech
Sponge
of
because
Salute
his
Your
brain
Shorts.
absorbed information like a sponge.
I like.
It was such a good show. It was so wholesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wish I had a
How about Hey
You know what
Dude?
else
I
is
eat a lot of
I
wholesome?
loved
fucking
Hey
Funge, alright.
Dude.
Yeah,
I
same
loved
era.
Hey Dude.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring it back to Eve, but I just have to appreciate.
I'm sorry you're
not
bringing it back to
having-
Eve too.
Why would
I
you do
just
that?
Dare
have to appreciate a good sausage sandwich.
And that's happening in
What
Eve?
kind of sausage you got?
What
What?
station is that in?
Where's this
Look,
happening?
I'm
you
in-
guys
Can you contract
sounded
me
like
once?
you were
Part of the
upset that
Doctor
I
Who
was
event?
taking it back to Eve, so I did.
No, literally
Oh,
one
no,
person
no,
made a
no.
comment
Sausage
about
sandwiches.
that. Literally one person made a comment
Can you
about
take
that
it back to Eve
in this
for us,
whole
Redline,
Brady
please?
bunch of people.
I just
What?
Bring her back,
really
buddy.
want a sausage sandwich.
Oh,
This was
you should
garbage,
go-
and
I'll
I'm
bet you
sad I
do.
ever listened to you.
I'll
Someone
bet
needs
you
someone
do.
needs to clip that, but cut out the sandwich part.
I don't think you can
TCP
use
Darwin
this
just
No,
put
at
a
this point.
sandwich.
tweet
Yeah.
in the
Sandwich
chat.
makes it
You
sound
need to look at it.
dirtier. Makes
Look
it
at the
sound
tweet in the chat.
kinkier. He wants the sausage sandwich. Sausage sandwich.
So Redline needs to be in the middle. Got
I
it.
do enjoy
You know
a
what we
sausage
need?
sandwich
You know what
too.
we need for an emote? Because I would use it right there. Is Manic's face emote that we got in the Discord.
Oh,
What?
the laughing face.
Well, the the fucking the face.
What?
Oh, I'm
You
just
should have
saying.
turned that
face.
into an NFT
I
instead.
just use it right there. I'm gonna take that
You know what's
image and then
crazy?
do you have an original image of that, Manic?
Hey,
I
so
can get you one.
Good
Okay.
unoriginal.
Because
Speaking of
I need that,
original
and then I need to
images,
turn it into the various. They need various sizes, and then I probably need to. They need it. What do you call it? Cropped, feathered, and
Redline. What the fuck? I have a
don't know.
meme for that too.
cropped, feathered,
What?
and masked.
For what?
That's what they need. A masked image for the
For what you put in the guest
Or
show
for the
notes.
Twitch.
what? Rand, don't eat my ass.
Watch this.
No.
This is so weird. This is the second time it's happened. Somebody said something, and I have had a meme to go at the ready.
That's
Good.
so
That's what
Weird.
happens when you're a meme lord.
Holy shit! It's like I've got them in my holster and I'm
Is this in
whipping
the
them
guest
out.
Show notes. What is this?
You guys ever seen the ship the
How
Vagabond?
you doing, Pilgrim?
The Vagabond?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually like that ship. I don't fly
is
it.
a dragon. That is a dragon.
It's kind of a dragon. It's got little frills.
They're all over
It's
the
a
place.
it's
right?
a dragon, dude. You put wings on it, it's 100% a dragon. It's my favorite ship in the game, in the entire game.
Isn't that a
Vagabond?
hack?
Yeah.
I remember
Stabber?
because when I was
Vagabond.
applying for Sinners,
Stabber
Vagabond,
Cleavage?
it's
and
a
they're
snake.
and like your question of like what's a ship you would use, and I was like, I don't fucking fit ships. I don't know. And I just went on. And I was like, a Vagabond is fun. I've never really flown many of them, but like, I'll you know what? And I just went on to Zkill and just looked at death mails
Some losses,
of
sure.
Vagabonds,
As you
and
do.
I just copy and pasted essentially the fit for it. And then the first question is like, why is there not a assault damage control on your ship? I'm like, fuck. I don't know, because I'm an idiot, and I copy and pasted an old fit.
That's fantastic.
We're gonna have to teach you how to lie one of these days.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's like
When
man, tell people
when I
you don't know how
run-
to fit ships without telling them that you don't know how to fit ships.
I haven't run this in a long time, but
I
I
like
would
the
run
Vagabond.
the XLASB autocannon Vagabond that goes like 3,000 meters per second. Just dive bomb something, scram it, and murder it with autocannons. It's the best move.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a glass cannon, though, right?
No,
it's kind of a glass, actually.
It heals 937. It repairs 937 per
heals?
second.
But you put reps
Shield.
on your ship? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's XLASP. What do you
Fuck,
mean?
dude, I don't got fitting space for that. I only got fitting spaces for
You
the
can't do
biggest
the XLA,
guns.
can you? I
The
think you
biggest
still do that
guns and
anymore.
all the damage mods and the lows. That's all I got time for.
I don't think the
And
XLA is
it's-
fixed anymore.
Vagabond looks like an axolotl.
No, the vagabond looks like a dragon. Don't ever say that.
It's a
It
snake,
looks
isn't it?
like a
Axolotl.
Quetzalcoatl.
What does a dragon look like?
What's a Quetzalcoatl?
The
I don't know, it's
vagabond.
a big bird. Well, a pterodactyl thing.
Dragon
Show
looks like
me-
a
show me this
pterodactyl?
It
penis-shaped
doesn't. I
bird.
was just saying that because it sounded like axolotl.
I don't know about that.
What are you saying? You don't even know what you're saying?
No, I knew what I was saying. I
Why
just
are you
knew it was,
confusing
I
me?
just knew it was
Why?
nonsense, so I said it.
Dude, I'm on drugs. Leave me. You gotta be nice to me.
I can't do that.
You gotta be nice.
Goodness.
Dude, you're on drugs?
Yes.
How many?
Do
4.
Dude,
At
Duro.
once?
I'll have you know I have interns who do most of my drugs for me. It's
What?
All right,
Yeah,
just
well,
how the system works.
Can I work for you?
yes, Rain.
A dragon
right?
or a
the
drake?
vagabond
What's the
looks like a dragon, and it is so pretty.
a dragon or a drake though?
A dragon.
Looks like a
Dirt?
snake.
Durgan?
A
What?
dragon.
Durgan?
Which
Snake,
mythology is
snake.
dragon?
Axolotl.
It's a dragon.
Chinese dragon
The
or like a
vagabond is
European
a-
dragon?
A vagabond's just a fucking homo.
Waffle,
It's a hobo, right? It's a
Look,
bu- it's a
just
bum.
because it looks a lot like an axolotl
Vagabond's a bum.
does not mean it's not a dragon.
Hey, Google,
Don't
what's an
take that from
axolotl?
me, please.
Can you show me which dragon it looks like?
It's a shitty salamander.
It's not a shitty salamander.
I mean, that's all dragons are, let's be honest.
You're a shitty salamander.
I
You're
mean,
fucking
maybe I'm a
monster
dragon.
Salamander. That sounds
Fucking
awful.
Salamander.
No,
Thanks,
they're a
Salamander.
fucking
I
snake.
like-
Fuck
I like
you.
that.
Fuck you, Google.
Redline, I need you to
was-
show
I
me
was
which
wondering
dragon
if
it
she would
looks
even
like.
know what the
If
fuck I
you
was talking
were a
about. She
giraffe,
spelled it
your
right and
neck
everything.
would be stubby.
Fantastic.
It happens. I've got a thick neck.
Like a vagabond, like a bum.
Thick.
My neck
I'm
is as
now
thick as my head. It's
imagining-
weird. I'll accept it.
I'm now imagining dwarf giraffes.
They're adorable.
Yes.
And enjoy yourself.
They exist.
Someone has to get the leaves in the middle.
Would they be
Something.
called dwarfs?
Dwarfs.
I saw LB like I saw the visible pain in LB right there. I saw it.
I thought it was funny.
I liked
bro.
it though. He's cracking it now.
Yeah.
Wait, dwarf giraffes are new.
Well, yeah,
They
we're
exist.
terrible people and we have wide imagination, so we're gonna
Apparently,
try to fuck with
nobody had
everything
ever
that's
seen
efficient.
one before until like last year.
Oh my god.
Punnett squares, dude. They're dangerous.
Are they sure it wasn't just a baby giraffe?
Look
Dude,
at it.
Oh, it might have been.
They're like
you're right.
deer.
That's a
Look
good
at it in
point.
the chat.
That's just a baby.
That's
It's just small.
It's
Not a
just got some
baby.
stocky legs.
Oh yeah, that's
He's a small boy.
Look at this.
yeah, that's not a dwarf
It's a
giraffe.
dwarf giraffe.
That's absolutely not.
His name's Gimli.
Gimli.
I doubt it.
Fuck off.
He was
Gimli.
first spotted in 2015. And then
Nope.
there's Nigel.
All right,
Did
this
it name
Nah.
him glowing?
No, these are definitely dwarf giraffes. These are not babies.
You don't know
Like, you
shit
can
about
tell because
giraffes.
the
I think
necks
you're
are,
full of
like-
shit, dude.
No, look at the horns.
No,
Look how
I think you're full
developed
of
the
shit.
horns are.
I
Look
don't-
how developed the
I don't know what
horns
a
are.
fucking giraffe looks like. I mean, I
that
couldn't
that
tell you
tree
the
is a
difference.
bush, Rain. That
Yeah,
the
What do you
giraffe
think?
is-
he's fucking full of shit.
Okay, that
He's
giraffe
full
is
of
You think
probably
you didn't
taller than
develop a
Rain?
horn
It's
at a
not
young
taller
age?
than
Fucking
Rain.
rain.
That giraffe is probably as tall as I am.
Like, hold on. Rain made a hilarious joke. I just shifted my perspective, like mentally, to imagine that little bush is a giant tree. And yeah, the giraffe now looks huge.
Well, yeah, but
That's insane to me because now that's all
This is
I can
actually-
see.
Whoa.
This is actually a giraffe with
Broke my
elephantitis,
perspective.
and that explains his
This is a
swole
huge
loins.
fucking
oh, shoot, the
giraffe.
tree in the back. Oh no. I was like, that's a bush, but
No!
What if that was like a full on like what are those trees in the
Those big,
Sahara?
like,
the
the-
big-
Sahara
like-
trees, yeah.
They like grow up
What
and
are
then
they
they spread
called?
out. I don't know.
It's
But
not
it
acacia.
looks like-
it's not acacia. It's like
I'm not a
It
bot.
looks like one of those. And so this giraffe looks like
Someone
it's
help.
200 feet tall.
No, it's not a saiga tree. It's not a saiga. It's not an acacia.
That's why you
it's-
only see like a few
I think it
pictures
starts
of
with
them.
an A,
These guys
though.
were like trophy hunters, like
Acacia.
a motherfucker.
It's not acacia.
The case. It is acacia.
Oh,
Is
big.
it? Hey Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me an acacia tree.
I fucking just Googled it.
Hey Google,
He did it for.
You have little faith.
show me an acacia tree. Yeah, but I can't
So-
see who you're.
So I watched a
I
docu-
can't see what you Google.
Oh,
I watched a documentary at one point about the Columbus Zoo, and their giraffes in the documentary was pregnant. And, like, they showed it giving birth and talked about it, and literally the baby giraffe like falls like fucking 8 to 10 feet
Yeah.
just
Was
down
it-
onto the ground, and it's just like,
Was
oh,
it Jim
okay.
Carrey when it came out though?
It was
No,
Jim Carrey. All
It wasn't a
along.
hippo.
That was not a hippo either.
It wasn't
It was a rhino.
Was it right
Jordan,
now?
what were
Oh,
you
that's
laughing at?
right.
But it could have been a hippo.
But he says kind of hot
she
in these
looked
rhinos.
up not an acacia. She looked up a geisha tree.
What is
Oh,
what is a
no.
geisha
Wish me
tree?
luck.
Is that
You're
like
gonna
a
wanna clear your
Chinese?
browser
Level
history.
3
Rain, if you're gonna
document
drop
element
these
with
bombs, you
safety.
have to come into voice chat for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
What is a geisha tree? Like that's a
I
lady of the
didn't-
night,
I
right?
cleared it. I didn't want to look,
Asia at some point.
but yeah, I
Do they bind the feet of the geisha tree? And by that I mean a
Yeah,
By that I mean a bonsai.
geisha tree,
What
Where
up,
you
Rain?
is a Japanese plant that grows in Africa.
What's up, Rain?
Yo, what up? I'm so glad I control you guys from Twitch chat.
Fucking
God
hell,
damn.
Rain,
You do a good job
Jesus
of it, too.
Christ.
I just watch your expressions and I
Crack
can
the
tell
whip.
when you've read my comments. By the way, I want to say shout out to Volimer in chat who had the most hilarious fucking joke I've ever read.
Yes.
Which one?
He
Which one?
goes, I go, oh, I'm not drinking. I'm doing dry January. And he goes, dry January? Is that like No Nut November but for women?
That should be a fucking thing. Why?
Fucking lost
That
my
doesn't
shit.
sound
There's
like
gotta
a
be
joke,
one,
dude.
right? There's gotta be one.
That's
It's
fucking
Throughout
funny.
dry January,
tit for
women
tat,
make the
right?
commitment to not get
Yeah.
aroused.
To think of the least
dude's gotta
arousing
give up a
things
month,
possible.
then
Yeah,
got
to
you.
cause-
I don't-
think of
Extreme dryness.
Although I will admit, like I don't follow. No
Honestly, I
November.
think they do more than us in this situation.
I don't believe in that stigma.
We don't create a desert with our nethers, and I think that's a huge achievement, and I respect it.
Shots to all the men out there.
Fuck yeah.
Was it like something like
Sure, why
Romans
not?
said, like they
Fuck
make
yeah.
a
Fuck
desert
the words
and
to
call
go.
it,
Men great.
call it
We're
peace.
great.
It's
Fucking men are
about
great.
time that men
Everyone's
got
fucking
our
We did our
time
own
in the
fucking
spotlight.
time. Exactly.
It's about drive.
Yeah, it's about time
power.
that men
power.
had some superiority once in a while. You know,
fucking A. It's about, it is. It's
I
fuck
can't say
yes.
that with a straight face. Fuck me.
It's about
It's
time.
It's funny because we're lying.
It's funny because it's yeah.
For
It's
legal
funny because
reasons,
it's
these are
true.
jokes.
For
Yeah,
legal
for le-
reasons, these are jokes.
Who's
These
joking?
are these are
What
not
we
the
joking
thoughts
about?
and behaviors and stuff of CCP Darwin at all.
Darwin's not implicated
Definitely
for
not.
quite a while
He's
now.
still here.
Oh shit! Oh goddamn! You literally just. I was trying to
And
give you a pass.
quietly recording us, building a case against the show, so
Building a
we
case
never
against every
ever
one of
get
us, yeah.
partnership.
Yeah.
Ever.
Partnership is it's a long road.
It's a
I
very
think
short,
everyone
actually.
that's working at CCP currently can no longer work there when we get partner.
I think
Nah.
nobody there remembers how to grant partnership to anybody. Yeah.
Oh, there
Aurora
you go.
does. Aurora does.
So
That's her
the
baby.
CCP partnership program is canceled because
They've
nobody knows
already
how to run it.
They've
push
already
the button right.
spaghettied their
Fucking
code.
Thunderdome all over again.
Yeah, they've already spaghetti their code. Speaking of spaghetti, I'm gonna make some spaghetti this weekend.
Bro, guess what I'm making this
Wow.
weekend?
Buddy.
Cooking
That
stream
segue
one?
was
No,
sick.
not a cooking stream because I'm gonna be at my sister's house. But
Speaking of spaghetti, did you
Just-
finish The Expanse?
Can you not stream from your sister's house? Like,
I mean,
it's just
I don't know,
another
maybe I
kitchen,
could, but
man.
I mean, like I'm assuming that she doesn't want to be on stream. She came
Stay-
on
stay the
Overcomms one
fuck out of the
time and
kitchen, bro.
Everyone like basically like
Sis,
sexually harassed her in the chat for like an hour,
that's
and she was not happy
odd.
about it. So
I'm sorry about your
understandably,
attractive
She doesn't
sister.
ever want to come on stream again. So
That's,
not saying
that's
that
pretty
everyone
shit.
here in chat would be like that. I'm just saying,
Maybe you
back-
should have
back
paid
in
more
those
attention to what
days-
you were cooking with your camera.
Yeah, back
No
in
Your
shit.
fucking
it
sister,
wasn't-
you
it wasn't
weirdo.
good.
Oh, this doesn't seem like our fault.
No, I'm not saying anyone's here's fault. I'm saying like back in those days, it was some shit.
I have
and
lost weight.
It was,
Thank
it
you,
was,
Matt
um,
Cannibal. I
it was not
appreciate
great.
that.
So, but yeah, so I'm not going to stream from her house. But I will say the next cooking stream I will do the fresh pasta making thing because I'm really excited. I'm starting to get it down. I've done it a few times. I've been trial and erroring here and there. and I've got it to a point where I think I've got it nailed soon. You look at it.
Awesome.
What dish is it?
What are they talking about? The Italian Senate. What is this?
I don't know.
Is this a
Oh,
joke that I'm
do you
not
have a
privy
date?
to?
Delana,
It's a
do you
joke
have a
that's
date
too
yet
meta for us to understand.
Am I? Is it? Do I
Just
need
a little
to
bit
play
of
Final
hentai.
Fantasy 14
No, well,
to get it?
Tifa is a
Probably.
it's Final Fantasy thing.
Tifa's Final
Seven.
Fantasy
No,
7.
I'm asking
Yeah, I
Delana,
was
do
like,
you have
Tifa's
a
from
date
7?
yet for New Orleans? Do
Because
we have a date yet?
Delana made the joke that somebody should have told me. I saw a picture of my favorite Final Fantasy 14 character shirtless today, and I lost. Talking about Dry January.
Oh,
So, but,
it's
but
gotta
I'm
be like
stupid.
Seraph
I'm
or-
stupid,
don't
and
know.
I didn't see the Final Fantasy 14 specifically, so I just started naming
Oh,
Final Fantasy 7 characters.
she put a link like Final
Moist.
Fantasy porn interrupts Italian
Oh,
Senate
here we go.
meeting.
Oh, yes.
Where
I'm gonna
they're
click on
the
it.
parliament.
The Tifa porn interrupted the Italian
It's safe
Senate.
for work.
I don't even
Yeah, I
know
use-
that it. From
Oh,
what
I
I
know
read,
there's
it's
chocobo.
Chocobo.
Yeah, it's
Are there
funny.
chocobos in Final Fantasy 14?
Chocobos.
Yeah,
you
you can
gotta
have your own
And
chocobo.
Every, I
Chocobos
think
have
every
been a thing in Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
has
since like
chocobos.
3, I think. Which
is
I
there a
think was,
casino and like horse
Japan
races
7?
via
Yes!
chocobo races in every
Yeah,
one?
they call it the Golden Saucer.
Dude,
Golden
I love
Saucer,
it.
yeah.
That's the only thing
Oh
I
my
cared
God,
about in
that's
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy 7 all over again.
But
Stop.
but
You
like
want
The only
It's
Final
on your
Fantasy
head,
game.
I
right?
will do.
It's a
The only
great
Final
game.
Fantasy game I
Otherwise,
ever
I'm gonna
played
have
was
to
Final
play the
Fantasy
Final
Tactics.
Fantasy 7 remake again.
I played Tactics. I didn't beat it, but it was fun.
Tactics is good, and I can't
Yeah.
find it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah. But
I don't wanna
yeah,
play the
when I do
Final
the next
Fantasy
week's
7
stream, I'm gonna
remake
do.
again.
I just want to play
I
Final
gotta
Fantasy
perfect the
7.
noodles just a little bit more. So I think what I've been doing is like changing out the amount of egg to flour ratio, and then I think
You're
I've got
making
it
your
down for,
own
like,
pasta.
Goddamn! Like,
Can you
that's-
guys, speaking of eggs and flour, can you guys play Dark Souls with me?
That game
like
looks
that
fucking
game.
miserable.
I
So
tried to
you
play-
guys play it and I'll join and help.
I tried to
Dude,
play
eggs and
Bloodborne,
flour remind you
or
of
what
looks
is it? Bloodborne?
horrible.
Is Bloodborne
You
the
just
one?
said eggs and flour reminded
Okay.
her of the game. That sounds like a
Bloodborne's
terrible
console.
game.
I'll make
play
you a
it.
deal,
Well, I know,
Ring.
and I played Bloodborne for about 2 hours, and here's how far I got. You know the first werewolf that you're supposed to die to?
No.
Died to that, and then you know the very first enemy you meet, like right after
died to
that,
that too?
basically the werewolf died to that is the intro, and then the very first mob you meet, I got stuck on for an hour and a half and died 20 times, and I was like, fuck this game. And so I can't do Dark Souls. I just can't do games like that. Games that are
So
meant to be
what you
that
do-
hard, I hate them.
And nobody told me this when I started playing Kitty, is that what you can do
What?
is you can invite your friends and your friends can play through a level with you. And no one told me this. And you could do it for like literally every part of the game. You just invite a friend and they can run along and do the dungeon with you. So if you guys want to play it, I'll join you and it'll be fun.
I get mad watching you play.
Yeah,
I would.
I get so.
I would. I can't. I
I
cannot
get
play
so
that game.
frustrated
I'm
with the
sorry.
loss of progress and the fact that like if you die and you go, yeah, there are checkpoints, but like you have to fight through. It's not like there's a checkpoint and like all the stuff that you killed is gone. It's like you have to fight through it all the time. So like the difficulty of getting to the boss that was impossible to beat in the first place. Sometimes just going through the shit, getting to the boss, you have to run through like 7 times,
shit,
and then you
you did it
finally
on
get to
the
the boss,
head.
and you die again, and then you have to run through that shit 7 more times to get to the boss and die again. And I was like, I can't fucking do. I hate that.
You
it's
gotta
like,
cheat
Brayden,
and
are
just
you
run past
saying-
all the bad guys.
I just
Oh,
read
Are
you
you saying that's
I-
not incredibly fulfilling to you?
No,
Speaking
it's
of twigs
not.
and feathers, that's
like
fucking
I like
right.
playing games, and I don't mind a challenge. But when the challenge is so like I'm one of those people. Like I don't want the games to be ridiculously hard. I want.
So you like checkers?
I want a breeze through game with a
Checkers.
storyline. That's usually the games I like. Like
Well,
I
checkers
don't
are a
It
story.
care if
sounds like
they're
you want to play
easy.
God mode.
I don't care if they're. I don't need God mode, but it's like I don't care if they're easy. I just don't want them to be so frustratingly hard that I get
Punishingly
upset
difficult.
playing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
You
play
I
Eve,
want to,
dude.
like I'm fine if I die here and there and have some struggles here and there. That's fine. But like if every single moment I'm playing, I'm stressing about how fucking hard it is, I don't want to play that game.
This
gonna
kind of
ask
sounds
Delana
like the
now.
like House
Delana,
MD
have you
of
heard anything about
RPGs.
New Orleans?
Well, so
Every episode
I've
I'm
only
gonna kill you
I've
and
only
then I save
been
you.
watching Rain play it, so I don't know
When you haven't watched
really
Maine,
I've
it's
seen
anything
good.
about the
several
game.
people play those games. and
It
it's
looks like
and they're
it
good
looks
at
to
them,
me
and it
like
frustrates me.
every single fight comes down to almost random chance. Like there's
No,
it seems
I mean,
like there's
skill
very little
involved.
skill.
Like your skill in dodging is
The dodge. Okay, so yeah,
it's
there's
like
dodging.
how
Like,
well can you dodge?
Yes.
Like, and the timing
I
of your
have
attacks.
no idea.
Still no.
Oh,
Okay.
it's up,
Lana.
You have to time your attacks.
Code is just getting over Omicron.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Oh,
We're trying to
Like,
make plans.
Of course, he's doing everything, and he's about to run himself into the damn ground.
You
Keep
should
telling
tell him to use the guy who lives in New Orleans who works at a hotel to get us a good hotel reservation.
I think he's like trying to work with the same hotel people. I think. But it's like, dude. Also, like, I bought a resin printer from him like 3 months ago. I still haven't gotten it. I'm about to drive over there.
Go raid his house.
Yeah, just go over there. Demand it.
Yeah.
'Cause I just have to drive over the stupid lake. But I might do that.
I'm surprised when you mentioned that the other day, and I looked at it, I was like, that. I didn't think there was bridges that long. Actually, I thought like the longest bridge was
It's
that one
the
up
longest
in Michigan.
the longest continuous bridge over water in the world.
Yeah. Because I thought the longest bridge was up in Michigan, going over one of the Great Lakes, which was
Sasha
like
is here.
3 or 4 miles. But that one down there on that
Hi,
lake is like
Sasha.
7 or 8 miles.
She heard me
Two-lane road.
talking.
Oh
She's
my
like, "Are
gosh,
you
she
talking
sounds
about
so
me?"
cute. That was so cute. Oh my god, I can hear her. Oh my
The
god, get the
chortles.
fuck out of here.
Matt's gonna lose his shit.
It makes me
I
hungry.
love hearing cats, man.
Can we just like, have a stream of cat
Everybody be
noises?
quiet. Everybody just be
No.
quiet. Be quiet, be quiet. Shh.
Shut the fuck up, Drayden.
That's creepy as hell. No.
Oh, she's like
That's
a bird. She
That's
sounds
a
like a
predator.
bird.
I know.
Exactly, that's a predator gonna kill like a million things.
No, it's like someone pulling on like a pull.
It's a
stop
sweet little
engine.
predator that you can like pet in your
Somebody's
in your
pulling on a
floor.
very tiny lawnmower.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Yep, she's a
The
very large
tiniest
bird.
lawnmower.
I'm trying.
I can hear it.
And
It's a
she just sits
lawnmower
here.
She's
for
like a,
mice.
she's like a pigeon. She sounds like a pigeon.
Yeah.
That cat's
call
gonna
her-
murder so many birds.
Call her a little bird because she chirps. She goes. "Huh."
Oh my
Yeah,
God, this
they
is
do.
Adorable.
That's creepy.
I
as
love
fuck.
it.
They're smart predators.
No, that's
She's
creepy
just
as
sitting
hell.
here. Why is
I
it
love my
creepy?
cat, but he's an asshole and he's gonna
Fucking,
kill a
that's
shitload
creepy.
of things because he's an asshole and he's very well
Sasha,
evolved.
you gonna say hi? Trying to get her to talk. Hi, Sasha. No, she's just
Wait,
sitting here.
that's
I'm
not
scratching
Sasha
My
her
purring?
cat says hi to her.
No,
right
I'm saying that is Sasha.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm
wait,
just trying
that's
to
the
get her to-
shithead purring right now.
No, the shithead, he doesn't really purr unless he's like grinding on the blanket like a
Okay.
weirdo.
I don't even know his name. What's shithead's
Don't you
name?
judge my grinding?
It's weird. It's just like his little cat junk. I don't know. The other cat is named.
Is that weird?
Kind of, yeah.
If it makes you
what?
feel better,
Got some
kids do
junk?
it too.
Got some junk? Gotta rub it against some things.
I mean, I've owned several cats, and they tend not to rub their junk on things.
I'm not saying it's that
Once
weird for
kids
the
do
cat.
it.
I was trying to broaden it.
Who does it?
When my niece listens to music, she just like grinds back and forth like she's dry humping stuff. It's really awkward. Apparently,
Twerking really fucked up kids.
That's like
It's
that's
apparently-
the natural fucking dance, right?
that's what I was confused about. Apparently, they do it to build strength in their legs.
Okay.
Ah.
What?
Just an instinct.
You ever see
Anyways,
babies dry humping things? It's normal.
You ever seen an NFT?
No, it's
It's
Ty
like
just
little-
Only once
remembered-
before.
Toddler, so it's like music come on.
Will
like,
you
time
show
to
me one
time
in
to
confidence?
twerk.
She walked away.
I
she's
was-
gone.
The other day, my niece was running around naked because we had to change her because, you know, she had an accident. She's learning to be potty trained. And I go, naked butt, and I slap her booty, and she's like, turns around and starts twerking and slapping her ass. I'm like, what the fuck? Who taught her this?
What are they teaching her in that house?
My sister's like, yeah, she has cousins. Because apparently my cousins, like, dance and teach her to do that.
This is.
Oh
not
no!
good.
Oh no!
It's
What?
literally the worst, dude.
Fuck.
Nelly sold a lot of albums around this.
Do I buy Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition? What is the difference?
I'm not
probably
sure.
Some NFTs. And
Oh,
like,
Oh,
artwork.
so
NFTs?
Ultimate Edition has some extra story content and I think some premium exclusive online content.
Don't
When you
do
say
it.
premium
Don't do it.
exclusive
Don't do
online
it. Just-
content,
just
do you
go with
mean
the
that
good shit. Just go
NFTs?
with the
I mean,
the
like
old
maybe there's
vanilla.
horse armor.
But like a
Oh,
picture
no,
of it,
the
or
horse
like a
armor,
receipt
that's
for
what
it?
started this whole
Or
mess.
I know, it's making an Oblivion reference.
Okay, so you
looking
said
at
there's,
Red
there's
Dead
an online
Redemption
Red Dead
2 or Red
Redemption.
Dead
Can you do
Online?
like co-op?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I don't
there's
know.
like multiplayer and
Okay, because like
online with
I've
it.
played the first hour of Red Dead Redemption like 3 times. It was like post Opacom's show. I'm like, oh, let's start a game. And I was like too drunk, and I got through like the rest of the guy on the frozen mountain.
Did you fall off your horse every time?
I don't know, probably. And
You'll
then like,
break
I
your
just never
neck.
got past
It's
that.
not a
So it's
great
like, I did that. I know the
The
beginning
extended edition has enhanced horse testicle physics.
part.
Sold.
Enhanced balls.
What?
You can't not.
Oh yeah,
pay
yeah.
for
The
that.
horses have balls, and they slap
No,
around.
so
and everything.
here's they went what so
They
when it gets
enhance
cold.
the testicle.
I know
physics
this.
for
I
the
know
game. They're
this.
just
I remember
updates.
reading an article about this. So in Red Dead Redemption 2, in the colder areas, like when it's snowing, in colder climates, your horse's balls will shrink, and then when it's warm,
Really?
the balls will
Wait,
descend.
But
And
do
that's the
ball-
quality we used to
What's
get
your
from
horse
Rockstar.
balls?
Wait, but
And this
the-
is
Yes.
this is what
but
video
do the
games are
balls
now.
shrink in cold?
I don't even
Why
want
do
to
you
say
use
now.
horse
That's what they
balls?
used
You
to
don't
be,
know
and
this?
that was their
Right,
great.
yeah,
I've never
Drayden.
really looked. I'm not like, oh, it's so
Oh,
cold.
come
I see
on,
my
dude.
balls
You
are smaller.
know.
I don't
You
really
never-
look like
you
that.
know, but there's
Bro.
a whole Seinfeld episode around it.
Well,
I was
yeah,
in the
that's-
pool.
glanced under
that's
your
dick
horse?
shrinkage.
Yeah, there's
Not ball
shrinkage.
I was in the
shrinkage.
pool.
So the balls don't shrink, but
They
they
tuck
like
up, yeah.
they tuck up into the
tuck up,
body.
but that doesn't
Okay.
really shrink.
That's what the
What
whole
was
sack is for.
Hold on,
Oh, the-
lay it-
See,
lay
now
it
we're
down,
driving
Miss
away. The
Darwin.
only actual
We're gonna have
person
to
who's
do
been
anatomy
talking.
lessons here with Drayden.
CCP Darwin's
Well,
got
I
something.
don't know
to
how-
say.
Are the balls ray traced on RTX cards?
I love that you said that like that was such a dry delivery of that question.
He really wants to know the answer.
How's the ray tracing
That's
on
like
your balls?
Hey, look, if
That's
they
like
can have boob jiggle physics, they need to have ball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Asking,
What was the movie
asking
when
the
we were
real
kids?
questions.
Simon Birch.
I honestly don't know.
There was
Like,
a volleyball game for PlayStation back in the day that had
Yes.
those boob jiggle
Dead or
physics. What
Alive
is it called?
volleyball.
Dead or Alive, yeah.
That's right. Yes.
And
Right.
also,
Well, that
Tal
was a fighting game too, right? Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Dead or
Yeah.
Alive was a
Yeah.
fighting game, but then they had like the volleyball game was just all the female characters.
and there
yeah,
was,
they
of
had
course,
epic-
unlocks with naked
cus-
people.
Well, yeah, there were unlocks, nude cheats or nude codes or whatever, but I believe you could
Nude
adjust
chain.
the jiggle physics.
Mm.
I think that's what they called it in the
Yes.
settings
Yeah.
menu.
Yes.
The jiggle physics.
Jiggle
I
physics.
I
Well,
remember like a whole episode of G4 about it and how like sexist it was or some shit.
It
Which
was
would have been
actually a
pretty
fun
progressive for
game.
G4.
Like honestly, it was a legitimately fun game. We played it a lot.
Ugh.
yeah,
It's
but-
like guys are like, huh, boobs, and then the girls are like, damn, girl needs a sports bra. That hurts.
Yeah, like she's got back
I-
problems.
Like,
Yeah.
that shit's about to like bounce up and hit you in the face. Like,
Volleyball is
That hurt.
dangerous. Let's
I don't
just
know
be
if
honest.
anyone looks at the teleport animations.
I
but
watched
there's
Top
one
Gun.
where It's just teleperte or whatever.
Oh my
There's-
god, Drayden, I'm so glad you showed me that Twitter account. That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Well, it's a YouTube account actually. It's a YouTube.
Right, yeah, I'm subscribed.
They do like just like sketch animations on YouTube. They're actually like fun to watch. But like and I mean, they do border on like there's actually a animation they did where like it's a line that they have to walk, and like on one side it's like normal and the other side is NSFW, and they're
Oh
like
yeah.
they're like just balancing like oh, it's like they're like yeah, that's this channel.
Yeah.
But there's one where it's like going down the stairs and they look down, they're like daunted. And it just becomes a nightmare. Yeah. And it's like, I can only imagine that.
But they're just these really quick, really well done animations. They're super cool.
It's,
I love
they're-
stuff like
they're-
that.
Yeah, it's. And there's so. It's weird like how much. I didn't know about it until a friend of mine showed me it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's actually kind of cool. And then there's a bunch of copycat channels, and there's a shitload of people that actually just take their straight animations and then put it on their channel as like direct copies and add a sound effect. They're like, oh, I've added something to it. It's like, no, you just fucking stole their
Right,
shit and are getting views for that.
Breaking copyright law.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there
No,
is.
there
There's a lot of things
There's a
wrong
lot
with
of
that
things
actually.
wrong with that. You can't just add like one sound effect to a video that you stole from someone else's channel and be like, yeah, this is mine now.
Why not?
you
Uh,
made this. I made this.
I
that
made
seems,
that.
that seems right.
That's
I love
actually I remember a story like way back in the early days of video games when Pac-Man got really popular. If I'm remembering correctly, there were a lot of like Pac-Man clones, and this sparked kind of like kicked off the discussion of copyright and intellectual property in video games. So like people were making all these Pac-Man clones, and but they would modify the sprites just a little bit, like maybe they'd draw glasses or a mustache on the ghosts, and just by doing that they evaded the copyright laws that existed at the time. So like a lot of these laws had to be rewritten because of all these Pac-Man clones.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyway.
boy, oh boy. Yeah, cool story,
Boy,
bro.
howdy.
Thanks, Val. I guess you had to be
Fantastic.
there.
so who else is excited for FanFest?
Not
me.
going.
I'm like,
Next year.
Not
Me.
going.
Next year.
I ugh.
They
Putting
need to
in a
call it
road
I
off.
honestly don't even know when I will ever actually be
Bump
able to
back
go.
Scott Manley
If
to next
ever.
year, and we'll have a great time.
I
I'll
saw
bump you
the
next year.
Icelandic rules right now, so you can see if you can actually get into the country. But right now, they're not allowing any gatherings over 50 people.
That's the thing.
I don't even know 50 people.
I don't know
Bars
who
close at
posts.
9.
Yeah, I don't know who posted, but someone
I
was
know
saying like
bars
rip
close at 9.
FanFest, and they were
Yeah.
basically saying like because of the COVID restrictions that FanFest is probably
I mean,
going to
there's
either
a
be
group of
difficult
us-
or maybe it'll just happen and maybe the rules won't be enforced. But
I'll bet.
I mean,
I'll bet
there's
it'll,
still a
it'll be a
good amount
lot
of
smaller.
time, but like, there's a group of us who are almost planning like, even if FanFest is canceled, we might just go anyway, and just like we'll have a small group of
Yeah.
us. We're gonna do like a road
Yeah,
trip
that'd be cool.
and just kind of do our own thing, and because it's like some of those guys, they're already in Europe, so it's like a short flight for them. But it's like if I'm gonna go across the Atlantic, I'm gonna go big.
right. I'm like, yeah.
What if
'cause
they
the
just do
flights
it
are so
outside?
much- It's one thing to go from like Europe to Iceland. To go from the U.S. to Iceland is like, I mean, it's kind of like
It's a
when
whole
E
other
Vegas
thing.
happens, you got the guys that are in the U.S. who's like, okay, yeah, I flew like 500 miles, flew 1,000 miles, and then you have the people that coming from Australia. It's like I flew like 6,000 miles to get
Yeah,
here,
like,
so I'm gonna fucking.
How long
have
were you
my
on the
day,
plane?
you
For
know,
a
like,
day.
I'm
I
not
had to set
squandering
aside
this.
3 days for travel.
Yeah,
How long was your
Have to-
flight?
I
24
have to
hours.
say though
yeah,
that
it's like 24 hours and two separate days because I flew across the not the Prime Meridian. What the fuck is that called? International
International Dateline.
Dateline. Yeah.
2020.
Dateline NBC.
I know that's the first thing.
Aaron, what were you going to say?
have to say though that the flight from New York and the flight from Spain is about the same.
Is
Okay.
it?
Both are
Time-wise?
like 5 hours.
Wow.
But one's
Weird.
Spanish.
I-
That's good.
It's weird that you look at a map, which is probably skewed because of the flattening of it, but
These blue parts here, they're
Oh
the
my
land.
gosh. There's a whole West Wing episode about this. Did you guys know the maps that you've been seeing your whole life are mostly wrong?
They're
Yeah, a
they
lot of them are
skewed.
fucking
Like,
In,
everything-
lies.
terms of
yeah.
like the scale?
Sure.
Yes.
The
Yes,
closer
we
to the
do.
poles you
Yeah.
get, the more elongated they are. So that's why Greenland,
Right.
when you look at a flat map,
Exactly.
Greenland looks huge. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a big island, but it's not. It's not anywhere near as big as you think it is. If you
As
look at
big
need
as
to look at
Canada,
those maps.
Russia.
yeah, the
etc.
old maps
Yeah.
make it look like it goes
Those
expand
maps
out
with
like this,
the-
and it's really like
Those
more
maps
just
with the
like
cuts
this.
on top. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? The ones with
Yeah.
the cuts on
Yeah.
top. Those are more accurate than the flat maps.
Yeah, the
because
ones
they
that
account
but
for the
here's the thing,
curvature
the ones
of
that do like the
the
weird
Earth.
like cuts and like those are more accurate and they're actually accurate size wise, but people hate those because they're not a flat continual map, so people don't like them.
People are fucking dumb.
People are
No,
assholes.
but the thing is, like when you stretch the map flat, it stretches the poles because you're taking a sphere and putting it into a rectangle. It doesn't work like that.
Well, that's
Just use,
dangerous.
like,
'Cause then
elastic
someone
in the
looks at
band.
Greenland and is like, "Look at all this fucking Greenland they got up there." Let's
Why
go
don't you
there."
conquer it?
No,
We should conquer it. We should
Okay.
conquer the poles.
you'll be there in the summer. You won't
Conquer
like
the-
it in the winter.
Hashtag
Meanwhile, in
Hashtag
Poland,
Hashtag conquer
on
the
the poles.
poles. That's
conquer the polls.
You know what country
Not the
actually?
voting polls.
you're
you
gonna
know-
worry the Polish.
That
You know-
they're in.
Do you know
NATO,
what
they'll be
country
fine.
actually controls Greenland? Do you remember?
I don't actually.
Denmark.
I thought it
UK.
was-
It's Denmark. Tiny little
Really?
ass
Of course it is.
Denmark.
Yeah, because
has
Iceland
Greenland.
also was a Danish colony.
You say tiny little ass
Did you-
Denmark as though they didn't like swing their dick around within the last 150 years.
Well,
I mean,
it's
like,
the
know-
Dutch.
ge-
It's not the Dutch, it's
Geographically,
Norway.
at least, like the area that the main part of Denmark has is pretty small compared to what they have in Greenland.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
majority of their
They've got
land is
plenty.
not their national homeland
It's
area.
not
so to
Dutch,
speak.
because Dutch is
Well, that's because
Netherlands.
Greenland's huge. We just
Danish.
established that on
Danish is Denmark.
the fucked up map.
When you talk about the value of Greenland, you have to subtract the glaciers.
That's right.
So
You can't
80%
get
of
to
the
the green
country-
land that's underneath the fucking mile of ice. Did you know that there's an island between Greenland and Canada that is in dispute?
Really?
And the way we
How-
dispute it is the Canadian Navy will go there and they'll put up a Canadian flag, and then they'll leave like Canadian whiskey, maple syrup gifts for the Danish, and they'll leave. And a couple months later, a Danish patrol will come by and they'll take the Canadian flag down and put the Danish flag up, and they'll leave like schnapps and like Danish treats.
That's
for the
that's
Canadians.
fucking cool. I love that.
That's the most wholesome.
That's the
It
most
just-
wholesome
Yeah.
like fucking
Like,
territory.
The island goes
ever.
back and forth,
Because
back and
of
forth
course-
like that.
When it
It's
comes
like
to the
a-
most
Yeah.
wholesome territory to
That
dispute,
sounds-
of course Canada is involved.
That
Because
sounds like
the only
whatever.
inhabitants of this islands are big fat walruses and fucking.
I was gonna say, like,
sea
does
lions,
anyone
and
even
that's it.
live there? Like, who even fucking cares?
No,
That's
it's just a
yeah.
fucking rock in the way.
Yeah,
That's all it
I
is.
love.
I was gonna say those.
I love that
those
story.
officers are like, hey, like I'm gonna leave some shit for you.
So it's
Some
basically
shit
like
for you.
a.
We're gonna bring them back home.
It's
to our
basically like
family or
a
whatever, and be
good relations in exchange between the two countries in the name of conflict.
No, it's vicious and brutal.
It's like, let's pretend to be mad at each other. That's actually just like exchange.
Don't you know
gifts.
how hockey works?
I love that. It's fucking
You know
great.
how hockey works.
What island is it? I want to find it now.
Don't you
I
go?
don't know.
Americans are
I'm
not
going.
welcome. We'll
Oh my
fuck
God.
we'll fuck up the whole
Google
dynamic.
Maps. Look at how wrong this is. Look how big Greenland is.
They don't deserve
It's
our
so
influence.
fat at the top. It's thick.
Well,
That's-
sure it is, but
That's dummy thick at the top.
Is it? It's not slim thick.
Dude, it's dummy thick.
It's slim thick.
It's slim thick at the bottom. You know, I'll give it that.
You're not
I'll give it
talking
that.
about. You're not talking about Disco Island, are you?
Are we?
Disco.
What is
what's
the island? I don't see an
what's
island.
Disco
I
Island?
want to know this island.
What
is
is
it in the
Disco
Davis
Island?
Strait?
It's an
was a-
it's an
that was a
island off
50
of
Cent
Greenland
song.
called Disco Island.
It's Hans
Sounds
Island.
like a fun place.
Like
Hans
Hans, like
Island, and
Hans
it's
and Ferdinand.
and the conflict is called the Whiskey War, also known as the Liquor Wars.
It's
so,
like
like-
HAAN.
Yeah, since the 1930s, it's been in the middle of a disagreement between Canada and Denmark, and so a Navy patrol will go there and put.
What's the
down
name of it again?
Hans Island.
Oh,
H-A-N-S.
Island.
Oh, it's so small. Who gives a
Yeah,
shit about
exactly.
this
It's like
island?
it's not
Tiny
even
dick
worth it.
homies hit me up.
Drayden, we established that we do
it's
not
like-
need
Yeah,
to.
daddy.
It's
Drayden,
tiny.
stop size shaming the islands.
We
okay?
do not need to add an American influence to this
It's Tiny
island. Let
Dick
it be
Island.
what it is.
This
There's
is
no
ti-
there's no oil
Just
on
let
it.
them go
it's
back and
fine.
forth.
This is Tiny Dick Island. This is like
Don't judge the island.
Tiny.
no, it's like not even 1,000 feet across.
It's a medical condition.
It's like
Oh, God damn it, Drayden.
It's 800
Drayden
feet.
is a size queen confirmed.
Yeah, it's 800 feet by 400 feet.
confirm.
I'm like, how can you work with that?
If you start sizing up the island, we're gonna have boots on the field, like in no time. Just
Dude,
it is
you know
what it is. It's a beautiful
You
thing.
prepare
They're
your
trading.
oil
schnapps,
on
I'll
it, we don't
prepare my
care.
syrup.
They're
Let's
trading like
fucking go.
maple syrup and whatever the fuck the others bring to it.
There's no oil
Just
on
be
it.
nice.
I don't
It's
care,
so,
like-
it's so
You
good that
guys
America
will
wasn't
fuck it up.
involved in
You'll
this,
put
'cause
a
America
team
be
of
like,
Navy SEALs there. They'll get fucking cold, and then they'll fucking have to call for an extraction.
Right.
And it'll be a big fucking deal, and it'll be fucking let's go Brandon all over the place. And
Oh,
fucking,
Fucking
no.
all over
Oh,
the
no.
place.
you guys will be all fucked up.
Let's
Just
go,
don't bother, please. Keep your
God.
shit at home. We'll deal with the fucking whiskey wars ourselves. We got
There's
this
no
one.
oil on it. We don't care.
There's-
No, we
There might be.
do.
As though
We will fuck
Underneath.
it up.
You know what is on it?
underneath. That's right.
It's
A whole
underneath
bunch of
everything.
Pixels.
Don't fool yourself.
What
We
are
just
you
have to
Look
leave
at
it to
this.
them.
talking
Look
about?
at this image.
I don't know.
That is the
We
island
lost it
right
all
there.
forever.
Look at how important that is.
Are
How are we
you
supposed to
attacking
It's
see?
incredibly
something?
important.
You can't tell from that. You have to zoom out and see in context.
There's no context.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
there is a mirror.
What kind of
glacier.
lens is this taken with?
There's
What
a
is
mirror
this?
glacier off to the side that I think the satellite is fucked up with. Now, from here, if you can see my mouse, I think you can. From here to the other side is 900 feet. That's like
I love how the satellite's
280
I gotta get this
meters,
spot.
rough-
Gotta get this
280
one little
meters, I
spot.
think. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just had to get that one little smudge right there. Oh, I gotta get that part. This is this is important.
And here's how important it is. Let me zoom out.
Are you zoomed in?
That's what we're fighting over.
Is that what zoomed in was?
That little tiny thing. Now, obviously, this is extended because of the.
I'm not fighting over it.
Also, this is
we're
so
not
far north.
Canadian.
This is
I
probably.
feel like we
extended.
basically confirmed that
This is
Drayden's
probably
size
extended
shaming.
too. Look, here's the other thing. The closer to the equator you get on this map, the more accurate it is. The farther from the equator that you get, the more extended it gets because of the stretching. This is up at the top. Look at how
Stretch marks are
Drayden is not
natural.
this
Drayden.
wide.
Drayden, why do
come
you
on.
seem like so offended
Yeah,
by the size of this
why-
island?
I'm
Like,
fucking shit about my
offended
fucking stretch
by
marks.
the fact that these two
It's
countries are
supernatural.
having fun with this island.
No, man.
No, I'm
are we
I'm
not allowed to have fun?
How dare we?
No, I actually
They're
like
not.
that they're having fun. I'm trying to just break it down.
Despicable.
You just size shaming.
I'm just
Yeah, I'm
size
an
shaming
NFT,
actually.
that's
Yeah,
MH.
look at how small it is. Like
You're rude.
Rude. That's the proper term for
I
it.
know, it's
Rude.
rude. I'm like, I should be ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I think
Who
actively
size
you should.
shames?
I am. I'm shaming you. You should be
I don't-
ashamed of
I
yourself.
don't size shame.
Shame.
You zoom right the fuck back out right now.
I
Fucking shines.
I don't size
What are
shame
you doing?
anyone. I'm a tall man.
You are.
as I don't size shame
You
anyone.
size shame the shit out of people. You fucking look down at me.
I'm a. Oh man! Speaking of size, so this is not a sexual thing, to believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
Let me turn this off.
Let's run with it.
Wait, where's my mouse? Oh, it. What?
You're just sizing up the states.
Where's my mouse?
We'll be
It's
okay.
going crazy all over the states, there, bud.
It's
Yep,
based
back
on
and forth,
movement.
back and forth. I see it right there. Oh.
Oh,
let it-
I found it. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Dom, you're
I'm
getting
tripping.
molested by the cursor.
Um.
And you're having a hard time with the cursor. And I'm the one I
So,
dropped.
I was doing an overnight trip for work the other day. I stayed at a Super 8 motel.
Are you smarter because of it? No, that's how.
No, I'm not. No, not at all. I'm just saying, like, you know, I mean, obviously, there is no shower head unless it's like one of those like rainfall shower heads over the top. There's no shower head that is tall enough for me ever. I'm used
So you
to
have to
that.
duck no matter what.
I
You have to duck.
assume
This
that to be the case.
This particular shower head was the shortest one I've ever seen in my life.
Did you take a picture?
Rain would have had to duck down. Rain and Delana both would have had to.
Oh.
duck. Not saying you're both short. I'm saying, like,
Yeah, I was saying at the same time. What?
Well, I was saying, not saying that you're super short. I'm saying you are shorter than
He
I
didn't get
am.
it either. He didn't get it.
And you wanted this to sound nice earlier?
I'm not trying to-
I feel like you were
well,
saying.
I'm just saying, like,
They don't need to duck down at the same time.
Here's the
We'd
thing.
like it, but you don't
I'm
have
not
to
saying
do it.
that. I'm saying it's not.
I'm not being shitty, but
I'm saying everyone. I wasn't trying to say that they're short. I'm saying like everyone. Everyone's short to me, but this shower head was like to here. So if you were like 5'5", you would have to duck under this thing.
Which it happens to be the exact height I am. So
Drayden, that's
Okay.
called a bidet.
So
like
you
were
would have
fucking
had
up
to-
hard.
You would have had to duck under this shower head to shower under it. If you could believe that.
You're showering in a bidet? Why would you do
I
that?
was
dude?
no,
not
that
showering
part's supposed to
bidet.
go up your butt.
What the fuck, man?
Not
Come
up your
on.
butt, just at your butt.
I appreciate that you're progressive,
At it.
and I think
It's
that's
like
one of your best
It
traits.
came out of the wall at my chin and then came down like 5 inches, and that's where the shower head. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I literally sat on my ass and washed my upper body, and then had to stand up and do like a separate washing for the rest. It was so fucking weird.
I can see it. I can see
I've
it in
never
my
had
head.
to shower like that before.
You're
it was,
imagining
it was an
Drayden naked?
experience.
No.
I'm imagining.
Of course we are.
I
Drayden-
did
Drayden
get naked, yes.
sitting down in a tub
I
taking
got
a
it.
shower.
Dude, it's
His
making me
giant ass
sad.
naked. That's
I-
all
I
I
did
can
get-
visualize.
He's surrounded by candles.
I did get naked. I
Got some
yes,
nice
I had
music
some
going.
scented candles.
It was Alanis Morissette.
They were scented with
It was the soundtrack to City of Angels.
They were scented with Super 8
Why
I
would
soap
like
such
I like
a
that movie a
candle?
lot actually. I
It
like
was a
that
good
a lot.
movie. Nicolas Cage. Sure.
Yeah. I also had to I couldn't go less
Did
than
I pour
50 miles per hour in the
booze in your-
shower,
Or Goo Goo Dolls
or
song on
else
that one?
like a bomb
That's
would
a
have went
whole
off.
different movie.
Yep, that was just straight.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I've been in a lot of motels. I've been in a lot of places. That is the shortest shower I've ever seen in my life, and I was flabbergasted when I saw it.
I hate to hypothesize, but I think that one's like targeted at like pedos. Like people who are
What?
doing
Ew,
some
why
sort of
not just
trafficking.
short people? Why not just short
What?
people?
Short showers.
Now we're never gonna get a sponsorship from Motel 6.
Way to
talking
go,
about- You
Akarat.
talking
Oh,
about Peter showers? What the fuck?
Motel Snicks?
Oh,
What'd you
stop!
At the motel,
Stop.
hotel, Holiday Inn Express.
I was just saying that it was the
Snicks?
shortest shower I've seen in my life, and I mean I'm used to short showers being short for me, but like I've never seen anything of the like in my life.
I'm used to those short things, but I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, now you're like shower shaming too?
I'm shower shaming.
Oh, he's been
everyone, yes.
shower shaming for quite a while.
Yeah, it's an ongoing.
I was
Hashtag
shirt
cancel
during
Drayton.
this.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
You're gonna have to delete your Twitter account after this
Do
one.
you know who
it's
I
over.
am?
Do you have a Twitter account?
Apparently,
Manic
Drayton
runs
has a
it.
Twitter account.
Does he? I don't have one.
I don't
do.
use it. I throw a like once out.
I have 2 Twitter accounts.
What?
What are you
Why?
cheating?
The other one
Wait,
is
I
strictly
have
for
2
Final
as well.
Fantasy stuff.
You made a
Literally
Twitter
only,
account
like,
for Final
pictures.
Fantasy.
Pictures of one
Did you?
character
Thank you.
on the entire thing.
Thank you for
Cheating? Oh,
thank
you
you
have
for
2 of them?
sparing us
Why?
all that.
Right.
I
I have the other one to hide my shame.
That was a considerate
nothing wrong with
divergence.
Final Fantasy. Like, hey, don't let people weeb shame.
It's not about weebs.
I'm
No,
a
it's the
weeb.
People
fact
here
that
are
it's,
pretty
it's
open-minded.
mostly about the one character, and the latest picture I retweeted was him like with his shirt off.
Nothing
Touching
wrong
himself?
with that. I retweet people with their shirts off all the time. I'm
Porn
lying.
star
I'm
medic.
lying. I don't do that. But
Porn star
lying.
medic.
Drayton, it's okay.
Matterall, sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
we got you and I both got a selfie with porn star Matterall. Don't worry about it.
That's right. That's true. We did.
Totally worth. Retweet.
Yeah, that's true. We did do that. That was a hot pick. That was some hot.
That dude
pick.
was
I
fantastic.
hope-
I love.
I hope
Vegas
one day
so
he
much.
stumbles
That is, like, one of
across
best
the
picks
fact
I
that
think
he's a
we've ever
meme somewhere
taken
in like a
together.
niche community. And he's like, you remember that one time like I got approached?
Remember
And
that
the
one
girlfriend's like, I was
time?
coming back from the bathroom and you were on the tennis court. And then he's like,
Remember that?
I
time
show up
got
on the
approached by those
internet in
tall
multiple
weirdos?
places.
Oh, Mike's here. What's up, Mike?
Member of CSM, Mike Azariah.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Azaria.
First of his name.
Clap
Mike.
them
Azariah.
cheeks. Drop them leaks. Let's go.
Clap them
What's going on with
cheeks, drop
battleships,
them
Mike?
leaks.
Because he's speed tanking. That's fantastic.
I always have to
Tell
ask.
us
that
about
like
the
a-
battleship changes.
How
Let's
is the
go.
murder hornet situation?
Wait, if he's speed taking, does that mean he's doing drugs?
I am.
Yes.
I assume not for Mike.
Okay.
No, it's because I am.
No.
Knowing Mike like I do, I'm gonna assume that he's not
If by
on
speed tanking you mean
hard
webbing,
drugs.
No,
if you mean webbing
Mike
the
lives
special bus,
in BC.
He
and
does.
British
So it
Columbia
might-
is
he might be
known
on
for
shrooms.
their excellent marijuana. So
And good
he
shrooms.
may be on
That's
that.
why I
Right.
said hard drug.
And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that because it's legal.
He
And the
drink,
shrooms are
not
good,
drug.
too.
But also, yeah, I'm like, yeah, BC, like back before the, dispensary days that we're living now. Man, dude, BC is the shit that that's the shit you want. That's why Texas had brown. Like people talk about, like, oh, Texas, that's shit weed. California got some good shit.
nobody has
And
ever
then
bragged about
the
Texas
Northwest
weed
has some
trade.
good shit
Shut your
because we live
mouth.
by BC. BC brought their stuff down. I actually didn't really know personally, but there was a kid, not in my high school, but the rival high school we had, but we knew a lot of people from there because it's like in the right next town. He actually ran a massive weed smuggling operation, multi-million-dollar weed smuggling operation for BC.
From here to there.
To go across the border. And here's the thing. So he set it up initially with this whole thing, and then it just grew and grew, and it got to a point where like he had like dozens of people working for him, and they would run across the border with, he had various snowmobile stops and shacks they could hide in that were had screening from infrared cameras, because the choppers would fly across the borders with infrared cameras, and this blocked infrared rays from their hideout shacks so they could sleep in there and not be worried about getting caught. And then they had various hot drop, dead drops and stuff like that, and shacks that they could stay in they had like, you know, MRE rations in there with like you know, heated capabilities. So you could stop in a shack that looked like a tree trunk, and it would go inside the tree trunk, and like it had a heated room you could sleep in and shit like that. Like it was like this whole like meta operation. And when they finally found out with it and got the guy, they're like, yeah, he was moving like, you know, dozens of millions of dollars every like, you know, several months of weed across the border with a bunch of help and all this stuff. And like they put him in prison for like 30 years and he was a high schooler. Like he was like 19, and it's like, okay, you're getting out of prison when you're like 40. That's so stupid.
All for a plant.
But now,
For a
but now it's
plant.
legal.
For a plant.
And when real
But
quick,
the
when
guy
you're
was
talking about
the guy went from a high schooler to like a, you know, he had like, you know, $30 million. This is like 1990s money. Like
when
fucking
you're talking about these like tree trunk bases, like we're talking Berenstain Bears, right?
not quite like that. No. It was more like tree trunks with like overhang like grates outside, but they
Well,
had,
sure,
like,
to provide
reflective-
shade for your
reflective
kids,
Stuff that,
you know,
like,
the young
I don't
bears.
know. I don't even know the tech they used, but it was something that he was able to. He made enough money that he was able to spend the money on these stops to like make them reflective
Okay, so-
on infrared, but not make them show
Wait,
up. I
isn't
don't
the
know what it
Berenstain
is.
Bears?
Quick lesson on infrared. It doesn't go through things, so you can't see
Right.
through something with an infrared camera. So you can go inside a regular tree trunk, and no one will see you.
Well, it's
With an
the
infrared
tree
camera.
trunks aren't big enough to just like. It's not like, you know, a giant fucking like 30.
But
foot
like
tree trunk,
you don't. There's not like some mind-bending technology that they're putting into these fucking drop shop shacks.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
just
they-
a fucking like a thick tree will block.
Yeah, they're
IR.
going with the infrared looking for body temps, right? And so they don't see any bodies.
Yeah.
And so they're like, these are choppers flying over like, you know, thousands of miles of forest, and they just see forest, and that's the whole point.
And some grow ups.
No, they don't. No, here's the thing: the grow ups, they're taking BC weed that was grown up there, and they're just moving it to the States across the border.
Sure.
And so, but they don't want to go and border checkpoints, so they go across the literal, like, you know, boundless wilderness border.
The forests, right? Yeah.
And
trees
they were
and such.
moving like thousands
The
of
woods.
pounds of weed all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like places you would camp.
And that's what that's
Man, or, you know,
now
try
I'm
to
like we got
bass
weed
fish.
from elsewhere, but like that's the thing is like California had
Like a
good
Ho
weed
Chi
because
Minh Trail, but in British Columbia.
People in California grew good weed. Texas had shit weed because they had to have it imported.
Texas has almost always had shit weed.
It's always had shit weed because it's like dry brown. We called it brown weed, right? Because not because
Ditchweed. That's what we called it
Because
there.
of Mexican weed.
But
not
that's the swag versus
brown because it looked
other-
brown because
yeah.
it was dried out horrible shit.
Yeah, it's swag.
Swag,
Reggie.
yeah, it's
The kids
swag.
call it sometimes.
But in the Northwest, we had good weed
Well, I believe because you had that good
because we had
Canada
that shit
soil
imported
and
from
like those
Canada all the time.
currents.
Like, we had
You know,
Canada
the nice
supply,
Humboldt
and
winds.
He was not the only one, but he was a big major player for like there was
Dominark's,
a
like,
5-year
grinning
period
hard.
that he was a big major player, and he was this high school kid just making millions of dollars that everyone, and he was very smart. He was,
And his name? Steve Zuckerberg.
No, it was not. I would have to go find his name, but he was very frugal with his money. So because he knew that he's like, if I just go buy Ferraris and shit, they're gonna know. So he was like, he was a smart kid. He was like, he knew that he's like, I'm making all this money, but I gotta, you know, I can't just go and spend all it.
He was like Gus Fring.
Yeah, like he'll know that. I
We
want to
didn't
find
buy
his
like
name.
hippos and shit.
Yeah, don't go buying exotic animals and mansions and Lambos.
Yeah,
Did you know
that's
that Pablo
that's a bad
Escobar's
idea.
hippos are still roaming around the Amazon.
Dude, bad idea. Just releasing them out into that. They don't have any natural predators.
No,
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It will be
work
fine,
itself out,
but
right? It's nature.
it'll
It'll work
buff.
itself out.
Nature will balance itself out.
It works itself out. Exactly.
if we
nature.
don't kill the
I'll say,
rainforest first, then they'll
Life
take care of
finds
it.
a way.
Like,
Life
there's-
finds a
Life,
way.
We've-
I saw the movie about that. It's
We've-
true.
We've
Contact?
discovered
finds a way.
fungi that can consume radioactive material.
I found it.
So
To-
it's just-
that
Topher
is
Clark.
fungible.
Topher Clark,
Fungible.
and they called him Kid Cannabis. That was his nickname.
Kid cannabis.
Kid Cannabis was Topher Clark. That's the one. Anyway. He worked at a Pizza Hut in Coeur d'Alene.
Of course, he worked at a
Pizza Hut, awful.
Yeah, I got Little Caesars tonight.
I would hope at least Little Caesars or like Domino's or something.
Yeah, we got
I
Domino's.
legit like Little Caesars. Like sometimes I just want
Pizza,
super
pizza.
cheap, crappy pizza.
I love
like
Little
That's
Caesars.
right.
quick, that I can go and pick up in 10 minutes.
Little Caesars was
That's-
founded here in Michigan, and it is like our state pizza. is
God
Little
bless
Caesars.
you. God
I
bless
feel
you.
the same way about CC's. Like just bullshit minimal pizza that can be procured
just
for cheap
really
and
quickly
had quick.
made.
That pepperoni cheese bread. Oh my god.
Look, it's great. God, I'm gonna go.
Are we talking about
get some
Little
more.
Caesars?
Extra most bestest pepperoni. Fuck
I'm
yeah.
actually gonna take off. I'm winding down, so I'll talk to you
It
guys
sounded
later.
like he said there was
See you, man.
asbestos in the pepperoni, but whoa.
Good
Are
night,
you gonna
man.
get some fucking pepperoni pizza?
Peace.
Turning into
Hey.
a pumpkin over here in Iceland too, so I'll see you later.
Good night.
Wait,
Thanks for joining us.
You actually
Goodbye.
take your pumpkins
Night,
to
Darwin.
sleep?
That's fucking fantastic.
That's actually now
That's
we
fantastic,
Know. Now
man.
we know why. All right, see you, Darwin. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it.
Good support.
Absolutely.
Have a good night.
So, Drayton, did you finish The Expanse?
Dude, I'm actually really far behind. I have only watched the first 2 episodes, so I'm way
We
behind.
watched 3, 4, and 5, 6.
I've never seen any of The Expanse.
Then you should go away.
You should watch
I
it.
will if you're
Oh,
about to spoil a
God.
bunch of it.
Well, no. Well, we're on
Why are
season
you not caught up
6.
then, motherfucker? It's a whole new
We're on
season.
season 6.
Season 6, dude.
So spoilers are like, not really a thing, but
Have you seen any
I'll be
of it?
fine. I've never seen any of it. Go on.
It's
Just
good.
speak to your heart's
It's good.
content. I'll be fine.
I'm
We should
actually,
I forget
watch
things.
Season 3.
It's
We should
amazing.
watch episode 3.
I'm
then.
really far behind.
We should watch episode 3.
I know, but
Drayden,
That's the one you're on, dumbass.
what else are you gonna watch tonight, Drayden?
Yeah.
And the reason I ask is because you've already expressed to me that you can't travel tonight because finances are, you need to make good choices. and yes, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'll say it.
Yes, we're stopping you from going there.
I'm not gonna say it.
Is
but I'll
this
say
an
it.
intervention?
Yes.
No, I'm
yes.
not. I'm not
You
here for that.
wanted the intervention. I'm
not
giving it
here
to
for
you.
that. But what episode do you want to watch of Expanse? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we watched some Peacemaker. Anybody watch that? That fucking show is funny.
That sounds like a pistol.
It's very good.
Is that a cult?
Peacemaker's it's off Suicide Squad 2. The character from that, they have a show now.
It's probably a stick shooter, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, did you hear?
I didn't.
About Suicide
maybe I did.
Squad. Margot Robbie.
She's so hot.
I think that's how you say her name, right?
I believe so.
Yep. You're good.
Okay. So that's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, we know.
There's been a bunch of people.
Everyone
There's
knows.
an animated series with the villains of that, and then there's also been comic series, and it's a thing where like it shows that Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy become a couple.
As you do.
Why would you not? Yeah.
Right.
It's good.
Poison
I've seen
Ivy
it.
was
It's a good-
Because
it's
people
good.
are tired of seeing Harley Quinn with Joker, and in the shows is actually not as bad, but apparently in I don't know. Like, I mean, I haven't really I'm not a comic book reader, but from what I read, that apparently the Joker is super abusive, like
awful guy.
like
I've heard
to,
that.
to the point where it's like like horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
So
Have you ever seen any of it?
people want to see Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy be a thing now.
A little bit of
And
chaos and a
Margot
little bit of
Robbie,
love in the earth.
The actress came out and said, "I want that to happen." She's like, "I want that to be a thing. I want the writers to put that in there,
Urges,
and I will
yeah.
act it, and I will do the part." And so she wants that.
She did already. That is the thing. That's already happened.
He
I
is
don't know
Batshit
that to be the
Cartoon,
case.
it did. In cartoon, it already happened. Yes, it did.
in cartoon. Well, in that one show, like I haven't seen
HBO
much.
Max, whatever the fucking. I'm telling you, the Harley Quinn that happened. They're a couple.
Well, it's an off and on. It's a thing where it happened, and all of a sudden they're like, "Shit, fuck."
Will they? Won't they?
I've seen the part of the show where it's like they staged it where like, oh, Harley Quinn and Batman were both captured, and the Joker had to save one, and he saves Batman instead.
Oh,
So they
Yes.
drop Harley into acid, except it's a big vat of like margarita mix.
yeah.
goodness.
So
Because Poison Ivy was like, dude, this is what he does.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
he's more obsessed with Batman than he is with you. And,
No,
she's
but-
like, oh, yeah, right.
no, I've seen clips of that show too. I actually want to watch that show because it's actually not. It's a cartoon, but it's one where it's like
It's a really
rated
good show.
R. It's a rated
Yeah.
R cartoon. Like there's gore, there's swearing, there's everything. It's actually, and the bits that I've watched actually were funny as fuck. So I actually think I would like it. But there was a thing where they're at a island resort thing, supposed to have some objective, and then Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get drunk, and then they like wake up in bed naked together, and they're like, "Oh fuck,
Not
we're supposed-"
again. Yes.
Yeah, like we're best friends. We're not supposed to do this
Not
shit.
again.
And then they
No, I'm
leave,
sorry.
and then like because Harley Quinn wants to hook up with her, but Poison Ivy's like no. And then after a while, they like reconsolidate with each other. They go back, and then they're like, yeah, like it's fun. Okay, let's just party. It's fun. And then they wake up again, and they're like naked next to each other because they fucked again. And it's like, god damn it.
Shit then.
So
We all have urges.
Yeah,
I watched it too. It's a fucking funny thing.
And it's like I don't really pay attention to much DC shit, but I was like, that's kind of I don't know that show. I've seen other clips of it as well, and it seems funny, and so I kind of want to watch it. Actually, it's you don't see many rated
What
R
show?
cartoons.
No, it's good. I watched both seasons. It's fucking kick ass.
There's only 2.
There's 2 seasons, and they
What
are
the
both
fuck?
great.
I thought it's been a show that's been running for a long time.
No, there's a big gap between the 2 seasons, I believe, like 2 years.
Really?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm apparently on top of things.
Yeah, you are.
It's like I was new to this. Like I don't even remember what I was looking for when I go on random YouTube tangents all the time, and then all of a sudden like the algorithm is like I've watched so many random shit, like I don't even think the algorithm works for me anymore.
What algorithm are you talking about?
The YouTube algorithm.
It's just the basic
You
algorithm.
watch
touching-
things and it
you
tries to
touching
find
yourself?
things like, oh, you've watched that, then you'll like this. But
Oh, mine's so. I've watched such
me, it's
random
like I've
shit.
watched so
Yeah.
many different things. Like the algorithm just recommends so many random shit.
It's awful.
Like, I don't. There is no algorithm anymore for me. It is actual random chaos on my end. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what it should be, though.
I wish it was, and I know it's not, and that's the sad bit.
What?
Well, I mean, like it does recommend stuff that is similar to the stuff that I have watched, but
Absolutely it does. I appreciate that you have like
But-
varied interests.
What?
yeah, but then there is also so many times where it's like, I've not watched anything remotely close to whatever the fuck this is, but
No, that's not
Click.
true at all.
and you click and you watch it, and you're like, what the fuck?
You hit like
But
4
you've
of
clicked
the
it
like
now. You've clicked it now, and
5
so now
triggers.
that's in the algorithm, and then it just
Yeah,
keeps
no.
it keeps it's a not a time traveler, it's a shape shifting beast.
you're in it.
You know what? YouTube is YouTube. LB, you look at like you're in deep thought.
He's reading.
Sorry, I'm sending an email.
I was gonna say I can see his glasses. He's reading.
What?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
People use
Oh,
email.
hey, I'm getting glasses on Monday.
Wait,
so you know.
you're emailing and not DMing.
Dom, you'd look good in
Yeah.
glasses.
I hope
It's-
so.
You have to,
'cause I'm gonna have them on
you have to
Monday.
send things.
Oh,
I'm old enough that I went from no glasses to fucking bifocals.
There you go.
wait, you have contacts?
No glasses. No, I don't have anything. I've never had glasses before in
You
my
can't
life.
see right now. Then
No, I can see just fine.
what? But you need
It's
glasses.
the
No.
government. It's the
No,
government.
It's government. Yeah, forcing this
It's
shit
the
on me.
government glasses.
Like big
Fuck
glasses
yeah.
trying to get
Glasses.
you.
Big
trying to get you.
glasses,
Fucking
right?
government. Look, it's Big Sand.
I
If we're
feel
being
like I can
honest.
see just fine. I imagine when I get glasses, I'm gonna be,
Oh my
holy
God,
shit!
this-
I couldn't see shit.
Look how
Yeah.
amazing this is.
That's
So
what I'm
I
hoping
went from
for.
having glasses to no glasses because I got lasered.
I want lasers.
Do you have the
I
eagle
don't
eyes
use
now?
lasers, and I don't want the lasers I got.
I want lasers in my eyes, but
My
I
roommate
have
got
special eyes.
my former
What is-
roommate
did
got
you get
laser
the,
eyes, and he appreciates them a lot.
LASIX.
I have
Yeah.
laser
Yeah.
eyes too.
Yeah, he
Best
appreciates
thing I
it.
ever
What do you
did because I was
laserize? What
blind
do you
as a
mean?
fucking bat.
What was it good though? Did it work really well?
Yeah,
I
like
mean, after the
it was
lasers
years
had it
ago.
out.
I'm so good.
I want
Did
lasers
they,
so
did
bad.
they slice your eye, or did they do the other one?
Well, it was technically PRK, which is like very similar, but it was just like a different method of how like they have to remove the first layer of whatever on your
Yeah, 'cause
cornea.
They skin your skin
one-
off.
there's-
Fucking
there's two
glaucoma.
methods- There's two methods, right? There's one where they actually cut sideways and remove your lens and flap it over, and then
Yeah, you don't
laser
want that
in.
one.
And then there's
I don't
another one
remember,
where they
but
do
there was a
something
laser-
different. I don't remember.
That one?
And the laser is on your eye for 51 seconds, and there's a very quick surgery.
I feel like
Yeah.
I know that they
When-
take
when
into
I had
account,
mine-
like how do you not move your eye like move your eye like out of
It's all computers.
Cocaine.
When I had mine, the way the doctor explained it to me was that, like, imagine your eye is an orange, right? And there's a peel to the orange, and then there's the actual fruit of the orange.
okay.
If you cut the fruit of the orange, that will never ever heal. It always stays cut. And the only thing that will hold it in place is the peel, because the peel will heal, but not the fruit. So the
Your doctor's
eye
not like
surgery
that.
I got, they put special drops on the front of my eye, and it like softened up the peel of my eye.
Uh-huh.
And then they like buffed it off with this little like electric toothbrush looking thing. Right. So it took the peel off, but left the fruit intact. And then they fired the laser in there. Pew pew. And
But
they
what
did
if
a
you
good
move
job.
your eye when the laser's going?
It's all computerized.
High
So if
science.
you
Very
lay
high
there and you're
science.
supposed to stare at this thing, and as long as
Yeah.
you're staring
Don't
at the
look
thing,
away,
the laser will fire. If you
And
move or
they
if you
put all the
blink, the
drops
laser
in
doesn't
it,
stop.
and it's
Yeah. Plus, they give you Valium, so that's good too.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Drayden-
My,
I
my,
like
my
that
fear is
shit.
like I have such a hard thing with things in my eye. Like just putting eye drops in my eye is a process. That's an elongated, hard process for me. Just dropping things into my eye, like just dropping drops.
Sure.
The reason, I mean, my vision is not bad enough that I need glasses. Glasses would help. I'm like 40/20 or 20/40. What's the worst one? So it's just barely good enough to pass the DMVI test without glasses correction, and they're fine with that. But I would love, and I actually got contacts one time, and I put them in. I'm like, oh, this is great, but I didn't like the peripheral because the peripheral contacts weren't awesome. Like they were odd. Like what I was looking at was much more clear, but what I was looking at was much more clear, but the peripheral was like different, and I could feel them, and I didn't like the feel of them. And also putting them in, like putting contacts in for me was like a 45 to 50 minute process.
I mean, that was what it was for me.
I could not touch my eye. I couldn't.
And there's
do
a lady that like sat with me the entire time at the glasses place, and she had the patience of a saint. And she
Yeah.
helped me get the contacts in, because otherwise I probably would have never did.
I eventually could do it, but it's like when I was going to work or going to school at the time, not work, but it's like I eventually got so tired. It's like I can't wake up 45 minutes early just to put contacts in. Like this is shit
Yeah,
people do in
that's
like
not
10
sustainable.
seconds. Like
I mean, I usually put my
contacts
contacts
are in.
on for special occasions, mostly because I was lazy. But
Yeah, it's like people are just like boop boop, 10 seconds they're in. Me, it's like 45 minutes because I kept fucking it up, blinking, pinching it, had to rewash it. All this, like I couldn't do it because I can't touch my eye.
it was fun when it gets lost in your eyeball. That's fun.
Yeah, I just. It's not even that. It's just I couldn't touch my eye. My eye wanted to roll in the back of my head every time I tried to put my contact in, because like I just can't touch my eyeball with.
Well,
like,
you can't
like I
look at
said,
it directly. You look to the side, and you put it on the side, and then it like moves over.
I tried that. Didn't work either.
That sounds awful.
I can't open my eyes.
You get used to it.
Underwater, like
Do you?
Yes.
Most people.
It sounds like it was traumatic as
"Oh, it's
hell
fine."
for
It's like,
Drayden. He's not even wearing them
I
anymore.
open my eyes underwater and I have to close them immediately because it hurts. I don't like anything in my eye other than my eyeball itself. Period.
Sure.
And so my thing is like I want my vision to be better, but I can't use like glasses. I'm terrible with because I break them, lose them, scratch them.
Not those scientific ones though.
So well, I keep those in a very safe space over here, and I only use them here on the show, which I can't break. But if I had to use them on a day-to-day basis, they would not last.
I would treat my
Prescription
day-to-day
glasses are too
necessary
expensive.
glasses
Yeah,
worse.
prescription glasses.
because
are
Well,
too
I had to
expensive.
treat
Fuck them on a
my
daily
glasses
basis.
well because they were expensive.
Yeah, it's like if you fuck up glasses on like a 4-month basis, prescription glasses are not economically feasible if you're not rich.
Yeah,
and
like
so
they always
eventually-
had to like specially
Fred, aren't you a
order my
VP?
lenses.
Like, just fix the insurance.
VP is a title. I don't
Fix the
I
insurance.
make okay money, but not like
Just
rich
fix it.
glass man money.
Just fix it.
But so my thing is like, I don't need glasses, so I just stopped using them. And I was like, you know what? When I can afford LASIK, I'll just like burn my eyes. But the thing is like, my fear is like, I don't care about I don't care about the fact they're burning my retinas. I'm fine with that. But if it feels like something's in my eye, I feel like my eyes gonna be like, ah! And those,
You don't feel anything. They numb your eye. Everything's numbed
well,
out.
I know they know it, but like just the light, like it's almost like my mouth when I go to the dentist. My tongue, I try. It's like if they're working on this side of my mouth, I try to move my tongue to this side because I don't want my tongue to get in the way. But my tongue just has a mind of its own and starts pushing their tools on this side anyway. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm sorry. I've had dentists like when I got my crown earlier, and I'm getting another crown here in another week and a half, which I'm worried about. They're like, your tongue keeps trying to get in the way. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it over here. Like, yeah, we see it, but like it's tough. And
That's a
like,
defensive
because my
tongue.
tongue kept pushing itself in the way, they actually drilled through my tongue on the side, which was scabbed for like a week and a half because my tongue literally pushed in the drill like blah, like through my tongue. I'm like, sorry. And they're like, yeah, you're bleeding a lot. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So I feel like my eyes will be the same, or it's like just look at the laser. I'm like, my eyes are gonna like roll in the back of my head. I know it, and I'm gonna have like fucked up shit burn on the back of my retina. At this
Sounds
point.
like a lot of excuses.
I know. I need to just fucking do it.
Like punch in the balls.
Just punch my eyeballs. That's
Like imagine like probably like a lot of people in there going like not wanting to touch their
yeah.
eye, but they still do it.
I figure, you know what? If that many
Get it
people
all
go in
figured
there
out.
and it's that successful, they probably have ways to deal with people moving their eyes. I'm sure.
You'd hope.
I would hope. If not, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go blind. I'll fucking do it.
I bet you won't.
I bet I won't.
You won't.
I won't. Shots not going blind, and also I don't.
It was worth it for me. I mean, I was blind as hell.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
I couldn't not wear glasses. Like I always had to wear something, or else I couldn't see past 3 inches from my nose. Like I just could not see.
Oh damn! Like
Not with that
because
attitude.
that's the one thing I was like when I did get the contacts in, it was like holy fuck.
You don't wear glasses
I
at
can
all, right, Delana?
No,
Not
I don't.
anymore. No.
Not at all, right? Okay.
Nope.
Got the eagle eyes.
It's
I
like,
used to have eagle
Special
eyes. No, I
eyes.
don't anymore.
My roommate
when-
got it.
when-
So
I
he
had to
could fly
cheat
jet.
on my DOT physical last time.
Yeah.
Couldn't fix the fucking eye exam.
The military knows, man. They appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
fucking
I don't know.
memorized
Like
that
when I did wear contacts and glasses, I was like, it looks so clear. I can see like the pine needles on the trees. It's crazy. And then it went away because
Cause fuck vision.
irresponsibility.
You don't
on my
deserve
part.
that.
No, because I couldn't touch my eyeballs for contacts, and I was too
And
rough on my glasses. And they
EDFCZ,
eventually
baby. Right?
they got scratched the fuck up and broke, and then I couldn't wear them anymore.
Oh yeah, that was like they would make me take my glasses off and ask to like read the letters, and I was just like, E. I don't know.
E.
That's it. E. Yeah.
China.
Like that's a wild guess. I could not see anything on the letter chart. That's how. Like usually they didn't make me do it because there was no point.
But you know what doesn't hurt my vision? It's these glasses.
There's your fucking good glasses.
Those
you
are the
know why?
glasses we like the best.
These are the glasses. They're zero prescription glasses. They're just pieces of glass.
Like that make you look smart.
Yeah.
You say that though as though they make you look smart. Those are the glasses you wear while you increase intelligence for other
Yeah,
people.
I'm like, these are
Or
non-prescription
just spout
glasses.
about.
They make me look smart, but also here's the SCP factor: do they actually make me smarter?
The SCP factor? What, you got like...
Secure, contain, and protect.
Yeah, like what are your glasses going to turn into monsters or something?
No,
No, they're
SCP
gonna
is not always
secure,
monsters.
contain, or protect
Some
them.
SCPs are helpful, but it's just
Are they working
anomalous.
or are
It's
they not?
anomalous. So I'm like, when I wear these, am I not smarter?
You are.
Do you believe you
I
are?
ask you questions when you wear them, right?
I'm pretty
Why
sure
is
you
that?
are.
I'm not smarter when I take them off.
I think
I
you're
bet you,
not
dude. You're
smarter
not
when you
smarter
take
when you
them
take
off.
them
I
off.
think you're
Anomalous.
smarter when you have them on.
Anomalous. Anomalous
changes.
glasses. SCP 8004 because I don't know what fucking number they're up to right now, but
I disagree.
you strong disagree.
I do actually. I strong disagree.
SEMA.
D class terminated.
Do what you got to do, bro.
They never helped me. Oh my god, that's terrible.
I bet you won't.
I love SCP.
White jacket through this.
Oh, never mind. I remember something funny, but I don't tell
It's comedy.
you. It's just for me. Apparently.
No text from the phone line.
Oh, that was like a CSI Miami moment.
What?
He just
Wait,
like
whoa,
ripped
whoa,
off his
okay,
glasses.
I know a lot of the SCPs. I do not know that one.
What is it?
It was like a Who song, you know, as you do it.
We don't get fooled again.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Get fooled again.
I love SCP. It's such. I hope that the whole legal case in Russia goes well. It's a long, almost like multiple year. Actually, I think it's over a year now. They've been fighting that shit. So just to let anyone know, anyone that might be an SCP fan, there was some guy in Russia that tried to like claim the SCP site in Russia and say like, this is my shit. And he tried to do a trademark copyright type of thing.
Sure.
Claim ownership.
For the state.
And here's the thing. SCP has always been Creative Commons. So it's like people will write for it and they will
Like
produce
GitHub.
it. But yeah, but it is Creative Commons. There is no copyright ownership of anything. It is all free to use.
These ghosts are yours.
There's
and
been
mine.
plenty of video games made that did not need permission to be made. There's all this stuff. So it's like the SCP universe, the idea of it is supposed to be like it's open to people. And this guy in Russia was like, there's no copyright laws on this shit. I'm going to just like claim copyright trademark on it. I hear purring.
Yep. Sasha's back.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute.
It's kind of creepy.
That's a good background for this tale, maybe.
It seemed creepy. I thought it was like linked. I definitely did.
So they tried to claim the Russian, not the overall site, but they tried to claim the Russian site.
Like if you write
of
these
SCP.
fanfic, you know, whatever stories in Russian, then it belongs to such and such.
Right, well, so the Russian domain. And so the wrong thing is like, they're like, no, like that's just the Russian extension of this site, which is Creative Commons. But it's different Russian law, and therefore different shit going on. And so SCP, the people that run the SCP site, did a GoFundMe. I put money into it for sure, but they were like, we need like about $40,000 to like, you know, cover legal costs. They raised $200,000, so it's like cool. They're like, thank you everybody, we got all the money we need for like not just this case, but in case it runs for years, we got it. So they got the money, which is
okay.
Great. They fought the case, and it's been a back and forth battle over the years. Like they won the thing of like saying that the guy didn't own the site, but there was also some like weird Russian ownership laws of other shit that like I don't even know the real legal mumbo jumbo of it. so the thing is, like, it's still ongoing at this point. And the main
Which is
reason
what the
they
other
were wanting to fight
150,000 was for,
because
right?
this is like mainly focused in Russia. So most people are like, well, why does it matter? Like, okay, if this guy takes the Russian site, that sucks for Russia, but like, what about the rest of the world? And the people are like, if he has a claim to copyright in Russia, that could translate to a possible claim to the rights of the rest of the world.
Like, kind of like delegitimizes. That's
Yeah,
awful.
so it's
But yeah,
essentially like copyright laws. It's like, if he owns that shit
that'd be
there,
fine.
and no one has claim to it over here because it's common commons, maybe he owns all of it. And so
Maybe he's an
fighting-
asshole.
They're fighting that. They want to fight it in Russia now, so it doesn't build to that point. So
When you say they, you mean like Ukraine or like
no,
Western
just
powers?
they
as well?
as the original creators of SCP. They're
Too soon.
actually
Are they like, smuggling them weapons, or are they just providing them on like a normal basis?
go ahead, Delana.
No, I'm just saying. Current events.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm just sitting
Oh,
here grinding on my.
so I'm
crafting
just saying,
skills.
so like, it's a fan site essentially. It literally was a site that built off of
So,
a
here's the
4chan
thing.
post, a creepypasta on 4chan, and it evolved into this massive thing. I love SCP. If you haven't seen SCP, go look it up. It's a fun shit. If you are, it's at this point so large.
SEP.
SCP, like
it stands for
Simon
Secure
Cowell
Contain,
Productions.
Protect. Secure, Contain, Protect. Sierra Charlie Papa.
Yeah, if you're going native phonetic.
So it's so big nowadays. It's so complicated. I like a YouTube channel called The Exploration Series. Look them up and look up their SCP archives and just watch all the videos, and you will be indoctrinated into SCP knowledge. It's essentially like a horror group. It's a horror writing group that writes shit for free, no payment, for the internet to view and read and have fun with. And there's all kinds of
it's
games that are
fanfic
made
thus
from it.
far. Is the concern that someone like I guess presuming ownership of it would throw that off track?
So here's the reason why he did that. Let me give it a little bit of background. So it was a copypasta, creepypasta, if you call it that, on 4chan. That was the original SCP-173. It's a statue. When you don't look at it, it moves towards you.
And that's what the game is based on, right?
Yeah. So Containment Breach is the main.
Who makes
game
money
that
off
came
the
out.
game?
Containment Breach is the game, but like so basically it's like a statue. Like it's kind of like lots of horror tropes have used it. Like when you don't look at it, it comes at you. When you look at it, it stops. It can't move. And
The
this
game
thing
is-
like
it-
it moves
yeah.
fast, and like if you like so, but there's also reasons why they have to do various things to maintain it in the cell. And the thing is, like, the SCP universe is like, it's creepypasta, essentially. But then it evolved into much more metaphysical shit in the more recent days. But, so there's SCPs numbered and labeled as anomalous things that are
SCP.
SCP. So they are numbered in anomalous way, and they're like anomalous things that like work outside of like normal reality and physics. Some of them are
Didn't somebody make one that didn't name him specifically, but was basically alluding to Jesus?
there
Sure.
is a
Yeah.
god one. I don't know about Jesus, but there's a god one for sure. There's multiple metaphysical gods, but like some of them get so far
Is
into
there-
the
Are there?
Yeah, the newer ones get so far into the metaphysical shit that I think that I've
don't
lost
know.
interest in like the newer shit.
But who gains?
There are some
Who
good
gains?
old ones. There's some super.
I
great
mean,
old
imagine
ones.
the old ones. Of course, they
They're
gain.
great
Like, that's a
old
whole
copy
established
pasta
system
shit.
with tithe.
And so things like, so this guy like it gained massive popularity. They
Is
made their own
coffee
site.
pasta?
You're talking about like a
Copy.
James Cameron?
Like
Copy.
it's
There you
copy
go.
paste.
Yeah,
but it's
copy
like
paste, but
pasta.
instead of copy paste, like creepypasta. Creepypasta is like copy paste. Like, let me just make a short horror story for you and like paste.
Jesus,
it
Dom,
somewhere.
have you ever been on the internet?
No,
Like-
apparently I have not.
I've
Let me
never
just
had the
paste-
Russians
let me just
steal my
post it here
internet.
on the internet
Goddamn.
like it's a story
You
that
haven't?
really happened,
I
but
come
it's
here.
like
That's it.
a
It's my
fake
fucking
story,
internet.
and that's creepypasta.
Never heard of it.
So copypasta is creepypasta. Creepypasta.
So
is
they
just-
own everything I read, or no?
No, here's the thing. So when that site came out, 173 was the first one that came out. It was a statue that came at you, broke your neck instantly if you didn't look at it. And
It
so
seems like it owned
This is
me.
a game, or this happened in real life?
no, it's just a make believe universe,
Oh my
It's-
god.
and that's
If
that's
you
where
if you
it's-
feel that's what happened to your neck,
so
Dom,
that's where it started.
That's what
But
happened.
After that,
I
it
don't want that to happen.
expanded outside of 4chan.
Outside
And
of the
they
Russians
made
and
their
4chan?
own site. They made their own. They got in contact of writers, of people for horror writers, and it just expanded. And now there's like thousands. Like they're on series 7, and there's 1,000 per series. So there's like over
Thank you.
7,000.
Heel just explained it right there.
Of
A bunch of
these
fan fiction got
things
turned into a
there.
game. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So way better than like last season of Game of Thrones.
So it's actually excellent. Some of them are like, boring, whatever. Some of them are kind of meh.
Yeah,
But there's a
yeah.
bunch of good shit. And there's a bunch
Video
of...
episodes?
Oh, there's a bunch of YouTube channels that do episodes on these things.
They're just
I personally would recommend
podcasts,
just go to YouTube and look up the Exploration series.
exploration
X-Files?
series.
The
Okay.
Exploration series
I'm looking up
on
right now.
YouTube. Great channel. He does so many videos on SCP. It's excellent. But not all. Here's the thing. There's thousands and thousands of these things. And then also, not just the thousands of SCPs, there's also thousands of separate short stories of logs and stuff going on. So it's like this whole...
Exploring series. First
Think
thing
of like
popped up.
the
Exploring
Warhammer.
SCP
Think of like
Foundation.
Warhammer
Right off the
40k.
bat.
Warhammer
Fuck
40k,
yeah.
massive
Lots of
lore-based
Space
universe.
Marines.
This is comparable to it now.
I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
already
comparable.
I'm
So-
fucking on board.
It's there, it's great, but this guy in Russia was like, I'm going to claim copyright. And everyone in the SP is
Of course,
like,
Russians gotta
it's
fuck it up.
common, it's like Creative Commons. You can't claim
Yeah.
copyright to Creative Commons. It's there for a reason. But he found some loophole in the Russian legal system that might give him claim to it. And so now they're fighting
this
a legal
why
battle
there's a
there
border
because
built up?
fuck that guy is a piece of shit because he just wants to like own it and like make money off of selling SCP shit. So fuck him.
Drayden, do you think that nerds would like rush to Ukraine's aid
We
came to?
we did.
you know-
Here's the thing. Like I said, I gave money, and they asked for like, hey, we need like probably $40,000 to pay for our lawyers in Russia to like fight this. They got $180,000 on the GoFundMe, and I put into that. So it's like, yes.
How much do you feel like went to an oligarch? If you had to speculate.
No, it just went to the. Here's the thing: the group is an honest group of dudes. They're like, we want to fight this case, and so like, we wanted $30,000 because the lawyers we hired said 30 to 40,000, and now we have enough money to pay them for years, and the legal case has gone on much longer than they thought it would. But they're like, we still have more than enough money to pay for this because you guys gave us way more money than we needed. So you don't have to give us more money yet. So that's the thing is like, they're like, the legal costs
Fair
have
enough.
gone up, but you guys give us so much more money than we needed that we have that to cover it. So don't give us more money. We're still fighting and we have the money to fight it. So that's why I also like this group is the guys that own, well, they don't quote unquote, nobody owns it at all. That's the weird
Nobody
thing.
owns the beach. That's
Nobody
God's
owns
beach.
Creative Commons, but these guys that are in control of the site that run it are the ones fighting this legal battle, and they're the ones who are like, we have more money than we ever needed, so don't give us more money. We're still fighting this case on everyone's behalf because they are the creators and they want this shit to be like, it's not meant to be like a money thing. It's meant to be a fun, free, like horror trope shit to read stuff on and have fun reading horror stories and like creepy shit. that's the whole point of the site, and someone's trying to take it over and steal all the like money and fun out of it, and these guys are like, no, fuck you. We want this to be an honest
I like those
project
guys.
still, and so yeah.
Is this
I'm
a
gonna
segue back
go,
to
because I don't know where
NFTs and
we're even
crypto?
going with this.
I don't even know either. Sorry, that was a long explanation, but
Because we were talking about glasses, and then you...
You guys brought up SCP, and now we all have to know what horrors lie in the shadows. So
well,
thanks
I
for
already
that.
know about it, but yeah.
I didn't though,
SCP 's
and
great.
now I have to know.
do you want me to play a couple of videos?
No, I
No.
live with enough fears of my own.
I was like, there's some good SCP videos.
Anyways,
out
yes,
there.
I'm actually going to go now. So,
All right, see Delana.
y'all have fun.
That Delana.
Good night.
I'm also going to go. So we'll
That
see you
help you.
guys.
Me too.
So-
Actually,
oh, you fucking
I think it's
pussies.
a good
Wait.
time to like cut off tonight. Should we do final shots, final thoughts?
Oh, we could.
Yeah, it should.
We don't get to use that much of it anymore.
You know,
we
you
should.
can play it for us?
Oh, good.
Yeah, what's that?
I love you for that.
Is the animation played?
Okay, there we go. Ackroth, you're up first.
Final shots and final thoughts to just not giving a shit enough about people complaining about little minute things within the game. It's awful. I'll own it.
Dom, you're up next.
Final shots to CCP Darwin. Thanks for coming and joining us tonight. That was fucking fantastic. We love having you here. I know we embarrass you, but we love you.
Don't tell your boss.
We won't either. We won't tell him.
I'm tweeting to him.
You bitch.
Despicable.
Drayden?
It's despicable.
Oh shit! I'm next, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a shot to the Eve Pandora thing, I guess.
Good.
Yeah, good one.
I'm saying, you know what?
Albie, thank you for introducing that to me. I've never.
That was
heard
pretty
of
cool,
it.
yeah.
No, not
That's
me.
That was on
Fantastic.
Community
Not
Beat.
me.
It
That
was on
was
Community
that was,
Beat, and Manic brought it up.
Yeah,
Oh, Manic
no,
brought it
up.
yeah, that was not me. I'm just like that's.
I was giving Albie credit for it, but Manic, thank you, Manic. I appreciate it. That is really
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah, no, I like the. That's a cool system. I hope because
It's it's got some. I mean, it's
Well,
very.
it's been running for a
expansive.
long time, right? But most
A
people
lot of shit to
don't
it,
know
though.
about it. So I hope
Yeah.
the knowledge
Never
of
heard
it grows. But also, I would like to see some kind of integration with that. So, but anyway, shots to
Sure.
that. Love it. Delon, you still here?
Yep. Shots
shot.
for, I don't know, Eve Nola, whenever it happens, Eve
Yes.
FanFest, whatever people get to do, because I am privileged that I get to do both. But at least one or the other, probably Nola. 'Cause
Please let
I'm
me know the first word you get of the event.
Drinks
I'm
from the
about to
south.
be like, I'm about to just be like, Cody, let me do some of this shit because
I'm just saying.
You should do that.
Going here when he's got Omicron, he's got all these little kids and stuff.
I just want. I need to plan. So as early as you hear about it, please let me know.
All right, yeah.
Dirty South.
LB.
Dirty South.
Shots to CCP Rattati and CCP Swift.
Yeah.
And to the Declarations of War podcast for an excellent podcast.
Good shit.
Excellent questions. Excellent job on Rattati and Swift for braving that firestorm and giving us some good answers. And then also for going on to Reddit afterwards and talking about it with that
For sure.
group of people. So props to that. You didn't have to do that. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Didn't they?
All right, guys,
You didn't
we're
have
out
to
for
do
the
anything.
night.
They did not. No, they didn't.
I'm gonna cut it. I've
Fantastic.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch shit on TV.
I'm gonna go make a pork butt.
I was gonna say I'm not
yeah,
gonna watch
can I-
Expanse with y'all because I'm behind.
Pulled pork. We're gonna make a pulled pork tonight. We're gonna eat it tomorrow.
Yum.
We're gonna make biscuits and gravy for breakfast.
Will you
Sounds
post
fucking
pictures,
delicious.
please?
Are you like at work?
No?
Is it
No,
home?
he's just cooking.
Yeah.
I love you.
He
Can I
got
come
that.
live
He
with
got
you?
that big grill. Remember?
Yeah, come live with me.
Fuck yeah!
And then
I love biscuits and gravy.
I'll be
I'm
there
gonna make a
tomorrow.
cornbread at some time this weekend.
Oh, I'm good at making. My cornbread's fantastic.
Are you gonna put real
From
corn
Iowa.
in it,
Yeah.
please?
No, I'm not putting real
No,
corn in it.
no.
You don't put corn in
No.
your cornbread?
I'm from Iowa. I don't put corn in my
Use-
cornbread.
Use
Just-
cornmeal.
Some kernels
Cornmeal.
though.
No.
Like,
Corn
you
in
speckle
Iowa.
them.
Man. No.
It's potatoes
damn it.
here, right?
All right.
I don't respect this.
We got
Alright,
potatoes
we're-
in Iowa.
We
I
gotta
do
go
want to
for
see your
tonight.
meat.
All right, ladies.
Have a good night.
Jordan, do not
All
go
right,
to the
everybody.
strip club.
Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you
Don't
next
go to the
week.
strip club. Jaden, don't go to the strip club.
Please post pictures of the
Don't go-
meat that you cook.